We gotta keep that same energy. We gotta keep that same energy, man. Let's get into it. There's so much to talk about. We got Canelo Benavidez. You know, David saying Turkey Al Sheikh wants to make the Canelo Alvarez fight at the end of his 4-fight deals. That means Canelo Alvarez will be fighting Bud Crawford, and eventually at the end of his deal, David Benavidez. Both of those guys got to keep winning. We got to see that happen. You've also seen Jerron Boots Ennis saying he's moving up to 154 pounds. He's moving on from 147 to 154 pounds. Jerron Boots Ennis is going to be in the same division as Vergil Ortiz, Israel Madrimov, Serhii Bohacek, all of those guys, Jermell Charlo. Will we get those top fights at 154 pounds? Boots Ennis ducked the Vergil Ortiz fight once. Will he fight him now? What fight is he looking forward to moving on to? And then you get to a guy like Brian Norman Jr. A lot of guys were talking about Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. sitting up here talking about Boots ducked him. Brian Norman, to you and your daddy, shut the fuck up. These guys are cowards. You guys duck Boots, and now you want to sit out here and act like you some kind of killer, man. Sit your pussy ass down. And then we get to Vergil Ortiz. You talking about Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz, a lot of people have been talking shit about Vergil. Vergil is one of the most fearless fighters you'll see in boxing. Guy literally wanted to fight Bud. Bud didn't want it. Guy literally wanted to fight, Jerron Boots Ennis. Ennis didn't want it. So every time Vergil's in there, he's willing to fight everybody. He's willing to throw down. The man ain't no pussy, ain't no coward, ain't no chump. And here's the problem. With Vergil Ortiz, the man is literally healing from hand surgery, and people are calling him a duck. That makes no sense. How are you ducking when you're healing from a hand surgery? He's literally healing from a hand surgery, but they're talking about Vergil as ducking every other fighter in the division. I'm convinced that these guys just hate on Vergil. These guys are just haters because there's no reason to say the man is ducking after he just beat Israel Madrimov, a fight that everybody said he wouldn't take and that he would lose. He beats this guy. He beats him, turns around, gets a hand surgery, and says, oh, you ducking. How is he ducking when the guy's recovering from hand surgery? You guys are a bunch of pussies. I mean, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I mean, these guys got to stop. And then we also talking about, the PBC possibly looking at ESPN. There's rumors of the PBC being in talks with ESPN for a boxing platform. Don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be very, very interesting if the PBC joins forces with ESPN. As we know, Top Rank is leaving ESPN, so there's a lot to dig into. There's a lot to get into. There's a lot to break down. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for the panel so everybody can get on here, man, and everybody can say what they want to say, man. At the end of the day, a lot of people are hating. A lot of people are fanboys. A lot of people are biased, and we're going to set all that shit straight today. And let me get to my brother Remy. Salute to my brother Remy. Thank you for the love and support of the channel, my brother. Much love and appreciation. I appreciate that, my brother. And let me get to the next one. George, the last Patriot, says Brian Norman Jr. sent Jen Sasaki to the gulag. Yes, that was a good win for Brian Norman as far as being able to knock that guy out. But at the end of the day, the guy wasn't elite. He wasn't nothing special. He dug Boots in. I'm not going to give him a cookie for being a pussy. I don't give pussies cookies. I don't give Devin Haney a cookie. I seen Devin Haney's daddy on social media talking about, oh, Boots that was the big fight for us. Too bad your son too much was a bitch to call him out and didn't want to fight him while he was there. You remember that segment on the Zone where they asked, hey, Devin Haney, would you like to call out Boots Ennis? Kept his mouth shut. Mention everybody but Boots Ennis. See, this is what I mean. Devin Haney is a big mouth. Cannot stop talking about every other fighter. But when they mentioned Boots, he didn't have nothing to say. The man's mouth was on lock, like the bitch he is. See, I would respect Devin Haney if he kept the same energy with everybody in boxing. You can't say, oh, I want to fight Teofimo, but I ain't got nothing to say about Boots. Either you're about all the smoke or you want to be selective. Be honest about what you want. And we already know he didn't really want to fight Teofimo. We know that shit was a pump fake. Only dumbasses believe that shit. Let's be honest about it, man. I'm sick of this. Brian Norman Jr. is a pussy who turned down career high payday to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Boots Ennis turned down a career high payday to fight Vergil Ortiz. I mean, we know what it is. The guy really didn't want that smoke. Now let's see if all of these guys are actually going to come to the table and make the fights that they talking about making. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired of all these guys talking about this, talking about that. And let me give a shout out to my guy Andy Cruz, who basically styling and profiling. Dude, Andy Cruz, hold out Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis officially can no longer locate his nuts. Cannot locate his nuts until he goes see Andy Cruz. Until he sees Andy Cruz, he needs to keep his mouth fucking shut. Andy Cruz is your daddy. He didn't hold you out, and you ain't got nothing to say. I'm sorry. Keyshawn Davis, Devin Haney, these guys are coochies until further notice. Brian Norman, he's a coochie until further notice. I'm sorry, you're coochies until further notice. You guys going to have to show me something. Let me go ahead and start adding people to the round one. What's good, my brother?
What up, Nuke? You already laying it down, bro. That's funny as shit. I'm done over here. How
Hey
y'all
man,
doing?
that's the same thing Southpaw Mama said. You know, she said, Nuke, you already laying it down. I'm like, I know, baby, I know. That same thing his
Oh
mama
shit.
said. Southpaw, I could have been your daddy, but you know, the dog beat me to the bitch. But look, we know. Man, what's up, Solidus? What's up, Solidus T, my brother? What's good with you, Solidus?
What's good with you, IB?
Man, it's good to talk to you, Solidus, man. It's been a minute. I'm happy to have you
But
on the show, man. We got so many topics to cover, so I know you're ready for this one, man.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna piss you off, Solidus, or you already pissed off. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
nah, somebody might, yeah.
I hope not. I hope not, man. I hope not. My brother, Supreme Team, the one and only Coach Supreme. What's up, Preem?
What's going on, panel? Y'all good?
Panel, y'all good? Preem talking.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm
y'all good? What's up, my
Can
people?
y'all hear
Y'all
me?
good? I was sleeping.
Shit,
Preem.
man.
Hey, listen, let me tell y'all something real quick. Yo, the Kambosos fight.
Oh my
Let-
gosh.
Yo,
Oh
let me
my.
tell you something. I don't know
Big kid.
listen, I don't know if anybody noticed one thing, man. It was fucked up. Excuse my language, but it was foul, bro. You know how they show y'all in the locker room and they say your name before you start fighting? Yo, the lady, she said, well, we're ready to see Kambozo ready to go in. She called him Kambozo, bro. I don't know if anybody caught that shit. That's a disrespect, bro. Hey, son of New Jersey, you should sue their ass for that.
And what's up, Carlos? What's good with you, my brother?
Hey, what's up, everyone in the panel in the chat? Can y'all hear me pretty good?
Yes,
Can
sir.
hear
Yes,
you,
sir.
brother.
Hey, man, sorry if I didn't speak right away. It's just I had to stay up early as fuck for that Brian Norman fight, and it's no way that dude is talking shit about Boots with fighting Jin Sasaki, man.
Oh yeah.
Some
I'm tired
Big
for that
Bang.
fight.
What's up, big dog?
What's up, big dog? This guy's out of here, man. I don't know. Big E, what's up, man?
What's good, Noob?
It's been a minute, Big E. How you doing, my brother?
Man, taking it one day at a time. I had stayed up this morning, man, to watch that Brian Norman fight, man. I know it was against nobody competition, man, but that left hook, man, that shit was cold, man.
Yeah. Now we got to see Brian Norman do that against a live body. We got
Yep.
to see him do it against a live body.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, and the Kambosos fight, man. And listen, I wish I like Richardson Hitchison and Devin Haney. I know he had beat Kambosos, but man, listen, man, I just feel like I feel like fighters that's beating Kambosos are getting too many brownie points. Kambosos was never like that to begin with. We all know Teofimo wasn't at his best, wasn't at 100% when he fought Kambosos. And I just feel like, man, it's just the hype surround how Richardson Henderson had beat the fuck out of Kambosos. It's like it was to be expected, man. Kambosos ain't not really a good skill fighter. He doesn't have any good defense. His power was overrated. You know what I mean? Like it's just so many things about Kambosos that I can't just sit here.
The only thing he got is heart. That's all he got is heart.
Pretty much.
He got
Pretty
heart.
much. Pretty much.
That's it.
And I'm not gonna take that from Kambosos because I'm gonna tell you this. I got somebody that I'm about to talk to on here first.
I'm here to pay your debt. I'm here to
No, hold on, Hit. I got to introduce Hit Kid first. So we had Kambosos believers. We've had the son of Kambosos, the son of New Jersey, came out and said he thinks that Kambosos is gonna outbox Vergil
No, I wasn't
Lomachenko.
that crazy.
Oh my
I
gosh.
said, no, bro, you smoking crack. So
Lord
now
have
he
mercy.
had to go drink kangaroo piss. And so now Hit Kid is out here talking about, oh, Kambosos is going to beat Hitchens.
Can I explain why I thought that?
Now,
I
this
will
is the
explain why.
Kambosos kid in
Yeah.
the building. That's
I'm
his name, the
I'm paying my
Kambosos
debt.
kid.
I'm not gonna duck and pay me debt. Let me explain why I thought, because I thought Kambosos had got in Hitchens' head. And Hitchens, to be fair, has not been in there with the level of competition. No, Richardson Hitchens dominated him. Credit Hitchens. Prove me wrong. Very impressed with his performance. I was wrong. Bad take boxing wise. I'm here to pay me debt. I have an issue though that I do want to rant on today. Well, two mainly.
You want to rant on it now, Hit, or you want to get it?
I believe it's a subject. Can we talk about this revisionist history that Brian Norman Jr.'s camp are trying to do and all these fucking Twitter accounts and all that over Boots Ennis?
Yeah, Brian Norman is just... These people have lost it.
Credit Norman. Fisher's knockout today, Sasaki. Fisher's great knockout. But what does the panel think of this revisionist history that, oh, Boots is now moving up to 154 to avoid me? Yet he priced himself out the fight because Boots had to go with Stanionis. We all know Norman's team priced himself out of that unification fight. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, and it's like at the end of the day, like Boots fought the better competition at 147 at the time with Stanionis.
No, fuck that. No, fuck that. Brian Norman ducked Boots like a bitch.
That's what I
And
mean.
then him and his daddy want to come out here and act like somebody's scared of them. They two pussies in the
That's what I
same
mean.
pod. I look at the Brian Norman family the same I look at the Haney family.
Did you see Dan Raphael's post, by the way, saying Boots' legacy is questionable?
Dan
Because-
Raphael Dan Raphael gets
Did
no
you see
points with no fuck. Hold on, kid. Hold on, Hit. Dan Raphael gets no fucking points with me until that fat bitch go on a diet. Until he's in a calorie deficit. I don't want to hear shit from Dan Raphael.
No,
Walking around fuck that. Walking around a boxing arena looking like a pregnant bitch.
No,
Fuck
Nuke, I agree. His fucking point was today that Boots ducked Vergil, which, to be fair, we all did call a duck, you know, with the
No,
Vergil.
that's fine. But my whole thing with Dan Raphael, fuck that.
It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse.
No,
It gets
this is the problem now. Until Dan Raphael is not allowed to speak on boxing, until that, I was going to say a bad word. I'm going to hold off. Until he finds his neck. Once he finds his neck, then you can talk boxing again. Until you locate your fucking neck.
Yeah, he mean head and
I don't want
shoulders.
to
Head
hear
and
Dan
shoulders.
Raphael talk about
No,
boxing.
it
You're
gets
talking about
worse.
dudes hold on, Hit. Talking about dudes need to find their nuts. Dudes need to find your neck first, bitch. Then we can talk boxing. Find your fucking neck. It's on the side of a milk carton. It's missing.
No,
Yo,
I
Nuke,
agree
you can
with
call
you.
him
He
head
should
and
be
shoulders,
banned
head
from
and
boxing.
shoulders.
He should
Head and shoulders,
he should be
Raphael.
banned from, Nuke, I'm fully with you. He should be banned from boxing talk. I'm fully with you because it gets worse. He says Tiafimo, he ducked Tiafimo. There was never any rumors that fight was being made. There was nothing official. And then the worst of all, he backed up Norman Jr.'s claims today. Are you fucking serious?
Bro,
Get the
Norman
fuck out of
Jr.,
the
he's
spot.
good, but
There's a
he's
lot of
not-
picking
he's
and
not on the
choosing for
level
him.
Yeah, but for Norman Jr. to say that Boots is running to 154 when Boots announced that he was moving to 154
I'm glad
before your
he
fight,
moved up, though.
and you priced yourself out the fight. It's why Boots went on to fight Stanionis. Weak shit.
It's just
Real
crazy to
weak
me.
shit.
It's just crazy to me how they can just talk shit about Boots moving up to a tougher division in
Bro,
154.
yeah, that's the thing, a tougher division. And I've always said it
Tough
too.
ass division.
He looked like a skeleton in the closet at 147.
Maybe
I was
the
happy.
most packed division in boxing, 154
And
moment.
these other champions, Mario Barrios, Brian Norman,
real,
always had an
bro.
excuse why they didn't want to fight with Boots.
Listen, I
Ennis.
want
So,
Boots to go up to 154. I want him to go up. I want him to see my lion, Ortiz, so Ortiz can
Yep.
smoke his ass. That's
Yeah,
it.
that'd be
That's
good
a great fight.
bro.
I think Boots and Ortiz is the fight at the division.
Hold on one second.
Virgil's currently out because he's got hand surgery. Supreme. We need to realize that
Efren.
Virgil's not going to fight.
Efren,
until
what's up, my
Christmas.
brother? Efren, are you there?
Must be struggling.
Efren, are you there, my brother?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's good? Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. First time I can. I mean, I've been trying to get in. I never could.
Okay. It sounds like you're in the bathroom. If you're taking a shit, it's all good, my brother. It's all
There's a
good.
bit of an
Big E
echo on
probably
your end.
I'm multitasking, man.
Do what you got to do, Efren. Do what you got to do, man. I appreciate you joining
State
the show.
your take.
Big E, solid as T. Carlos, what do you guys think about Boots Ennis moving to 154?
To me, I'm gonna tell you where the criticism come into play at with Boots. Coming out his camp, his camp was going along with the perception that they was wanting to still unify at 147. So him like moving up to 154, like it happened out of nowhere. I was seeing a couple of interviews with Brian Norman Sr. where they were talking about after this fight in Japan that they was pretty much going to be in negotiations to make a fight with Boots. Boots camp made it loud and clear that they wanted to fight Brian Norman and they wanted to make that fight next. And then next thing you know, he decides to move up to 154. So I think that's where the criticism comes into play at. I guess he led people to believe that he was going to continue to unify 147, get all the titles, then move up to 154. But I have no problem with it for the sake of, listen, Boots has definitely outgrown 147. There was no reason for him to continue fighting at 147 if you're weight training yourself just to make the weight. Go up to 154, go fight some of them big dogs up there, and pretty much establish leverage with your brand. I feel like the fight with him and Vergil Ortiz, I think that's one of the best fights you can make. And I'm on record right now to say if they was to ever fight, I got my money on Boots, knocking them out. Cold.
Okay, now, and I'm going to say this. What about a more realistic fight right away? I would see that Boots, let's say Boots versus Israel Madrimov. How do you see that fight playing out, Big E?
I think, I agree with you, Newt. I'm not saying he need to go in right off top and fight Vergil Ortiz. So, yes, he do need to fight a tune-up just to get the feel of the weight class at 154. So, a fight with Madrimov would, I feel like that would be a good fight for him. And I feel like that would be a good chess match. Madrimov, man, that's a good tough fighter, man. He ain't one of those slap type fighters. So, I think that would be a good matchup for him.
Now if Boots coming in there with the smoke, what if Boots come in there, hit kid, and he decides to fight Bakram Murtazaliev first?
Ooh. That would be, well, here's the thing. I believe would he have the option of that fight because of the IBF rules with giving up titles and all that?
I would not know, but for the sake of argument, we're going to assume he can.
I know with the WBO belt you're allowed to do that, so I'm going to say for the sake of argument you're allowed to do that with the IBF. That would be I call that a 50-50 fight. I don't know where to pick on that fight.
I think it will be after Bakram versus Lubin. I think Lubin is the mandatory for the IBF.
I'm picking Bakram in that fight.
Oh yeah, me too. But what I think about shit, no question. What I think about Boots moving up to 154, I think it's great for boxing. There's a lot of killers at 154, no easy targets. But the one thing for sure, you gotta sooner or later you gotta meet your nemesis in Vergil Ortiz. You know what I mean? Your names has been crossing paths. Y'all gotta meet up right now. Vergil Ortiz is gonna have a rematch with Boachuk. It's gonna be interesting. Go ahead, Duke.
That fight's not done. That's speculation.
Yeah, that was the ordered fight though. Rumor has it off the WBC.
Yeah, but that's not.
I wouldn't mind that fight because here's the thing. Even though I had Vergil winning that fight, some people called that fight controversial. It was close. I had Vergil winning a close decision. I'll admit that.
I have no problem with the rematch myself. But my thing is, I think Vergil didn't put in enough work. I mean, he didn't beat Boachuk. He didn't beat Madrimov. He should be looking at a title shot.
You should be getting the winner of versus Vendora.
That's just my thoughts. You coming off of hand surgery? I didn't put in all this work. Give me my title shot, then I can run it with whoever you want me to run it with.
You should be getting the Sindora.
Isn't he number one at one of them though? In the body, in the
WBC.
Okay, so he's
It's why I'm saying he should be getting the winner of Sue versus Fandora, which I have Sue winning, by the way. I still don't rate Fandora.
Solidus, weigh in on this. What do you think about Boots moving up to 154? What do you think about the landscape? What do you think about Boots going to do up there? Talk to me about it.
No, I think it's about time. I feel like that's the right move. 147. That's like in reboot mode. 147. So I feel like 154 is where it's at. I think it's good for him to do that. So in regard to him fighting Ortiz, I think he can beat Ortiz. I think he can get him, but he's not going to fight him right away. So we got to find out who he's going to fight next.
I don't think he can beat Zenda's.
Damn.
Say it again.
Whoa!
Damn.
Whoa!
He said he doesn't believe that Boots can beat Xander's eyes.
Man, stop.
Very good fight. Very good fight. Xander Zayas is a good fighter, but I think Boots can clip him.
Show me. Listen, Boots got to put on his boots and show me that he coming up to 154 to be a fucking undisputed. Don't give me no bullshit.
Hey, let me ask you this. What does Xander do in the ring that gives you confidence he can beat a guy like Boots? What does he do in the ring that gives you that confidence?
Listen, I know he's young. I know he's in the come up, but he has great talent all around. He's all around talent. You know what I'm saying? When you see talent, you recognize it. You know what I mean? He's a good boxing skills. I'm from a great background. I mean, him and Boots, I would see him beating Boots, yo. Not for nothing. He'll beat Boots. He'll dig deep. He'll do it.
What does he do in a fight that would give you full confidence he can beat a Boots?
He does good work. He does good work in the body. His boxing skills is.
I know he's a great body guy. He's straight up and down. I mean, to be honest, he's gonna beat him. He could beat Boots, man. He got great head movement. He's a good defense. Again, like Carlos said, body shot. He has a good left and a right. Power on both ends. So he's young, hungry. You know what I'm saying? So I could see him beating Boots. And it ain't about what he did in the past. It's what he's gonna do now.
I think if they fought, that'd be a good little matchup. But I think Boots will outbox him. I think he outpoints him.
I know. I'm saying you'll go for Boots. I'll go for Xander. I got you.
I'll be honest to Supreme. I think that would be a great first fight for Boots.
It'd be a great fight.
I have Boots winning by late stoppage. I think Zayas will be competitive, but I think Boots will break him late.
See, that's I disagree. I disagree because you got to understand one thing. Boots had the advantage at 147 due to his size. Now he's not gonna have that advantage no more, knowing that there's fighters as big as you or even bigger that can absorb your shots. You're not gonna have that advantage no more at 147 and 154.
We got to put on his boots.
So you don't think Boots can outbox him? Do you think Boots can outbox him?
Outbox who?
Xander.
You think Xander can outbox Boots? Are you crazy?
Right,
no, I don't think he can.
Xander ain't been tested. Like y'all chill. Can y'all just please chill, man, with these crazy analogies? Y'all be, oh my God, bro.
But you can't put Karen and Stanionis.
I'll cut him a break. Xander is a good fighter. I'll cut him a break, but it is kind of ridiculous to think Xander would win. No, that's true. It is ridiculous thinking. It is ridiculous they think Xander would win. I give you that, but I'll cut him a break. He's not beating Boots, but I'll cut him a break. I ain't mad at that. That's fine. That's fine.
But he's gonna have his first title shot, and just know in the waters too. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of fighters that can knock off each other.
Carlos, sorry to interrupt you. Who is it the listing for Zayas to fight for the 154 belt?
Chino Garcia. And Chino Garcia beat Charles Conwell.
Yeah.
Here for a fight.
So everybody had Charles Conwell to beat Chino Garcia, the Mexican, and look what happened. He got upsetted. Bro,
yeah, that was an upset. Yeah.
Ain't no sweet shit.
So either way, Boots and Xander are gonna cross paths regardless.
It's a great fight. I love that fight.
Yeah. Let me go to the resident expert here, Steel Mills. Still, we're talking about Boots moving up to 154. still. And then Preem said he believes that Xander Zayas would be able to beat Boots at 54. How do you see that fight playing out? And then what do you think about Boots moving up to 154?
First off, man, I want to say, man, I ain't the resident expert, man. My expertise ain't no higher than y'all dudes, man. Y'all the experts, if anything, you did. But I think that was a smarter move for him to make. With him moving up there is it's way deeper up there. It's way stiffer competition up there. I like the move, but as far as Xander goes, I gotta go with Xander right now, man. I gotta go with Xander. I gotta go with Xander, bro.
Boom! I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all don't see what I see.
Oh, hey, man, Solid is in Big E are in hell right now.
Even I
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I can respect it. I can respect it because Xander's a good fighter, so I'm not. That's fine.
No,
I don't think he's good enough to beat Boots, but I can respect that though. Xander is good. I actually like Xander. Don't think he's good enough to beat Boots though, but I can respect that.
Well, what makes you think Boots is good enough to beat Xander?
Damn.
Nah, he's more fundamentally sound.
He's more seasoned.
I think he can. Hold up. Let me chop it with Steel Mills real quick. I think Boots is more technical, more fundamentally sound than Xander. I can see him. I don't think he'll knock him out, but I can see him outpointing him.
I don't agree with that.
I can see him knocking him out.
He probably
Boots
could.
is gonna have trouble with the Puerto Rican style.
I mean, he got 30 knockouts, so he can. But I just think he'll outpoint him.
I mean, I think
I don't see nothing from Xander. I think Xander would give a good challenge, but I don't see nothing that would say, he can outbox Boots. I don't see that.
I see him outbox.
There's nothing.
Yes, he can.
I don't see that.
There's nothing. There's nothing, man. I wish there's nothing, man. Xander
got too much power for him.
He's a talented fighter, man. I'm taking nothing from
He's
Xander.
good. He's good.
He's going to be a future champion, bro. But we got to stop it, bro. Like motherfuckers who haven't even really been battle tested yet, man. What I don't even know what Xander. What's his biggest?
I got a controversial take. I got a controversial take. At
least he got a belt. I mean, damn.
He got a belt, but he ain't been battle tested.
Xander's about to get a belt. Xander's about to get a belt now. Once he get that belt, and then what?
Bro, it's an if right now. I'm talking about Boots. Ben got that, man.
But I think
he got a belt in what division?
Guys,
it don't matter what division. He battle tested, man.
He's coming up to 154. It's cool. I get it. Boots coming up to 154. He's talented. I'm not taking nothing against him, but he's going to be throwing punches.
Close fight.
Now he's gonna be throwing punches with kids that are already naturally at 154 that been fighting there. You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you something. I see it. I'm gonna call it. Xander gonna knock him out. Fuck that.
I want to hear what. Okay.
Hold on. And I just want to pause the action real quick.
That's cap.
I just want to pause the action real quick and say this one thing. Ashy Knuckles had made a comment in the comment section. I told him to get on, and he said, it's predictions like the one that Hit Kid made about Kambosos beating Hitchens is why I don't take any of his opinions about David Benavidez seriously.
Nick, can I counter that?
Ashy.
I made a bad prediction. I always show up when I make a bad prediction. This one, I remember the Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia one. I made a wrong prediction on that. We all did. I showed up. Do I or do I not? I own my predictions. Where was Mr. Ashy Knuckles when Wilder lost to Fury?
Boom.
Where was Mr. Ashy Knuckles when, if I remember correctly, Tank Davis robbed Lamont Roach?
Boom.
Like even he had to admit that. Do I need to go down the list? Thank you. I rest my case. Throw up the graves for Ashy because he has just been body bagged.
Damn. Ashy, yeah, you're in the dirt right now. So Hit Kid standing 10 toes. I never thought I would say that, but he is. So
I want to hear what Solid. She said you had a controversial takeover a fight in the future. I guess go ahead. I want to hear this.
No, I think if Xander Mays and Fundora would have fought, I honestly would have had Fundora winning that.
Whoa! I don't know. I would
wow.
Yes.
No way.
Fundora. Wow.
No way he's beating that kid.
It's a reason why Fundora ain't do that face off with Xander.
No way.
Yeah, I'm going. If they ever fight, because I think that fight's going to happen before the Boots fight. Boots and Xander Mays. I Pandora.
Solidus.
Yeah,
If that
I'll keep
happen,
it Pandora.
listen, Solidus, if this happen, I got $100
Hold on. Let me just get this real quick. Solidus, can we line up a bet right now that if I'm just between me and you, if you can get Fundora, I get Zayas. If Fundora wins, I'll change my name to L bitch. And if
No.
hold on. And if
That's clown shit. I don't do that. Money.
I said I'll change my name.
Nah, that's clown shit. I wouldn't allow that. We can do a money bet. Whoever loses got to pay.
We're doing a friendly bet.
Supreme on
I got 100 on that. If it ever happens, I promise you, I got 100 on that. We'll VO whatever the fuck I want to do. We'll do
the fight got to be made
100
first, though. The fight got to be made first, though.
Well, it was supposed to be made.
Yeah, but listen, it is June 19th, Thursday, 5:33 p.m. I'm on the panel. If it does happen, you got my word, $100 on Xanders.
It was supposed to happen, and then Fundora ducked. Let's just all be honest. He ducked.
He's scared of that Puerto Rican shit.
No, you can't say that. You can't say duck because he had unfinished. You can't say that. He had unfinished business with Tim Zhu. To me, that was a better fight.
No.
I don't agree with that. I disagree with that.
Hold on,
I don't agree with that.
Hold on, Solidus. To go back to your point. What do you see in Fundora that makes you think that he beats Xanders?
Nah, man, he get up close. He got a nice little pressure style. The way he throw the punches, they come out fast. I can see him getting Xander with that.
Hey, Solidus.
If he gets in close, he's dead.
Solidus, you missing one big point. He has a long ass torso. Pause. Getting into the cookies.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I think Fundora is skilled enough to get around that.
Skilled?
I don't
I believe it. I got Fundora.
Oh my God.
I'm keeping it gangster, bro. I'm keeping it gangster. I got Fundora beating him.
This is not real.
Can I actually? Can I cap Solidus dead quick?
Go ahead.
Yo.
I have Eden saying shit.
Mills.
I have Eden in the chat saying shit kids still glazing Tim Sue. If I'm glazing Tim Sue, why am I saying that? Why am I saying this? The reason why Fundora went for Tim Sue is because Tim Sue was on a comeback trail.
No, it's unfinished business. They had hold up. Let me cut you off real quick. He had to cut. They got to finish that. Got to finish that.
Can I finish? I definitely thought Fundora. Let me finish. I thought Fundora had a fluke over Tim Sue. I'm not disagreeing with your points, but as far as I'm concerned, Tim Sue was on the comeback trail, was going to go and fight Keith Thurman, and then I thought Tim Sue would be ready to get back in the title picture. Fundora's gone for it all because he still thinks Tim Sue is damaged goods off the background.
How do you know that?
Just be honest. Because he got knocked out brutally. That's why.
And he came back. And he came back and he wants to fight, so let's fight then, nigga.
Against the nobody.
Why didn't he fight then?
Who gives a fuck who he fought? He fought. He's active. He wants to fight. Okay, let's run it back. He had that bad accident. Let's run this shit back.
And Brian Mendoza.
Huh?
He got knocked out by a gatekeeper and Brian Mendoza.
I understand he got knocked out, but what I'm saying is he came back with a win. He wants to get his lick back from what happened. Well, let's fight then, nigga. All right, then.
Solidus. He gave up his unification.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So you rather have one belt or two world champions?
I get what you're saying. I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying from a boxing fighting another nigga perspective, we got to run that back because we had that bad accident. I can understand that. I get what you're saying, the belt and all that shit. You care about that, but let's run it back. If I'm fighting Steel Mills, and we have an accident, and then the fight goes in a bad direction, it's not a normal fight. Then I say, hey, I want to fight that nigga Steel Mills again. We didn't get to finish that. I think Steel Mills would accept that, and we're gonna run it back. So that's what I think they'll do. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I'm a definitely.
What are they getting out of that?
Yeah, there we go. Steel Mills ain't no fool. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, he beat this man. What is he getting out of it?
In retrospect, I'd accept that if I'm Tim Zhu. Yeah, most definitely, man. But you don't think that shit look funny style on Fundora's behalf that he would vacate his belt? Vacate his belt, then go and fight a dude. To go and fight a dude that he's already been in the ring with.
Hey, like I said, they probably was like, "Hey, I understand the plight. I understand the plight of things that's going on, but it's like, hey, we got to run that back. This is what it is."
You don't think Xander checked his energy? You don't think Xander checked his energy when he wanted to face off, and his sister was like,
"Yo, Carlo, I saw the same thing you saw, and that's perfect what you're saying because his sister did not want to see him size him up. And he did size him up. Let me tell you something. He would have took my man Fandora and would have broke him down like an improper fraction.
I just want to ask this to Solidus. Solidus, who are you picking in Fandora, Sue?
And Fandora and Zoo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Fandora in this.
My gosh.
Y'all don't like Fandora?
Hold on. I just need to
that's
do a
fine.
spot
That's
check.
cool.
No. I just need to do a quick check, just to make sure I got an understanding. You pick Fandora to be Zoo. You pick him to be Zayas. What about Fandora versus Vergil? Who would you pick in that one?
God, don't ask him that.
Fandora versus Vergil?
Yeah.
No, I think in that fight, in between them two, me personally, I think Ortiz is a much, much stronger puncher. I can see him breaking him down. I don't think Xander can punch like Ortiz, me personally.
What about Fandora Madrimov? Who would you have winning that one?
The way Madrimov fight could potentially give him problems. I'm going to say that might be 50-50.
Oh my goodness.
That weird movement he be doing, I can see him giving him problems.
I just don't.
Those other guys I'm saying is kind of stationary, and I can see him getting around.
I'm sorry, everybody, but to me, Fandora is the Kambosos of the division. He got one little win, and he ain't shit. Like,
I agree.
Hey man,
at the end of the
day,
I mean, when they fight, we gonna see. That's
we gonna find out.
I understand. I'm not mad at nobody picking against them. That's fine, but we gonna see.
Solid. What I don't understand is why didn't he move on? Like, forget about Tim. So he could have put him in the back shelf. He don't need that right now. He could have put Xander. He could have put better fighters than that dude. Why him? Because he's all beat up. He took an ass whipping on the way up now.
Nah, I don't think you was listening earlier when I was talking. I think the reason why he's fighting him is because when they fought the first time, that cut happened. The fight was fucked up. They should have stopped it. It didn't go the way it's supposed to go. That crazy shit happened. So now they're like, you know what? Since that happened, we're going to run it back. There's other shit I could do, yes. But from boxer to boxer, we're going to run it back. I think that's the mindset with that. That's all. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why somebody would criticize that. I don't get that.
No. I get what you're saying. No, I'm saying that he didn't need that. Them two choose to fight through that with his head busted wide open, right? He did that. And he lost. I get it. So I'm gonna be honest, there is nothing there for Fandora to say, hey, I want to fight, I want him to fight me again. Why?
Let me say it again. I think they both agreed we're gonna run it back since that happened. That's it. They said that. You feel there's nothing there. That's how you feel. I believe they was like, oh, let's run it back. Now. And here we are.
Then Sud is psychologically not dead yet. You know what I mean?
He wants to fight.
I don't know, man.
He wants to fight.
I don't know, bro.
Listen, at the end of the day, that Xander Fedora
he wants to fight.
Sailed.
So
that shit has sailed. Fedora got to worry about Vergil Ortiz being the intro of WBC.
Fedora got to worry about Zoom.
He can run away from all of them.
Fedora got to worry about Zoom.
Oh, y'all cooking an upset happening that day, the 19th?
I'm going with Zoo, bro. I'm going with Zoo.
I have Zoo by knockout.
Zoo was beating the shit out of that dude. For the first two rounds, you saw where that fight was going. Until that cut happened.
He was winning that fight if that cut never happened.
And even with that cut, bro, he was still finding a home for them, for that left hook over the top of his jab, dog. Like, Zoo was better than Fandora. Fandora's not that guy, bro. Why are you 6'6" fighting dudes at the range you fight them at? That is the dumbest shit in the world, bro.
Because he can leverage all the power against him. That's why.
By the way, can we all just
they want niggas to fight a certain way, and if they don't, they criticize it. Like, damn.
No, it ain't that, bro. But when you use your bro,
like, nigga, are you the fighter or is he the fighter?
He's the fighter, but he's not fighting in the manner that he should be fighting in. There's no reason why Erickson Lubin should have been able to down you. There's no reason why Brian Mendoza should have been able to outline you in chalk like that. There's no reason why Tim Tszyu should have been able to hit you as often as he was hitting you. Use your reach, bro. At least fight at mid distance. Why are you fighting in the pocket at 6'6"? You eye level with heavyweight.
And then that was early in the fight. You don't know if that was going to keep up. That was like the first, second round. That was early in the fight.
That's his fighting identity. He's a pressure fighter.
Well, you don't know if he was going to keep that up though, because you saw what happened. The blood and all that shit was over with.
I do know that.
He only plays. He don't got no other plays.
Check this out. The rematch is coming up soon. We're going to find out.
It's going to be the same thing. What up?
We're going to find out. The rematch is soon. We're going to find out.
Hey, no offense. I didn't know you had a twin brother in the. You know.
Oh, welcome to the show, Mauricio.
Oh
What's up,
shit!
my brother?
Yo, salute, Nuke.
Hey, I
Salute.
thought I was seeing double.
Mauricio, in the comment section, they're already saying you look like the Steel Mills Timu version.
Who is the fuck? Hey, I'm the real deal, bro. I'm the original, man. I don't know about all that. Yo, salute to everybody on the panel. What's good, yo?
Salute, man.
What up,
Salute. What do you
Baba?
think about Boots moving to 154? What do you think about that move?
I got Boots winning 1 to 2 tune-ups before he gets floored by Vergil Ortiz pressure or cheated by Fundora Ortiz. I mean, by Fundora.
Do you think Fundora can beat any of the top dogs at 54?
Let's name the top dogs. Let's
I'll say
list.
Charlo, Ortiz, Madrimov,
Bakram,
Boachuk.
Nah, probably not. But I got Boots losing to Madrimov. Not losing, my bad. I got him losing maybe like the first 4 or 5 rounds, but Madrimov is a 7 to 8, 9 round fighter. You know, he does good at the beginning and then he just survives. Boots turns it up late. You know, he might get the stoppage. He might get, you know, maybe a little knockdown and win a decision. But Fundora, you're right. He's definitely the Kambosos of the division, bro. I ain't ever seen somebody who's worse than their little sister. You know what I mean? Like, how you box worse than your little sister, brother?
Wait, Mauricio. There's a saying they used to say. They used to say, man, you fight like a girl. In this case, he need to fight like that girl.
He need to fight like his sister. Yeah, because she's been putting motherfuckers down. Oh, my bad, my language.
I mean, there's a guy on the panel that believes that, you know, that Fundura's an elite fighter. And he has all these skills and all these things. And
yo, Fundora has elite level power because of his height and how he can draw it, you know, with that length versus smaller, weaker opponents. Like once you get him in the ring with somebody who's 6'6", who's supposed to be 6'6". You know what I'm saying? He's in there. He need to eat some fucking food is what he need to do. Get into his weight division.
Don't forget about the elbows. You be throwing those elbows.
Yeah, man. How are you that fucking big? And you ain't got, like, you got a jab, you got a right, you know, you got a cross, a real good right cross, but, like, you know, you really don't got no more tools outside of that.
No jabs.
Well, let me ask Solid something real quick, because we got the Benavidez topic coming up. We got the Bud topic coming. We got a few other things. Solid, who's the number one fighter at 147 pounds? Is that Brian Norman Jr.?
Who else is left? Let's be honest and unbiased. Ain't nobody there.
That's what I said. That's what I said. That's what I said earlier. That's what I said earlier. 147 is kind of like
big 2025
reboot mode.
Come on, bro. He had his ass in the air like one of the bitches from a fucking music video, bro.
He said what?
I said Devin Haney had his ass in the air like a bitch from a music video, bro. We not talking about Devin no more.
You about to piss Solid this off.
Who brought Devin up?
Can I quickly say something?
I brought Devin up. Solid. I just asked.
I thought you didn't like Devin. I thought you didn't like Devin.
Hold on,
I wasn't going to say nothing about it.
Hit. 1 second. This brother called. Hold on. This brother got something to say.
I've got a
hold on. There you go. Hit. Solid. It ain't got nothing to do with like or dislike. Is Devin Haney a fighter at 147?
That's true.
No, I thought he was doing catch weights right now.
Oh, but he's ranked in the WEC.
But he's saying that he wants to fight at 147. So if he's claiming 147, then go ahead and fight at the full weight.
He hasn't officially fought at 147 yet, though, right?
But why is he ranked in the WBC?
Has he fought at 147 right now? Yes or no?
Technically, yes.
Technically,
yes, bro. Anything above 140 pounds is 147.
Gracias,
body bag.
Dios, gracias. Thank you.
See, these niggas like to. All right, okay, all right.
So hold on, Solid. Hold on, but we still didn't answer the question. Who's the most talented fighter, the best fighter, in your belief, is at 147? Is it Devin?
Like I said earlier, 147 is kind of in reboot mode. So
isn't Teo in 147?
You don't have a best fighter in the division right now, Solid? It's like if you were forced to pick one, you don't have one right now.
Shit, I got one.
Not as of right now, no.
Okay, you can't put Devin Haney over Norman and Norman over him or none of that. You just said it's an open field. Whoever wants can go grab it.
As of right now, yeah.
Oh,
That's
Let's go,
subject to
Roll.
change, though.
can I have the floor?
Yeah, hold on one second. One second here. Mills, who's the best fighter at 147 right now? In
Brian
your
Norman.
opinion, it don't even have to be accomplishment. It could be just straight talent. Who do you think is the guy that's going to take
Straight
over the
talent.
division that's there currently?
Brian Norman, and it's not close. Now that Boots left.
Damn.
I agree.
Green, who you got?
I doubt he would have said that a month ago, but okay.
We didn't know who he was a month ago. Let's be honest.
Brian Norman,
He
we didn't
wasn't.
know. We didn't know who Brian
No.
Norman
We knew
was.
who he was. He wasn't on the map like that, though.
No, he was after he did what he did to Centillion.
Oh, true.
That put him on there. And
Now
what
would
you said? You
Not
said I
that
would.
do defenses.
No,
Shit.
Solid said Solid. Why'd you say that he wouldn't say it a month ago? Why would you say that, Solid?
I've been on this panel for 3 months. I never heard. All I've been hearing is he ducked Boots, fuck Brian Norman. Now all of a sudden he's the best fighter at 147. That's all I've been hearing since I've been coming on here.
Nah, he's just the one
Now
left.
it's
He
something
can't be the
different.
best one. He's just the one left.
He's just the one
On
left.
this panel, I've been coming on
I've got
since
a
March.
different answer.
I've been hearing fuck Brian Norman, he ducked Boots. Now all of a sudden you got guys like Steel Mill, who he's saying it because of what recently happened. Now he's the best fighter at 147.
Okay, well, who's the best fighter at
That catching
147?
me off guard, but
He
whatever.
can't even
That's how
answer
you
the
feel.
question of who the best fighter at 147 is.
No, I said 147 is in reboot mode. I feel like
So
154
you
is where
can't
it's
name
at
a
right
fighter.
now.
Hold on, but you
Hold
can't
on,
name
hold
a
on.
fighter, Solid.
No, I can't name a fighter, but what I'm saying is 147 is in reboot mode. It's not exciting right now. I'm looking
So
at
how is it in a
154.
reboot mode if you can't name me another fighter outside of Brian Norman Jr.?
No, I just said I can't because it's in reboot mode. It's not an exciting weight class anymore. Everybody's talking about 154. That's what I'm talking
Oh
about.
my
Three
God.
champions. Who you picking? Brian Norman, Rolly Romero, or Mario Barrios?
I actually know who I picked.
Well, go ahead and answer that, Solid. Who you picking out of those three to win those matchups?
I'm picking Rolly, baby.
I'm gonna pick Rolly.
I'm going to shock
To
you.
be honest, those-
I got to hear what
I
Solid
can't even.
picks.
I ain't gonna lie.
Go ahead, Solid.
It's not that difficult.
You putting too much thought into a very simple answer, dog. None of them dudes was fucking with
Nah, bro, because I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really a fan of those three guys, but I guess I'll just fuck it. I'll just give it to Barrios right now. Fuck it.
Oh my God!
He chose the worst.
Because I don't like neither. I don't like not
He
three.
said he picked the
neither
worst
one
one,
of
and
them. So.
Rolly's still a pick. Rolly's still a choice, and he said he picked the worst one.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Barrios.
He's a champion 3 times. He's a much better fighter than fucking Mario.
Hold on. I'm a little in shock. Mario Barrios, Sebastian Fundur, these guys are killers.
Come on,
Oh my
man.
God, I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know. Can't nobody ever
Oh
question
my
shit.
God.
Because this don't make no sense.
Barrio, man.
Mario,
Come on, brother. Come on, man.
Hey, y'all gotta understand the context though. I don't like neither three of them though, so I just pick
It's
Barrios.
not a-
I'm not a fan
I
of
don't
another
like
one.
David Benavidez.
All
but the
those
dude
guys
was a
is
good
good,
fighter. It's not about who
but
you
Barrios
like.
is
It's
kind of
simply-
old now. He's kind of aging out. He's fighting old man
Family.
Pacquiao.
It's about
That's
one
not.
second, Silas. 1 second. Mills, can you explain to him that point again? I don't think he heard it.
It's not about who you like more. It's about making an analysis, dog. I don't like David Benavidez. He's clearly a top 175 pounder. I wasn't the biggest fan of Earl Spence, but the dude was a unified world champion at his peak. It's not about who you like. It's about like that. You know, they do this shit with the pound for pound list. They'll put their favorite fighters on there, even though they're not as accomplished as other fighters that they don't like.
All right, so you want me to pick one of them three based on how good they are in the ring or who got the belts?
Listen.
Who do you
Silas,
believe the
you're
best, the
killing
most
me.
talented fighter out of all three of them?
Who do I think is the most talented fighter? All three of them?
If they all fight Boots, Barrios, and Rolly, like if they all fight, if I'm sorry, not Boots.
You mean
If
Norman?
Norman and Barrios fought tomorrow, you're picking
Okay, yeah,
Barrios over
Norman. Yeah, Norman's a more talented fighter. Yeah,
So you're going to pick him to beat Barrios,
yeah,
and would you pick Norman to beat Rolly Romero?
yeah. I would. Yeah.
And would you pick Norman to beat Devin Haney?
From what I saw yesterday, that could be 50-50.
So you pick him to beat Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, I would. I don't like.
I pick everybody to beat Ryan Garcia, right? I have no confidence in Ryan Garcia. I have no confidence in Ryan Garcia. The guy needs to go back to the basics.
He needs the
And I've seen him quit
steroids.
twice.
Yeah, but see,
I've seen him quit twice.
the thing is,
I've seen Ryan quit
nobody on this panel had Brian Norman Jr. high until recently. Now all of a sudden he's the number one guy.
He didn't
And
come
it's
into
like,
prominence
Nah,
until
man, we know
recently,
now all
bro.
of a sudden it's recency
I know
bias.
about Norman.
If I do recency bias, y'all criticize me. Y'all criticize me with last week. I did a recency bias take. Y'all criticize me. Another nigga do it. It's not recency bias.
Hold on.
Come on, bro.
Hold on. You realize if Boots
Realize what?
Hold on. If Boots would still be in the weight class, he would
Okay,
still
yeah,
be the
it'd be
number one.
Boots.
Hold on. He'd still be the number one fighter
Yeah,
in the
Boots,
weight
yeah.
class. He's
Right.
Brian Norman is number one by default.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is,
Don't.
well, this is what I'm saying.
That's what he did.
Prior to today, everybody on the panel was down on Norman, saying he was a duck.
Wait,
So now that's changed because of one fight and Boots left the division.
That doesn't make him. That doesn't make him.
Now that's changed because Boots left the division and he had that fight with the Asian guy.
Hold on 1 second, Silas. I gotta break this down very simple. So that's like, hold on. Let's say the world had an apocalypse, and Hit Kid was the last man on Earth. Before this, they said, Hit Kid, hold on. They said Hit Kid wasn't getting no ass. Now he getting all the pussy. It's by default. There's nobody left.
Nah, you're not. No, what I'm saying is,
an opinion on
it's catching me off guard. Nobody really had anything good to say about him until today because of circumstance. But nobody was saying that before. So I'm caught off guard by that. Like, bro, you should have been saying that.
So
It took you till now to know that,
I really
right?
think it is.
Hey, let me ask. It took you till now to realize Brian Norman was a talented fighter.
Listen, we tell people.
It took until these recent circumstances to realize Brian Norman talented.
Hold on, you talking outside of your neck. Hold on. We're nobody said that he didn't have any talents or he wasn't a quality fighter. Right. What we're saying is
y'all never praised him.
Hold on, let me finish. He ducked Boots Ennis. And because he ducked that fight that everybody wanted to see, that's why nobody gave a shit about him, because he ducked the biggest fight in his division. Now that fight has been removed and that top threat is gone, Brian Norman is the most talented fighter right now left at that weight class. That doesn't mean you have to like him or dislike him. That's just what it is. That's just what it is.
And you gotta base all three of those guys off their
He still ducked Boots. That'll never change. But he's still the best at 147 by default right now.
Yeah, the truth is, listen, I was impressed by Norman Jr.'s knockout today. The guy is a decent fighter. Do I think he's an elite fighter? Absolutely not. Right now, I would say you have to put him as the default number one in the 147 division, because Rolly, although coming off, in my opinion, the better win over Ryan Garcia.
A three-time champion, Rolly. Three-time champion, Rolly. Three times.
Yeah, put some respect.
The truth is,
put some respect on that
as much as we might want to meme Rolly Romero, the guy's actually more accomplished than Norman, and he's coming off the bigger win. That's
Three-time champion.
We have to argue with
Hold on.
Reggie champ, and
but hold on, isn't the fact that you base the boxing, your boxing criteria, it don't matter who you fought, right? Your last fight matters, right? And the performance from those three fighters, right? Their performances, Brian Norman has the better performance out of all of them. Rolly may have schooled Garcia, but
nobody on the panel has ever said that, though.
Mauricio, can I?
But because they just fought, like everybody just fought, though.
But they don't like him like that. That's why.
Mauricio,
I don't like him like that, but he'll whoop anybody's ass.
Hold on, Silas. Why are you so? Hold on, Hit. Silas, why are you so concerned with who the fuck we like and who we don't like? You're personally, hold on, Silas. You're personally pissed off. Oh, y'all don't like Brian Norman last week. Y'all said he wasn't that good. Don't mention Devin Haney next week. Y'all said he wasn't that good.
Because he turned his game around. That might be Brian Norman himself.
Nah, the reason why. Hold on. Let me answer that. The reason why is because when I did that a couple weeks ago, y'all were barking at me. Then y'all do it.
What fighter were you using as an argument?
What type of shit is that? You go back to previous lives. I did the same thing Still Mills did. Y'all niggas sparking at me.
That Still Mills just did? Because I don't think you did the same thing.
I made the same similar point he did about another. I don't want to say his name. We argue about this nigga all the time. And then niggas was barking at me. And y'all do it. Oh, okay. All this other shit. No, I don't want to. No. We argue about this nigga too much. No, let's go on with the show, bro.
He's talking about Davis. He's talking about
Davis, bro. I plead the fifth. Let's just go on with the show.
I think he's talking about Benavidez.
We were all to a good start. Let's just go on with the show.
He said we were having a good time.
We were going to get into it.
The show was flowing right. Let's just keep it going.
Mauricio, this is just my
IBF,
point.
you could at least give me that.
Three-time champion.
Mauricio, this is just my point to you. I don't always judge people off their last fight. I get that's the saying in boxing, you're only as good as your last fight, okay? But I also judge them, off resumes and off performances. I would say Norman is above Rolly because the truth is, although Rolly, in my opinion, had the better win last time out.
And the better resume.
Yeah, and the better resume.
Three-time champion.
He's had worse losses. Let's just admit it. Norman's undefeated. Do I think it's a close fight between Rolly and Norman? Absolutely. I think it's a very.
Oh my God!
This is what I gotta say.
I think Norman is close.
Okay, hold on. Can I ask the kid? Can I ask the kid a question about that real quick?
Hold up. I got an emergency announcement. Is everybody on my panel smoking crack today? Everybody?
I think it'd be a complete.
Three-time champion. Three-time champion.
Yeah, we're going to start giving out piss tests on this show. Because guys, hold on. I've heard today.
Hey, I'm failing, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna be the only person telling the truth in this motherfucker.
I'm hearing Rolly Romero and Brian Norman's a close fight. I'm hearing
Three-time
Sebastian
champion.
Fundora, who went to sleep and had a pillow and some kind of skilled fighter. I'm hearing all of this shit. I didn't even know what to say.
Hey, let me clear up something about Pandora real quick. If you don't mind.
Hey, Mills, how you feel, Mills? Because I'm be honest, you feel like you're gonna throw up.
I am.
Mills, please. What do you
Hey,
think?
IBF, let me clear up something real quick.
Oh my God, bro.
Brian Norman, listen.
IBF, real quick.
Ain't no way, Brian Norman. Hear me out. Ain't no way Brian Norman has proven to me enough with fighting Derek Cuevas, Jin Sasaki. How about he fight Ron Polanco down the line and then I'll give him.
Nah, he can't deal with Polanco.
See, that's different. That's different. But fighting the Jin Sasaki,
Polanco
Derek
diferente.
Cuevas, estos cabrones son muertos. These guys is still.
Polanco diferente. Polanco le rompe la madre a Norman Jr. Le rompe la madre. Tú loco.
Bro, fight Brian Polanco, then I'll give him more credit. But Jin Sasaki, that dude was leading with his fucking face.
Yeah. That guy wasn't even moving his fucking head. He was just there like this. Hit me.
Exactly, Supreme. Exactly.
He was like Pat Benatar. He was like, hit me with your best shot. He was there like this. Bam. Man, move your fucking head, bro. Jesus Christ.
What about Centillion though? That was a good win.
That was a good win. I'll give him that. That was a good win.
Yeah,
I'm not saying his wins are not good. All I'm saying that the competition wasn't really like
right.
Wow.
Listen. Steel Mill gets sick when I go like this. He's been getting sick ever since I'm going like this.
Don't even say it, bro.
Three-time champion.
Maybe I'm tripping.
You're tripping.
Hold on. Maybe I'm tripping. Mills, is Brian Norman Jr. and Rolly Romero a close fight?
Fuck no.
I got Rolly washing him in 7. No, I'm playing.
Oh, bro, I was about to leave.
It's a close fight. I totally disagree with Steele.
Yeah, close to the mat, maybe. Somebody getting drunk.
Hold on. Hit. And I want to support.
Been in there with better fighters, dude.
I get what you're saying, Hit. I want to support you, but your last prediction.
No, I know I got my last prediction wrong. That's what I'm on it today. But dude, that's a close fight. Rolly has been in there with better fighters.
Oh my God.
What did he do against the better fighters, though? He went against
he'll give Norman a good run for his money. That's about it.
I'm picking Norman in the fight. I am picking Norman to win. But I definitely think he'd be competitive for a few rounds and all that. The thing is, though, for Norman, this would be the name he needs. I think the fight needs to happen next. It'd be a name for Norman on his resume. It would get him much more.
That's a good name on his resume.
I'm not even going to lie. Someone just said bad taste. Someone just said bad taste, and that's exactly it, bro.
I'm just stunned that
it'd be a good fight for both of them. It'd be a good fight for both of them. Rolly has a chance to they both have a chance to become a unified champion. for Norman, if he wins, it's the biggest name on his resume.
Hickett, if Pitbull Cruz can fuck up Rolly Romero, what do you think Brian Norman's gonna do?
Wait. But listen. Rolly.
Pitbulls is all
Rolly
shoulders, though.
stays with Salas. He don't keep changing fucking coaches around. He stays with Salas. He'll give Norm a little run for his money, a little bit of run for his money.
So even Supreme thinks it's close as well, same as me.
And listen. And when Norman wins, remember, it'll be good on his resume. He'll be beating a 3-time champion guy. You know what I mean?
Fucking God.
I got a question.
Supreme on me side here.
If you throw a ball,
it sounds funny. It sounds like that, but let's be honest. He's a 3-time champion. If you beat this guy, you beat a 3-time champion.
He was a champ 3 times. Yeah, that's a fact. But if you throw a ball 10 times and 3 times you make it, that's ass.
And
he's just a
that speaks to how putrid the American boxing scene is. That Rolly is a 2-division champion, dog.
I love how I'm saying it would be a competitive fight. That I'm being criticised, thinking everyone's thinking I'm picking Rolly. I'm saying it's a competitive fight. I have Norman winning.
Hey, Supreme, I got a question for you. Who you think winning right now? Rolly Romero or Nicholas Floss?
Nicholas. I had to boomerang that shit from far away.
Hold on. Before we get to the next topic, let me just pay some bills. Lord Scante says solid as T wants 1 × 1 = 2. Shout out to Lord Scante.
They on solid today, boy.
JMA said, I thought Ashley wasn't on the panel. I think he's referring to my brother Mauricio right here. Oh, no, I think he's referring to Solidus. I apologize.
Nah, it's Solidus.
It's Solidus. Oh, man. Salute to my brother Joe Sotelo. Salute to you, my brother. Tony Boswell says, much respect to the IBFP in the chat. Stepped in to show support and hit the like button, working and listening. Salute to you, my brother Tony. Subscribe. He's already subscribed. Salute to you, my brother. Oh, my God. And George, the Last Patriot, says, Boots ducking Norman is legit as T.O. versus Boots.
Non-existent.
The Last Patriot.
So-called duck from Boots. Non-existent.
Hold on. And then they were talking to I guess the guy that was in the bathroom. He said, what is bro talking to us from heaven? And one baller says, Hit Kid, can you say, would you like a soothing cup of tea? Hit Kid,
I actually oblige. I'll probably make myself a soothing cup of tea.
There you go.
Oh boy.
There you go.
People are crazy.
Yo, wait, before we get off this, can I just say something about Kambosos? Because I feel like this needs to be said, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna come right back to it. Give me 1 second. We're gonna let you get that off real quick. My brother says, I explained why Haney versus Norman Jr. won't happen on DBN, and when I asked him hard questions, he asked me if I'm Mexican or Latino to change the subject.
He always says that. Yeah.
Well, the first mistake you made is saying at the DBN. We already know Dante's Big Breast Nation is racially biased and motivated, and so we already know until he gets a bra and strap them things up, you got to stop listening to that guy.
Wait, Nuke.
You got bad movies too.
Get him out of here.
Nuke, you were talking about Dan Raphael being on the fat plan. There's the person who needs to be on the fat plan right there.
Yeah, Dante's Fried Rice Nation really needs to get it together.
It's called the Big Nothing. That's what it is.
And George also says Top Rank upgraded to the zone. ESPN ain't downgrading. He's referring to the news that the PBC could be going to ESPN. I'm just saying. I'm just reporting what I heard. All right. We're good. And what was your statement on that Kambosos, Mauricio?
I'm hating it. Hurting.
The reason why, oh shit, man. The reason why Kambosos is being propped up like that and he's being used as like a stepping stool, and this is gonna sound crazy, but because he put a in Teofimo, right? He put it in Teofimo, and that did wonders for the, how do I say, the market that only sees with, their skin color. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put race too much into this, but it's very, very apparent that they're going to keep using Kambosos as like a stepping stool to get non-mainstream fighters. How do I say this? Like,
I get where he's going.
He's like a great white hope, but he's just a stepping stool. You know what I mean? So they're gonna keep using him. They're gonna keep using him and using him and using him and putting people on a pedestal where they don't belong because he was on a pedestal where he didn't belong. But the world sees a different thing. You know what I'm saying? The world sees with their skin color and their eyes and shit like that. They're not thinking with their heads. They're not thinking like, oh, Kambosos is a D tier fighter. You know what I'm saying? He really suck ass, so we shouldn't be giving.
Here's the truth. Kambosos had a 1 in a million night against Teofimo Lopez, and credit to Kambosos, he made a career of money chasing out of it. He made himself millions. Like you got, like if we were talking about, getting the bag, which sometimes we don't in boxing. There's a guy who got the bags and bags and bags,
and he got gifted a fight with Maxie Hughes.
Oh, absolutely, it was robbery.
And I knew he was gonna lose too. And look, bro, people were like, nah, bro, he's not gonna get stopped on this. This guy's not.
Mills.
Africa's not even this good. Like,
he got battered.
Fuck out of here.
It happened, bro.
Fuck out of here.
Maybe 2.5.
Hold on, Solidus. I got a quick question for you, my brother.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I asked you this on the previous live, but I just want to get it out the way. Turkey Al-Sheikh, what do you think about him wanting an 18 by 18 foot ring for the fight to prevent all the running and all of that? What are your thoughts on that?
Tired of people running, man.
No, I mean, I don't. If they can fight in that smaller ring, go ahead. I don't really see too much of an issue with that.
I got a take on that.
I don't think that's going to happen, but that's what they want to do. Go ahead.
He wants that. What? He doesn't want to see, like he said, he don't want to see Tom and Jerry. He want to see Scrappy Doo. He don't want to see Scooby Doo. He don't want to see these motherfuckers, bro. He want to see.
I think the problem with boxing nowadays, people want to see what would happen in a street fight in a boxing match.
No.
People are not able to it's boxing and street fighting are two different things. People want to see somebody get fucked up like a street fight. They don't really want to see no boxing.
I mean, honestly, we do want to see somebody get fucked up.
Like that.
No,
we do want to see that.
But it's a difference between boxing and street fighting. People want to see some street fight shit. This is boxing.
Hold on, my brother Clavo says shit. They should do it in a 15 by 15 ring, and I agree.
On him, my fault. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Mills, because I wanted your point next.
On them Eye of the Tiger shows that they do in Canada, have you seen them rings? How big them rings are? They probably like 15 by 15 foot rings, bro. To fight that Christian Mobility and Carlos Gongora. That's a fight I'm always go back to.
As soon as he walks in, he's right there in his face. You know how you walk in and go under the rope, he was right there in front of the man's face. I was like,
they should add the canvas. Hey, they should add the canvas like quicksand.
Like the size of a handball court. That should look like the size of a handball court.
If you remember, campuses have always been a huge controversy. Remember the Klitschko Fury fight from years back?
I would have loved to see Floyd Mayweather fighting a 15-15.
With Klitschko.
That would have been fun to watch.
Yeah, and Solidus, I don't think they want to see street fights. I think they just want to see guys go in there and get it.
Nah, they just want to see certain guys lose, so they want to get.
No, we want to see everybody engaged,
man,
bro.
You heard what he just said. You heard what he just said. He wanted to see Floyd fight in a small ring because you want to see Floyd lose.
Because Floyd can fight in the pocket.
No, I didn't say. Listen, I didn't say.
He wants to see Floyd lose.
I said it'd be fun to watch. It would have been fun to watch.
In the hope that he will lose.
Solidus.
Would he? I don't know. He's a great fighter. I wouldn't even think he'll lose.
Can I say something to Solidus real quick?
Yeah, please. Let Mills go. Let Mills go.
All right, so I did a video about this, right? And you think it's an inconvenience for fighters who fight off of the back foot to fight in smaller rings, like the 18 by 18 foot ring, right? You think that's an injustice towards towards the slick fighters, right? Solidus?
Kind of.
Okay, so why isn't it an injustice for fighters who don't necessarily have the fastest feet? Why isn't it an injustice for them to fight dudes in 20-foot rings who run around the ring all night?
Who's running around the ring besides William School? Who's running around the ring?
Devin Haney.
Ran
around the ring.
All right, I want to ask this. Besides Ramirez, what fight was Devin Haney doing where he was just running and not engaged? Besides Ramirez fight,
his style is definitely.
What besides the Ramirez fight? What fight was Devin Haney in where he was just running and not engaged in the whole fight? What fight?
There was not a fight like that.
There we go.
Regis Prograis.
What are they talking about?
Regis Prograis. He fought Regis Prograis.
He ran in that fight?
he fought
fucked
Prograis
Prograis
off
up,
of the
bro.
back
Listen,
foot, dog.
Did
Did he run? Did he
Yeah,
run
that's
in
not
that
right.
run?
Listen
Yes
to what
or
I'm
no?
saying.
That's a different thing.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Ryan.
Listen to
Bro,
what I'm
y'all
saying.
capping, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying he ran. I'm saying he fought a back foot. He
Why
fought
he got
a
jaw?
back foot fight. He fought a back
No.
foot
We're talking
fight the
about
entirety
running,
of
not
the.
fighting off the back foot.
He
Running.
fought a back foot fighter. He fought a back foot fight the entirety of the fight.
I'm gonna
Regis
ask you again.
Let me add a point to that.
I'm gonna ask you again.
Regis Prograis was not able to cut off the ring, dog. I'm not mad at it. It was a good performance. It's a
If
good
you're not
performance.
mad at it,
He didn't. Listen, bro. I think with you, everything has to be all the way this way and all the way that, or all the way that way. It's never no.
Nah, you're making it personal. Just talk about boxing. Don't talk
No,
about him.
I'm not. I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking about your boxing
I
take.
asked
Everything
you,
has to be
bro. I
completely all the
asked
way
you.
this way.
I
It can't
asked
be all the
you.
way this way.
Besides the, I'm gonna ask IBF. I'm gonna ask IBF. Let me chop it up with IBF.
Hold on, Solidus. Because you've said this every time somebody mentions Devin Haney, you say, how many times have we seen him run? How many times have we seen him run?
We could have said
Hold on,
Shakur.
let me finish.
All right, Shakur then. Forget Devin Haney.
Hold on, Solidus. Let me finish. In William Skull's whole career, how many times have we seen him do what he did against Canelo? Never. But the point is, it ain't
That's the
about how
fight
many
that
times.
made him say that, though.
Solidus, can I finish, please? That was his last fight. Your last fight represents who you are at this moment. When Terrence Crawford beat Errol
my
Spence,
God.
hold on. His last fight represented who he was at that moment. That's
Let me say this.
People,
let me counter that.
Let me finish, Solidus. So what I'm saying is, Devin Haney, when he ran like a bitch in his last fight, people see that they were not entertained. They don't want to see that going forward. Turkey Al-Sheikh don't want to see it going forward. And by your own logic, if Devin only did this one time, so you're assuming that he won't ever do this again, then you shouldn't be triggered by it. But you seem to be highly upset by it because do you think Devin Haney's let me ask you a direct question. Do you think Devin Haney will fight in that approach again in his next fight?
No.
Nah, he's gonna go back to jab clinch.
He's not.
I want to ask you a million. I want to IBF. I want to counter. I want to counter you. I want to counter a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so based on the last fight, would it be fair if I said Canelo doesn't fight like how he did when he was younger, when he used to mix it up through combos? He just walks down, throws one little power shot, trying to knock you out. That's kind of a boring fighting style. I know you love Canelo. That's kind of a boring fighting style. And would I say? Would I be able to say that's boring? That's how he fights now. His last fight, that's how he fought. Slow, footwork kind of weird, not really able to throw power shot.
Let me
Would I be able to say that's boring?
Let me answer. I think, did you say I love Canelo in there too? No, did you say I love Canelo in there too, though, right?
Yes, you know you do.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So immediately after the fight, I said that was probably one of Canelo's worst performances, even though it wasn't his fault.
So you get where I'm coming from.
Let me finish. Even though it wasn't his fault that Skull ran, it wasn't his fault that Skull ran, but I still thought it was a terrible performance from Canelo Alvarez, one of the worst we've seen from him, and that does not look like a prior version of himself. I said that it even looked like he declined to me. So everything you just said, I had already said.
Let me ask Steel Mills again. He didn't answer my question.
Let me
Besides the Ramirez fight, when did you see Devin Haney just run around and not engage? Have you seen him do that? Yes or no?
I told you he fought a back foot fight against Regis Prograis. He didn't.
Did he run and not engage?
My dude.
The issue is running and not engaging. Has he done that before?
Listen.
No, he has not.
Hold on, Solidus. You got to let him speak. And before he speaks, I want to also say, as far as the running go with Devin Haney, when he hugs you every time when he tries to hug you and grab you every 30 seconds, that's fucked up for the sport too. He's fighting like a bitch when he does that. So hold on. So now let's Steele get his whole point across. Let him finish it because we let you finish yours. Go ahead, Steele.
Like I said, he didn't necessarily run that fight. He engaged, yeah, but he still fought a back foot fight. And we don't have to just relegate this shit to Devin Haney. For the past, I don't know how many years, it's been the stigmatism of black fighters as the slick black American fighters. And what is the fighting identity of these slick black Americans? It's not them necessarily being in the pocket, rolling and riding the punches like a Tevin Farmer or a Danny Jacobs. It's them being mobile and staying so far on the outside of the ring that it's damn near impossible to make a fight out of this shit because none of them dudes never want to plant their feet. Whether you're talking about Shakur, what he did with De Los Santos, or what he did in the last round with Oscar Valdez, or you talking about Devin Haney in front of a Ryan Garcia, whether you're talking about him in front of a Regis Prograis, whether you're talking about Demetrius Andre, who circles the perimeter of the ring on a regular basis. It's just the stigmatism that's attached to the slick Black American. So you can't be mad you can't cry this injustice for them. And no, you can't get mad at them for saying we want to fight in an 18 by 18 foot ring, but completely dismiss that of the cries of the pressure fighter when it's time for them to get in the ring, in a bigger ring, with dudes who don't want to never really engage. It's a contradiction. You can't have it both ways. If you're mad about the ring size being too small for the back foot fighter, be mad about the ring being too big for the pressure fighter who may not necessarily have the fastest feet. Learn how to fight in the pocket, have an in-between game. And another thing that you keep doing is you keep saying that, y'all want a street fight. No, we want engagement. You don't have to stay on the outside of the ring. If you're using your movement to set up shots to walk a motherfucker in the traps, and you're looking for counter-punching opportunities, there's nothing wrong with that. There's
Tank
nothing
versus
wrong with
rolling.
that.
I'm gonna go with
Tank
Bill
versus
says, but Bill,
Hey,
Bill,
let me
you
ask
You
something
can
real
roll
quick.
off the
Let me ask
shoulders
something real
inside the pocket, roll off the shoulders. It can be a
All
good
that.
fight.
Let me
Let me
ask,
go to
let me ask
Carlos
something
real quick. Let me go to Carlos real quick. What were you going to say, Carlos?
To add to Steel Mill's point, Devin Haney in that Regis Progress fight, I had a bet. And the bet was that I had Devin Haney knocking down Regis Progress more than one time in the fight. This motherfucker knocks him down in round 3, has him hurt, but he decides to play it safe. The fuck
Right.
bullshit is that? You know what I mean? I lose
Because he
money
ain't got no
because this
chin,
dude had
bro.
the opportunity to get him
and
out of
going
there,
off of
and he
Mill's
didn't
thing,
do it.
and
The
going
people
off of
are tired of this fucking playing tag bullshit. What the fuck is this kiddie
Hey,
park shit? Tag your
right,
in.
and let me go off of what
Facts.
Mill says too, because it's true. Because
That's
I
what's the
remember when
problem
Dana
here.
White was tired.
They don't
I
want to
remember
get their
I
feet
like
wet.
Israel Adesanya, but there's been lackluster fights, boring as shit. So when he put the apex, he put the ring smaller and shit. You know what? Why? Because it's like true. Look, there's more action in the ring and shit. You got less running and shit. So you know what? If you're doing that, you want more action. Yeah, cool. Do that. And I'm glad I'm gonna see that. Hopefully, it is a 15 by 15. Would even be better.
So we're
Damn.
gonna see that. You think we're gonna see that with Canelo and Crawford?
People see an 18 by 18 for Canelo and Crawford. It'll
Yeah,
be
it's
a
gonna be a
smaller
big
ring, but
ass
it'll,
ring.
but
Canelo's
it'll be.
not chasing.
And I just
It's
want to
gonna
say
be a
this one
big
thing.
ring.
I just want to say this one thing before we get on to these other topics. In reference to the ring size and Devin Haney has a right to fight like that if he wants to. If Devin Haney wants to run from his opponent and wants to just go to decisions and try to outrun his opponent to get these decisions, that is perfectly fine. And I have no problem if that's what Devin Haney does as an undercard fighter that is not on pay-per-view. I have no problem with that. If he wants to be an undercard fighter that's not on pay-per-view, then I have no problem with that. Let him go do that shit on Pro Box or some other shit. I don't want to see that shit on any card that I'm paying fucking money for. I am the consumer. I am putting money into their pocket. I deserve to see an action-packed
He's
fight
right.
where two guys are looking to engage and make the fight entertaining. If I wanted to see a fucking track meet, I would go somewhere else. I'm not looking for. If I want to see two men hug, I would tell Hit Kid to go see his dad. I don't want to see that shit. So I'm sorry, that's not what I'm interested
Big
in. So
Moses.
Devin Haney wants to hug guys. He wants to go running and put on his track shoes. I don't want to see any of that shit. Not on a
Nah,
pay-per-view card.
it's a big difference.
Hey,
It's a big difference
IBF, you already
in
heard.
what Devin Haney is
Listen,
doing
you already
too.
heard Bill Haney. He was like this. He said, well, I agree with everything Turkey say. If he doesn't like the running, then hey, I agree with that. There shouldn't be no running. You know what I mean? I perfectly understand that. Shut the fuck up, Bill Haney. Shut the fuck up.
You know what it is?
And LR,
Hey, he got his son though.
LR9 blogs.
His
Hold on,
son though.
LR9 blog says somebody please order Solidus a Devin Haney meat lovers burrito.
Oh my god.
Man.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
You know what it is?
I ain't gonna take it there with Solidus
Yo
like that.
también, mamá,
I ain't
huevo.
into that, but goddamn.
You know what it is?
Diablo, un
Devin
burrito.
Haney.
Hold on, Clavo says, are we watching boxing or fucking tag? You're it.
Yeah,
And
Clavo.
and I'm gonna be honest with you, Clavo, you know me. I'm gonna be honest with you, Clavo. Some guys that have appeared and may even be on this panel today love watching tag. You're it, rather than boxing. They love that. They would rather pay for that on pay-per-view than actually watch guys box, and they'll defend it. And they'll get mad at you and say, you hate this guy if you don't like watching tag. And I'm like, damn, that's what it is?
I hate his
We're
style.
walking on
Hey, you know
eggshells
what
in
it
here.
is?
We're walking on
watching
eggshells in
boxing.
here, Duke.
Hey, you know what it is? Devin Haney, his his fighting has not translated well when he has to trade punches with someone and fight up that close range with someone because since Jojo Diaz, Linares, and Lomachenko and Ryan Garcia, he's been getting hit. He's been getting touch up. And he knows that let me fight from a distance so I can look good.
His father knows. He needs to
His
get rid of
daddy
Bill
do
Haney.
know.
That's
He
all it
really
is.
does.
Yeah, really.
I
He
don't
needs to
think he
get
needs
rid
to
of
get
Bill
rid
Haney.
of Haney. Motherfucker need a second chin. He need two faces. He's getting fucked up lately, recently.
Get him to pop the hell out of there too.
Well, Devin Haney really doesn't want to be the next Amir Khan. So, he
Yeah,
don't want to
that's
be the
true.
guy.
No, I
He
don't
don't
think he
want to
want
be
to
the
be
guy.
He
that.
already got one. He got 8 fights and no
Mir Khan
defeats.
got more skills than him, so he can never be Amir Khan. Mir Khan got way more skills than him. He can never
He
be
got
Amir Khan.
speed.
But the
Don't tell that to Solidus. Don't tell that to Solidus.
But Supreme, the truth with Amir Khan, and this is something I always ragged on Amir Khan for. The truth was he was chinny, and that's why he ducked here in the UK, and it's why I've never been a big Amir Khan fan.
I know he was chinny, but that didn't stop his talent. He was
No.
nice.
But he also had a history of ducking. We got it at the end of their careers. That with him and Kell Brook should have happened 5 to 6 years earlier during their primes. He
you're right. You're right.
because he was chinny.
But he's still better than Haney.
Okay, but are you disappointed? I just need to ask the panel: are you disappointed with people fighting on the back foot? Because if you are, right, you got to take in the same thing that Tank did versus Rolly, right? He ain't do nothing but run backwards. He was running out the corner and everything. He didn't want to get touched. And then as soon as Rolly
half steps back,
different type of back foot fighter. See, there's some good back foot fighters that could fight back foot, but I mean, fight, not just run around the ring like fucking Skulls did. At one point, I thought he was gonna do a kung fu flip and go around the ropes. So I was gonna watch one of them Jet Li kung fu movies. That's crazy. But it is what it is, man. Boxing has turned around so much, man, that it's unpredictable now.
I feel like the fans just change what they want. Like it used to, like I started watching boxing maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. My first fight was a Vasily Lomachenko fight. And I ain't never seen nobody box like that. Like I've seen boxing before, but I ain't never seen nobody box like that. And at the time, people were obsessed with walking people down, getting the angles, getting the slip on them, and just boxing beautifully, right? And then there were other boxers who, would jab around the ring, circle their opponent, keep them walking, playing with them. And those people were also, highly sought after. But now it seems like we're getting kind of knockout heavy, where it's like, bro, if you're not throwing more than 50 punches, I don't really want to see you. You gotta have the volume, you gotta have the skill, you gotta have the wherewithal, you gotta have the defense. Nowadays, you gotta be a complete fighter, like a real complete fighter, like 100%, because they're gonna pick you apart. We're gonna pick you apart no matter what you do. Jab good, you have a good right hand.
I even went to go see a Shakur Stevenson fight, and when I woke up, the janitor dude was like, "Hey, it's time to leave." I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like,
Still picking Shakur to whoop Cepeda.
Huh? Cepeda, it's gonna be a good fight. I want to see that one.
Tariq,
that's got to be in a small ring.
Tariq White says, "Salute Nuke. I love the channel, bro. Shout out to Supreme New York all day, every day."
Salute, Papa.
JMA says, "Never saw Hagler or Hearns." I'm assuming that was towards you, Solidus. My brother, the Gooch, says, "You're only as good as your last fight. Right or wrong, that's how boxing works. Devin needs to get someone in the ring and put that fight behind him." This is what I'm saying. But some people don't believe that. Some people believe that, well, I don't think Devin will fight like that. If he fought like a coward, he's going to do it again.
Yo, by the way, I bought 5 tickets. I'm going to go see the fight. Belanga.
Ooh. And Alfredo says, "We need phone booth boxing." Man, wouldn't that be great?
Y'all think Devin Haney's value is just going down to the gutter?
Yes, it's going down.
He did that though. He did that, man.
He's been down there.
His best fight was in the courtroom.
Yeah, exactly. His biggest win.
His biggest fight was in the courtroom going like this.
I got a weird question for the panel before we get on the next topic. It's just something I've been pondering, and I seen it online the other day, and it's just really been bothering me. The post read, who would win, Andre Ward or Triple G, if these guys fought at the right time? And I want to ask everybody on the panel, and there's no right or wrong answer. Both of these guys were excellent fighters, so there's no right or wrong answer. I just want to hear what people think. Round one, who did you think would win that, Triple G or Andre Ward?
Ooh, that would have been a good fight. I wish we seen Triple G move up, but I think Andre Ward probably via elbow, because he would have been touching him with the elbows like he does his opponent.
Solid. Who you got in the Triple G Ward if we ever got that great fight?
I think Andre Ward would beat him.
Okay. How do you think he'd win? Knockout, decision?
I think he can get it. I think he would have got a decision.
Okay. Would it be controversial or be just clean, unanimous?
Nah, clear. He's a better boxer than Triple G. Okay. He can outbox him.
Okay. That's what I thought too. But now I'm thinking, isn't Andre Ward a Philly shell boxer?
Yeah.
Am I confused?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Is this timing after or before like a Canelo fight? Because I'm pretty sure Triple G was handling Canelo's, Mexican taco shell a little better.
I'll
go next. I'll go next.
Okay, hit kick. Go ahead, go.
Triple G by late knockout. I'm dead serious.
I'm picking Gennady Golovkin.
Yeah,
hey, man, he has the chin. Never got dropped. Andre Ward got dropped. Ain't no way you put Kovalev over Gennady.
A Triple G.
Triple G
by knockout.
We got Preem, and then Mauricio. Who did you pick in that fight? Ward or Triple G? Who was your final prediction on that?
I think Triple G got it. Honestly, if Andre Ward gets too close, like he likes to be, he does like to get up close sometimes and try to do some body work. But Triple G's too solid. He's too smart. He's not fast, but he hits hard and he's smart with his punch selection. So, I mean, Andre is really fucking skilled, bro. He's really skilled, but he's also really emotional in there. Triple G doesn't get phased. He don't give a fuck. I got Andre Ward losing emotionally. Probably decision.
Man, and the most interesting take on the panel, the one that I have no idea which way this is gonna go is Steel Mills. Steel, who you got in that fight? Triple G, Andre Ward.
I think he's saying Andre Ward.
Steel frozen. He's muted. He muted Steel.
I think he's still muted. Steel, did you want to pick on this one or what?
I think he's muted and he hasn't realized that he muted. Steel might be having tech issues.
You on mute?
Oh, you're talking on the phone.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, my fault. I'm on the phone with my wife, man.
My bad.
No, I'm gonna be as soon as I'll be right back in a few minutes.
Okay, you good, Steel. You good.
But remember the question because I want to answer when I come back.
I got you.
It's Triple G and Andre Ward. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you guys my thoughts on it real quick. I picked Triple G to win the fight by late stoppage as well, similar to Hit Kid. And the reason why I would pick Triple G to win the fight, I think it will have a rematch and possibly a trilogy. I think Triple G was stopping late in the first fight. But because Andre Ward is such a big payday and all of that, I think the fight there would be some kind of rematch or something happen. And then I think Andre Ward would end up getting like a decision in the rematch.
Could I just ask this then, quick to Nuke?
Yeah.
Does everyone on this panel agree that Ward? The problem with Ward is, how we say you always go out on your last fights, like what we were just doing before.
Yeah.
Ward's last two fights of his career, the ones against Kovalev, the robbery decision in the first fight. My dad still says Ward won that fight clear. I think he's a fucking nut.
He is.
and then the second fight, the reason why we always say controversy on that, even though I think Ward was on the way to potentially winning that fight, was the low blows. There were low blows, which, knocked Kovalev out. If you all remember, it weren't body shots, it was low blows.
Yeah, I mean, that's when Andre Ward was playing the Nutcracker in the rematch.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know about that, but who y'all think is going to win between Usyk and my guy?
Usyk and Dubois?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Dubois got a chance, but I still got Usyk 70-30 Usyk.
I think Dubois has a chance as well, but I'm picking Usyk, and that's
70,
the British.
70-30 for me. 70-30.
He'll be cheering Dubois. I'll be cheering Dubois, but I'm picking Usyk.
I really want to know, Mirage,
Usyk?
if you're somewhere in the chat or if you want to get on. Mirage, who do you have in that fight with Usyk Dubois? I need to know Mirage's opinion on that. For the first time, I really want to know Mirage's opinion. Normally, I wipe my ass with Mirage's opinion, but I really want to hear it this time.
Follow this. Who you got? Who you think you're going to win?
I'm going to say Usyk. Close win for Usyk. Because I think Daniel Dubois has been on fire since that eye injury. So I think it's going to be... I wouldn't be surprised at an upset, but I'm going to play it safe and say Usyk. But I would not be surprised if he gets upset.
Man, I got a question, man.
Hold on, one second. And one baller says, Ashley and Garage are sad that Trump and Elon broke up. There you go. What's your question, Carlos?
You know, I know we talk about Usyk and Dubois, but I really want to talk about that Andre Ward because is it me? But I'm sorry, but many people overrate Andre Ward.
No, you're right. You're right.
Like this dude Andre Ward did it for Adonis Stevenson, and this dude Andre Ward knew when to retire when when real monsters was gonna get into the mix of things like Beterbiev.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Andre Ward.
Beterbiev only had 12 fights when Andre Ward retired. He was a baby. They weren't going to fight anyways.
Hold on. One thing I will say is, we know Andre Ward was an excellent fighter, but he was very overrated skills wise. I mean, we've seen a journeyman in Darnell Boone drop him. Seen him on the ground against Darnell Boone. We've seen Sergey Kovalev get robbed. We've seen these things, so we know that Andre Ward's beatable. Because we saw him lose against Sergey Kovalev, and obviously they gave him.
That don't make him overrated, though.
What do you mean? It was his biggest fight.
It don't make him overrated.
It was his biggest
There's
fight.
no, unless you're talking about Floyd, there's no perfect fighter.
Hold on, solid. It's his
winning
biggest
by
fight.
low blows, elbowing people. Come on, man.
Bro, come on, bro. He won the
Super
Super 6 middleweight tournament. That stamped him right there. Now, the Kovalev fight was controversial. I'm not mad at that.
Hold on. So
but the second fight, come on now.
Hold on. So did the World Boxing Super Series stamp Callum Smith?
Yeah, no. Who said Callum Smith was bad? Who said Callum Smith was bad? He about to lose to Benavidez, but who said he's a bad fighter? Did you hear me say that?
No, but we've heard others say that on here, so I'm going to say.
Okay.
But here's the thing: you're holding.
He mixed me up with somebody else.
No, Soda. I'm not having to go you. But here's the thing: you are holding Nuke to that energy over the World Boxing Super Series. Let me ask this then: can we hold them? No, I'm asking you here for some same energy. All I'm asking is, if you're saying that to Nuke, of Andre Ward, can you hold it then to the same people like Mirage and Ashley, who were saying, when Benavidez is set to fight Callum Smith, that, like Callum Smith's nobody, doesn't stand a chance?
Nah, they say Callum Smith's a nobody.
When Callum Smith fought Canelo, and they weren't giving the credit for the
wait a minute. Who said Callum Smith's a nobody?
No, but I'm on about Nuke.
No, I know. I'm just asking Solidus about this. Who said Callum Smith's a nobody, Solidus?
I think you asking his kid that. I never said that.
I'm asking you.
I never said that.
You said they said that Callum Smith's a nobody. That's what you just said.
No, I said you must be confused with somebody else. I never said he was a nobody for you to say that. Because I said Andre Ward was stamped.
Nobody. I'm saying you said that somebody else said that Callum Smith was a nobody. Who said Callum Smith was a nobody?
No, what I'm saying is somebody has to have said that for you to ask me that.
Okay. Here, you.
I just said what makes you think that Benavidez is going to beat Callum Smith and how?
Bro, he's going to beat Callum Smith. Like if this fight looks like it's going to happen, he's going to beat Callum Smith.
No,
I know y'all don't like. I know.
No. I'm not saying. Don't talk about. I don't like. I like boxing. I love boxing. I like talent. I just want to know. I just want to know how is. Listen, but how is Benavidez going to break him down? Is it a knockout? Is it going to be a call at the end? How's it going to be?
This probably going to be an 8th round knockout.
Oh shit! Hit kid.
Hey, let me ask this though. When did Callum Smith become this great fighter?
But that's the point. You just
say it.
He's a good fighter.
Lied about it.
Wait, Nick, he just body bagged himself.
He did.
He just said, let me explain. He just said, no, 2 minutes ago.
No, for real.
No, you don't let me finish this.
Let him finish.
Hey, wait a minute.
No, fuck that.
Is there a
Let him
difference
finish.
between a good fighter and a great fighter?
Hold on, fellas. Let him finish. Let him
You
finish.
just said Andre Ward was a great fighter off the Super Series win. Did you or did you not?
Hold up. Say it again. Say it again.
You
What'd you
just
say,
said
man?
that Andre Ward was a great level fighter off the Super Series win. Did you or did
See,
you
you're
not?
not listening. You're not listening. What I said was the boxing public stamped Andre Ward after the Super 6 win. That's what I said.
So are we not giving Callum Smith the same stamp of approval?
He
Or
can,
would you be incorrect?
if Callum, I wouldn't because Callum Smith been getting folded up.
That's
He
not
got
fair,
folded up
dude.
lately,
That's not fair.
so I wouldn't. But if
Callum
y'all
Smith
want to,
won
go
a good
ahead.
fight, though,
I
last
wouldn't.
fight.
He's good,
Look,
yeah. See, I
Callum Smith's
think
two
the
losses
mistake.
that-
I think the mistake y'all make is just because somebody's lost before or been beaten before. I think y'all take it like, oh, they're trash now. I'm not saying that. I've seen Callum Smith get folded up. I have not seen Benavidez or Andre Ward get folded up. So I would say, yeah, Callum Smith is good, but what gives y'all idea he's going to beat Benavidez?
I don't think Callum Smith is trash and all that because the two people
He
he's
looked
lost
trash
to-
against Canelo. Could you admit to that?
Benavidez got dropped by a
I'm making
He
journeyman.
looked
but-
trash
but-
against an elite pound for pound,
He looked
once in a
Okay, he looked trash.
generational fighter.
Nonetheless, he looked trash, right?
Against an elite generational
Okay,
fighter.
Canelo folded him up pretty
It's
easily,
level
right?
competition. Level
Hey, would y'all
competition.
agree
And
that
Andre
Canelo
Ward
folded
looked
Callum
trash-
Smith
hold
up pretty
on.
easily?
And Andre Ward looked trash against Sergey Kovalev. What's your point?
He looked trash. All
He
right.
looked trash against Sergey
All right,
Kovalev.
bro.
Yes,
He looked trash against
Okay, yeah,
Sergey
y'all just be
Kovalev.
all over the place saying bullshit. All
No,
right.
I'm saying facts.
How did he look trash against Kovalev, bro? Come on, man.
Everybody said get his ass whooped. The whole world. What do you mean how? Did you not watch the fight?
He got knocked down and got back up. That's
Not
trash.
just that he was getting his ass beat the whole fight.
Kovalev got robbed in the first fight. Soldiers,
All
come
right,
on.
bro.
Come on,
I
Soldiers.
think we all would
agree.
agree. I think we all would agree. Canelo beat Callum Smith worse than Kovalev beat Ward. I think we all would agree to that. He looked trash in the Canelo fight. Ward did not look trash versus Kovalev. Stop it.
He did in the first
Stop
fight.
it, bro.
He did in the
He
first
did
fight.
not look trash. Stop
He did
it.
in the first fight. Kovalev clearly won that fight and beat his ass.
For real.
And got robbed.
And
Come on.
then,
I'm not saying he looked as bad as Smith did against Canelo, let me be clear. But let's call a
okay,
spade a
then.
spade.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's call a spade
Canelo's
a
a different
spade
kind of
here.
fighter.
Canelo is
You can't slight this man, but then give this man credit.
I'm sorry, hold on, everybody on the panel. 1 second. I just gotta say this. I gotta say this. All-time history, Canelo's a better fighter than Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev overall. And he's way above both of those. He's like a level at least above both of those guys. So when you say a guy look bad against a prime Canelo,
I didn't hear you.
because both of those guys would look bad against a prime Canelo.
I didn't hear you.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there are levels to this. And
What did he
also,
say?
I'm saying there's levels to this. I'm saying Canelo is a better pound for pound fighter than, Kovalev and all that. Who Ward looked trash against in the first fight, especially. By the way, I'm going to cause some controversy right now. Smith by late round stoppage.
Eden says, hold on, wait a minute. Eden,
Damn, who wrote that shit?
hold on. Eden says, solid as T is deep throating a slick black dick.
Yikes.
Oh, man, Eden.
Man,
Bro.
Yeah.
I told you, I shy away from the homo stuff. I don't do that. I have no response for that. They keep saying gay jokes. I'm just going to keep avoiding
It's all
it.
good, bro. Leave it at that, bro.
No,
You don't
that's
got to
fair.
give them
Leave it
that
at that.
energy, bro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
No, I definitely ain't worried about
Protect
it.
your energy, brother. Protect your energy.
The beat, they're mad at the Hispanic joke. The Hispanic joke I allegedly made. So then now the angry Hispanics is after me. That's all it is.
Angry Hispanics.
Now they got to
It's
say
all right.
faggot shit to try to piss me off, but it's okay.
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
all right.
whoa.
Don't worry.
Protect your
They're
energy,
just saying
bro.
a couple of
Protect
gay
your energy,
things,
man.
Oh,
Gay
man.
means when you're happy, so don't worry about it.
Go ahead, Nick.
Mirage
right.
says, Hit Kid is dumber than I thought.
Oh, Mirage, come on. Come in, Mirage.
I actually think Smith, I think Smith Benavidez is close, but I'm picking Smith. My thing is with the Smith.
That's what that's what you're talking about?
No,
So
we're
if
moving on to it.
Smith can't handle the pressure of a forward walking Canelo,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. What are they talking
So
about?
how is he
Exactly.
gonna?
What the fuck
I'm
y'all
just
talking
using my
about?
head. I'm just trying to think like how he's gonna deal with
They
the
don't
pressure of
like Benavidez.
Benavidez.
They downplay Benavidez because of the Canelo shit. They're scared that if he fight Canelo, he gonna beat him, so they downplay Benavidez. That's why
We're
they're
about
saying
to
that
get
dumb
into
shit.
that topic too.
Can I answer? Can I answer
Go ahead and answer.
Rodriguez? Can I answer Rodriguez? And I'm dead serious
That
on
shit
this.
don't make no sense.
And say, hold on, go ahead and answer. And then if you got any comment towards Mirage as well, hit kid.
No. Two reasons why I actually fancy Smith now. And trust me, I've been going back and forth on this fight. Two reasons I fancy Smith. One, bigger weight, 175. I know that both men moved up from 168 to 175. Smith was killed at the weight at 168 when going into fight Canelo. He struggled. He should have lost the fight before the Canelo fight against John Ryder. People forget that he got a robbery of a decision here in the UK. Smith was killed at the weight, and Canelo absolutely pounded him to the body and all that, and the rest is history. Second reason, and this is just what we have seen clearly during Benavidez' run at 175. One thing which you need to deter Callum Smith, which Better BF and Canelo had, is power.
Yeah.
David Benavidez' power has not moved up from 168 to 175 at all. And if anyone wants to disagree with me, please do. But
I don't disagree with you, bro. I don't disagree with you. But that sort of volume and those sort of levels of punching, like I'm telling you, I don't see. The dude already got white hair, bro. He's aging himself out. You know what I'm saying?
I think if I can step in real quick, I think that the point that Hit is making and the reason why he's picking Callum Smith is because David Benavidez is an excellent fighter. So taking nothing away, I think everybody. And I've always said that David is an excellent fighter. I've been on record of saying David's an excellent fighter.
I think he's a really good fighter.
He's a really good fighter, right, Solid? Haven't you always heard me say that about David?
I love Benavidez.
Nah, you know what it is, but you downplay him because you scared that if he fight Canelo, he gonna whoop Canelo.
I just said he was an excellent fighter.
You saying that now, but to be honest with y'all, it's more of the panel, not 100% IBF.
No,
thank you, Sol. Thank you. I appreciate Solid.
Benavidez is a really good fighter.
Look,
my thing is he's been overhyped. That's always my problem.
Look, David Benavidez is an excellent fighter. I've always said that. One thing I will say is that I think the point that Hit is making, and even if he's not making it, I'll make it, is I think the fight is the reason why it's intriguing. It's because Callum Smith is a proven puncher at 75, and David Benavidez is not.
Power than Benavidez.
David doesn't have any power up there. He's just an average pedestrian puncher, and he wins fight off of volume and pressure.
And we've seen Benavidez go down. Listen, the knockdown against Morel wasn't really a knockdown, but we've seen Benavidez drop to 168 with power.
Yeah,
let's just be honest.
And then that's why
we're talking about something that happened 8 years ago.
But he's still back, Solidus. It's
8 years ago. I can't even get away with making that. I can't get away with making that point. Why are you able to?
Still fat, my man. Well, then, if we're talking more recently, even though I don't think it was much of a knockdown,
I'm talking about something that happened 8 years ago.
He got dropped against Morel.
But he still got hurt. Solid.
And everybody's saying that wasn't a drop against Morel. Now it's a drop.
Hold on, I
did get hurt against Morel.
Hold on. He still got hurt by a pedestrian fighter, and his defense hasn't improved to the point where he couldn't get clocked with a similar shot. So we still see these things. We still see these flaws in David.
If he takes the uppercut,
and hold on, and this takes nothing away from David.
Who doesn't get clocked?
Hold on 1 second. So is David Benavidez a real puncher at 75? No, he's not. We can all agree to that. Can we at least agree that he's not a good puncher at 75? Can we agree to that, Solid? Can we agree that Callum Smith
let me get 2 more fights, then I'll be able to come back.
175 than David Benavidez. Can we agree to
that?
No, 3 fights.
He's not.
Can we agree to that, Solid?
I disagree. He's not a bigger puncher than Benavidez at 68 or 75. No.
What? Why? How do you come up with this?
Bro, he does not do damage to niggas like Benavidez does. You all know this.
How many knockouts
you all
David got
know
at 75?
This. Let me get 2 more fights.
How many knockouts does David have at 75?
Let me get 2 more fights. Because you already know he has none. He's new. He's new to the division. You can't give him that.
Solid. How many knockouts does David have at 75?
He's 2 fights in. He has 0. He's 0 for 2.
Okay. And hold on.
So that means he has no power.
No,
Yeah, go ahead and
It just means that it hasn't carried well. You know what I mean? He hasn't. He's
How many fighters do you think would be able to knock out Morrell?
No. Was he talking about Benavidez or Smith then with knockouts at 75? So
All right.
just answer.
Well, we're gonna find out from
I'm
Morrell
not gonna
fighting in
lie,
this card.
Solus. You've had a lot of good points and you've had a lot of weird points, but this one doesn't make any sense.
No,
Two fights, 6-week training camps each, probably, maybe even 8 weeks, and a whole fucking slew of time in between. He could have been lifting weights. He could have been doing anything. His power still has not transferred. That is just a fact.
Mauricio.
Whoa.
Mauricio cooking.
And the problem
Nah,
is,
he's 0 for 2 at 75, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have power. He's still doing damage to these guys.
Nobody's saying he has
The
no
knockout,
power, but
knockout at 75 is coming. It's coming.
Nobody's saying he has no power, Solidus, but as of right now, we're saying he's not a big puncher for the weight class. He's not a big puncher. Callum Smith is a bigger puncher at 75 than David Benavidez. That's a
He's a
fact.
naturally bigger puncher.
Even though he's older than him.
But he's still a bigger puncher than David. That's a fact.
He's going to get washed,
I
bro.
got Smith losing for inactivity and possibly
Mirage has come on this show. No, fuck that. Mirage has come on this show and he says he's worried about David losing this fight to Callum because Callum's such a big puncher. Mirage said that.
Hey, can we at least agree that
who said that?
Maybe listen, can we at least agree and say that Benavidez maybe had had this much of defense at least when he fought Morrell? His defense looked a little better.
A bit better, yes. I will agree on that, Supreme. Benavidez' defense did look a bit better.
I'm just saying that because, I mean, he surprised me. He surprised me with that defense. I was caught off guard.
Supreme, I will agree. During the mid-rounds, Benavidez had a bit better defense against Morrell, but can we all agree?
I learned something.
Round 4, when Morrell hurt him with that uppercut, we all remember the shot in the corner. Let me just put this into context. If Callum Smith lands that same punch on Benavidez at full power, which Morrell hurt Benavidez with, can we all agree Benavidez is going down and probably not getting back up?
I don't know about not getting back up. David Benavidez got kind of a heart.
Well, Rodriguez, if he gets back up, he gets stopped that same round if there's still time on the clock.
He's talking about the same shit, bro.
Even Steele's saying it's a fact.
Steele's
saying it's a fact.
This is 175. This ain't no blown up 160s that he was fighting at 168.
That's a fact.
I agree.
I mean, did Benavidez had a lot of knockouts at 168?
Hold on one second, because I got to go back to Steele on that question. Let me read this first. The Gooch says David has not proven he is a great fighter. That's a fact. David has not proven he's a great fighter, no matter what anybody says. Even Mirage admits that David's not a great fighter.
This will be a step towards it if he beats Smith decisively.
JMA says race is Solidus' safe word. When he can't get an idea, he goes to race. Shout out to JMA. JMA, you cooking with water.
We can agree this will be a step towards Benavidez being a great fighter if he was able to decisively beat Smith.
It's fights like this that can push David forward. But David still, but David fans have put him at the highest level, saying that he can walk through Bivol, he can walk through Beterbiev. So even if he beats Callum Smith, which is a excellent fight for him, he still needs to prove that he can beat the guys like the Bivols, like the Beterbievs, because that's the standard that they hold him to. So that's the standard he has to prove. That's all I'm saying, and I think that's fair.
Like, can he beat an active champion?
That's another question. Domo says Solidus, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that David is good, not great fighter. He shines against C- level fighters and doesn't against B- level fighters. Would you agree with that assessment, Solidus?
Damn.
Like I said, man, we know why they're saying these things. It's
I just want to
unfortunate.
know where you have him, like as like a ranking. Like, where's Benavidez on your level? You know what I mean? Like, I like how you see it, Solus.
I think he's a great. I think he's a great fighter. I think right now in the lightweight division, I think I got a number 3 behind Bivol and Beterbiev.
Well, you have to because I mean he hasn't fought them.
And he's
So
a
you put him
champion.
so Solidus, you put him in your power for power list?
Oh God.
Yeah, my top 5. Yeah.
Hey, wherever you are, Mirage, step up, Mirage. Mirage, step up, you pussy.
Out of your top 5.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Domo says, hold on. We got to go to Mills real quick because he's loving it. Domo says Canelo's dimension made dealing with him harder. So that's why it was a harder fight for Callum Smith with Canelo Alvarez, his dimension.
Well, yeah,
all right.
Of course. Canelo.
All right. And hold on. Welcome to the show, Clavo, my brother. And Carlos says top five.
That's what he said,
Top
Carlos.
five.
That's what he said, bro.
I
You
got
already
it,
heard, bro. He
Yeah.
said the top five.
I can't have him in my personal top five.
I mean,
You can, bro. Nobody's gonna say
yeah,
shit to
right.
you, bro.
You're better than him.
Can you give me
They
your
can't
top
say
10
shit
real
to
quick,
you, bro.
Solid?
Their top
Hold on,
five
everybody.
probably got some shit.
Solid. Can you give me your top 10?
Top 10.
Top 10. It don't even have. Yeah. Go ahead.
Just top five. Fuck it. Top five.
No. I want your top 10. Fuck that. Give me the top 10.
Top 10. Hey, the landlord's spoken. Hey, give him.
All right. I would say Nakatami at 10. Bam at 9. I got Viterbi up at 8. Who I want to put? I had Mugia on there, but I'm going to take him out because of what happened recently.
Oh, my God.
He's a
Number 7.
fighter.
Oh, my God.
Number 7, I'm going to put Boots number 7.
I'm about to pass out. Like this.
What the hell's
The way I'm
happening?
on it.
Boots at number 7. Number 6.
Oh, my God.
I'll say Usyk 6. Crawford 5. Canelo. Canelo 6.
Is this pound for
Canelo
pound?
4. Inoue 3. And number 2, I'm going to put
Ben, I put Crawford as 1.
I like Bivol. I like the way Bivol boxed, so I got him 2. And number 1,
You got David.
Don't say Crawford.
I had Crawford 5. Number 1, shit.
Gonna say David.
Is David.
Who would I put number 1?
Hold on. You got Tank and David that are missing from your list, Solids.
Yeah, I like.
Usyk at 6.
I'm not gonna put David in this because y'all expecting me to say him.
He put Usyk at 6.
No, I want your
We want your honest opinion.
I'm gonna put number 1. My number 1 is Shakur.
Don't run from the panel.
Authentic
Don't run
list.
from the panel. Say if he's number 1 for you, number 1.
If he's number 1 for you, say it. I mean, if he's number
that
1,
shit.
2, 3,
Nah,
4,
this
five,
is-
I mean,
this
that's
is-
your list, Solid.
I
Man,
think-
speak up with your heart,
list
bro.
is fucked up.
Hell
It's
yeah,
your
don't
list.
go.
No,
Speak with
what I'm
your heart.
saying is
I
this
mean,
is my
Mills got
personal. Hold up.
Kambosos in his top 5. Come on.
No, hold
No
up.
progress
This is
on you, no
my
progress.
personal top 10 list. People want me
Okay,
to say who they want me to put in there.
Okay.
So
there's
David's not on
confusion.
there at all.
These are guys that I like.
And
I might hold on, let me say this. And there's also I might leave out some other guys that I like as well. That's what I'm saying. But these are guys that I like.
Hold on, hit. I gotta get this
You
point
got
out.
my
I gotta
name on
get
that
this point out
pound
real
list?
quick, Solid. Forget who you like. What's your top 10 right now as far as pound for pound list? If you had to put together one, what's your pound for pound list?
I just said it.
So that is your pound for pound list.
Yeah, that's who I like right now. Yeah.
Munguia was on there.
You got Jaime Munguia
Yeah,
on
I
the
like
pound for
I like
pound?
Mugia. Yeah.
That is wild.
I thought he was starting
That's a
to.
pound for pound list.
Y'all don't like Mugia? Well, I like Mugia.
Can I go for a top 10?
I like Mugia too, but he ain't
Bro,
bro.
Hold on.
Nah, this is the saddest one ever, bro. This is the saddest one ever.
I gotta tell this to the audience. I don't want anybody calling him Jaime Munguia anymore. From now on, his name is Juicy J.
Juicy J.
I like
Juicy
it.
J.
I love it.
Yeah, he's not on there no more after that. But I thought Mugia was a talented fighter. I was kind of
He
a
is a
fan,
talented
but
fighter, but you shouldn't have put him on no pound for pound list, bro.
Munguia ain't on nobody's pound for pound. I ain't never heard Munguia on no pound for pound conversation.
Let me give a pound for pound list.
And
I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying it's not.
I want Hit Kid to respond with his.
So this is my list. This is my list. I'll go from.
Hold on. The only thing I want to say is I think anybody putting Usyk at number 6 is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Exactly what I was going to say. All right, so this is.
You can go Hit.
So,
Bro, it's in no particular order, bro.
I'm not going in order, and this is off, in my opinion, pound for pound
So
fighters.
no order. This is just his list.
This is just my list, and pretty much, I'm just going to give you 10 names, okay? But I'll go in order in a sense. I'll give an order for mine. Number 1, my pound for pound favorite fighter, and in my opinion, the pound for pound best fighter in the world, Inoue. I refuse to hear differently. The man is double undisputed. The man is a killer, a beast of a man. You all know my love for Inoue. Number 2 is Usyk, double undisputed, cruiserweight and heavyweight. What a career! One of the best fighters in the world today. Number 3 is
Whoa. These lists are based on guys' accomplishments, not who you necessarily just like. Because mine is based on who I just like, not necessarily their accomplishments.
I'm going through like as well. I love Usyk and I love
Because I'm going off of who I actually like, and not necessarily their accomplishments.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going off accomplishments and like, and there are a few fighters I like on here.
Well, mine's is strictly who I like.
Okay. Well, in fact, it's just like, let me go through. Number 3 is Canelo Alvarez. I always like watching Canelo's fights. They're always entertaining, even though the skull ran like a bitch last time. So pretty much Canelo's always up there. Number 4, if I'm just going on purely like, I'll put it like this. Number 4 is Ben Rodriguez, the most exciting young star in the sport. Doesn't get enough love, in my opinion. And this is just on pure like from now on, okay? The top 3 is still the top 3, but Ben Rodriguez is my number 4. Pure like, love watching Ben Rodriguez fight. I think he's a killer, a beast, and everything. We'll definitely be watching his next fight. Number 5, because he's shown us a different level, and also because it's been come up with this guy, and this is me as a UK fighter speaking. I'm going to have Daniel Dubois in my top 10 for like fighters. Look at the re-raise of Daniel Dubois. Look how he's built his stock back up. I think for like, if we're just talking liking, not accomplishments, it'd be much lower. But this is about like, okay. So that's why I have Dubois there. Number 6 is Nakatani. For entertainment, Nakatani. I want him in a new way fight. Same as Supreme. We all want that fight. If you're a boxing purist, you want that fight, and that is a fact. Number 7 is Vergil Ortiz. The man fights everybody. Yeah. The man doesn't duck. The man is pure entertainment. He belongs on the list. I absolutely love him, and I'm a big fan of his. Number 8 is, and this one is obvious, Dmitry Bivol. In my opinion, the most skilled fighter on the fucking planet. The best pure boxer, I think, out of any weight class. I love Bivol. I even picked him up a better BF+, avenging the fight in the rematch. Nuke will tell you that. So I love Bivol. I think he's pure entertainment. Speaking about skill fighters, and I'll get a bit of flack for this one. Number 9, Shakur Stevenson. Oh, yeah, I'm a Shakur fan. I like Shakur's fight style. No, can he be a bit boring sometimes? Yes. Do I wish he'd sit down more on his punches? Absolutely. But I'm a Shakur Stevenson fan. He is, in my opinion, the main man at lightweight now in that 130 division because Tank's a ducker. Keyshawn, we don't need to go down how he disgraced himself. A fight I would love to see is Andy Cruz versus Shakur Stevenson. If that ever happens, sign me the fuck up. That'd be a great fight.
Me too.
Number 10, this one is for me. And by the way, a quick honorable mention to Janabet, the killer at middleweight, but he's the honorable mention. Number 10, the best cruiserweight in the world, and a guy, David Benavidez, should avoid like the black plague because he called him out on Instagram like an idiot, Jai Opataya. That's my top 10.
See, that top 10. When he got past the accomplishment, that was authentic because he picked guys that he liked, not necessarily the thing. No. I do it, but that's what I was doing.
Solders, before you say it was authentic, the top 3 is still authentic. Newt will tell you, I'm always watching a Usyk fight. No, let me go. I'm always watching a Usyk fight because of the man's resume and all that, and because of how great he is. Newt will tell you I've watched Canelo fights for years. Even a few fights I don't think Canelo won, especially the Golovkin fights, the first 2. I thought Canelo did. I know for a fact he didn't win the first Golovkin fight. That was a fucking robbery. But I've always watched Canelo because I've always been entertained. Right. And I've always said this to Nuke. My favorite fighter in boxing is Inoue by a mile. He is the most entertaining boxer on the planet today. That is still an authentic top 10. Thank you.
See, I don't think you listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is your list was authentic because you picked guys that you actually liked, even though you threw in some accomplishments. But you picked guys that you actually liked.
So
that's the same thing I did. I picked guys that I liked.
So what we were asking was the pound for pound list, and so but before we do that, I want to go to Mills, then Clavo, and then we can circle back on your pound for pound list. Mills and Clavo, I got a question for you guys. Then I want your list. Your pound for pound list, but I'll get that right after Solidus list. Solidus, can you give me a pound for pound list after? Not the guys you like, but an actual top 10 pound for pound list of yours.
Okay, the pound for pound.
Yeah.
I think as of right now.
Get that together. Let me go to Mills real quick. Oh, okay. Mills, on the hypothetical fight that I wanted to ask you about, Andre Ward, Triple G. If the fight would have happened a long time ago, who would you have picked in that fight?
Shut up! Yo, that would have been a bang fest, man. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know.
What kind of racist shit was that?
Mirage is no longer here.
Mirage is dumbass.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, man, I don't know. I honestly don't know, Brody. I do not know. I think Golovkin could have fought as high as like heavyweight, me personally. So seeing, just seeing him, if Golovkin would have went up there and fought him at 168, man, Golovkin could beat Ward, dog. Golovkin could beat Ward. Golovkin can beat Ward. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You think it's a close 50-50 type of fight at that
That is
point?
a 50-50 fight to me. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds 50-50.
Okay. Let me ask Clavo, and then I'm gonna come back for your pound for pound list too, Mills. Your top 10. So I need you to get that together for me.
Hold on, Nuke. Are we talking top 10
straight up pound for pound where they belong on the list?
Accomplishments now.
Yes,
and all that,
accomplishments.
I'll get my list.
Clavo, who wins back in the day? Well, I guess Clavo got to come back. I don't know where he went.
I think he's.
Let me go to Solidus and go ahead. Solidus, you ready with your pound for pound list?
Yeah.
All right. Who do you got on your pound for pound list, Solidus?
All right. I would say 5. I would say, in a way, I would have number 1. I think he's the top dog. I would say Usyk number 2. I would say Cinnamon number 3. I would say Bud 4. Yeah, Bivol 5. Number 6. I would say Benavidez number 6. Vitervia 7. Boots 8.
No.
Number 9 and 10. I'm gonna give number 9 to Nakatami. I think he's done enough. I like him. And number 10, the last one. Let me see.
I'm trying to push
Shakur. Because out of Shakur taking
that ain't terrible.
out of Tank, Shakur, and Devin, I like Shakur the most. So I'm gonna say Shakur.
That's an interesting list. That's an interesting list. I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna go to Hit Kid's list. Hold on, before I go to yours, Hit. Let me just read these comments. Domo says Solidus top 5 is David Benavidez 5 times. my brother Julio says, my bad, Nuke. Big Vang got caught up busting cheeks. Salute, Duke. Salute to you, my brother. Keep getting them cheeks, my brother. Remember, all cheeks matter. My brother Andy says, for Solidus Saul cry, if the fight ever happens, David gets beat by Canelo, what will he say after? Need an answer, then he can go back to moaning David's name when he wipes his ass. Oh my goodness!
Why do they keep coming at me with the homo stuff? I'm thinking these guys. I'm thinking there's a million ways these guys can insult me. They just keep saying gay shit. Why?
You give them energy, bro. You got to protect that, bro. Just don't even. You know what I'm saying?
I know you ain't saying I give them no gay energy.
No, you cool.
Oh my gosh!
Blaze energy.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Oh man.
No, I'm saying you're putting too much effort towards talking back to it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't fuck with it, just don't fuck with it, bro.
Oh man.
Can I go ahead with my top 10?
Hold on.
But still, though, you would think, okay, these guys got real jokes. They just keep saying FAG stuff.
All right, and one baller says Garage, Ashley, and Flame Thong. He called it Flame Thong. Oh my goodness!
Can I go with my top 10, Nuke?
Yeah. Hold on, let me go to Carlos. I think Carlos wanted to go first, right, Carlos?
Yeah, Carlos.
I'll be quick. Don't worry. Number 1, this is my pound for pound list. And there's a lot of great fighters out there, but for right now, subject to change. But number 1, Inoue. Number 2, Yusuke. Number 3, Bivol. Number 4, Canelo. Number 5, Crawford. Number 6, Beterbiev. Here's the good part. Number 7, number 8 can change. I'll tell you why. Nakatani, number 7. Number 8, Bam Rodriguez. But if Bam Rodriguez stops Afu and unifies, he could jump to 7 and Nakatani to 8, but they are really close to each other. And number 9, Janabek, and number 10, I gotta put him, man. He represents my island, man. Oscar Collazo. He a unified 105 champion.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Hey, man, bring magazine on top of that, man. And he can move up to 108 and do some work up there. So that's why you're pound for pound. Number 10.
Yeah. Sorry, you being really hateful right now.
That is a really good. That's a good name right there. Very
Hey
good.
kid, what list you got?
All right, so I have a top 10 list. People may disagree with this, but this is my list personally. By the way, honorable mention to Janabek and Oscar Collazo. Honorable mentions, first of all. And I realize, and I'm beginning to regret picking not putting Janabek on this list, but I need him to get undisputed because he would definitely take me top 10 spot. Okay, let me go through it. So one's obvious, it's Inoue, pound for pound best fighter in the world. I've already said that. Two is Usyk off his resume. Number 3 on my list is Dimitri Bivol. I think he's the most skilled fighter in boxing, pound for pound wise. Number 4 is Saul Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed run at 168 and being the face of boxing. Used to be higher. I can't put him over Bivol because Bivol has beaten. Like, that's just me, okay? Number 5 is Bull Crawford. The reason why Crawford has slipped, despite his undisputed run, is because of activity.
Yeah, he's inactive.
That is why Crawford has slipped all the way to number 5. I have Bam Rodriguez at number 6. I have Jai Opetaia, the most dangerous cruiserweight in the world, in my opinion, at number 7. Yep. Honorable mention to Soto, but Jai Opetaia for me is the most dangerous cruiserweight in the world. Number 8 is Nakatani. Number 9, even though he lost this last fight, is Beterbiev. You still got to consider that record, and the only loss is to, in my opinion, my pound for pound number 3, which is, what do you call it, Bivol? Number 10 is where I'm going to get some heat.
Come on.
No. Number 10 is where I'm going to get some heat. But former undisputed current world champion, I think he's the best fighter in his weight class. Number 10 is Shakur Stevenson.
Oh, man.
That's the one where I thought about Janabe, but Shakur is number 10.
I can't be mad at that list. That's an excellent list, Hickey. That's an excellent list.
That's my pound for pound
Hey,
list.
let me know if you follow my list, bro.
Yeah. Mauricio, what's your list? What's your top 10?
So I got Inoue at 1, Usyk at 2, Crawford at 3, Canelo at 4. Interchangeable is next. It's 5 is Bam, 6 is Bivol. Those could change.
Wow.
7 is Shakur. I got 8 and 9. I got Tank, and then I got Big Rolly as 10.
Oh. Nah, he's trolling.
Yo, you were doing good.
Let me get my brother Mills. Mills, you got your 10 ready?
I think so, man.
Let's see what we got.
All right, so first off, man, I don't even think it can be disputed, man. Usyk is literally what it means to be pound for pound, a smaller man moving up to the bigger divisions and dominating the way that he did. I don't think anybody can go in front of Usyk. Second, I'm gonna go with Inoue. Third, I'm gonna go with Bud. Fourth, I'm gonna go with Canelo. Fifth, I'm gonna go with Bivol. Sixth,
what's your fourth again? What's your fourth?
Canelo.
Oh, okay, my bad.
But over Canelo?
Yeah, only because I can't ignore double undisputed.
Skill-wise,
I can't ignore double.
I'm sorry.
Let me know skill for skill, they're compatible, bro. Outside of the feet, skill for skill, Canelo and Bud are compatible.
Mills, I'll let you finish your list. I do have a question for you after that.
Finish your Mills.
Let me know when I'm ready.
I just say, let me see. I said Canelo Bivol. All right, so this is where it start getting a little Mickey at. I'm gonna say 7, not 7, but 6. I think I'm gonna go Shakur.
Okay, I like Shakur.
7, I'm gonna have to go
Tank.
7, I'm gonna have fuck no. 7, I'm gonna have to go with Teofimo.
Oh wow!
No, I'm gonna have to go Teofimo.
I love that.
That's a name I forgot.
That's respect right there. Still,
yeah, because I hate that motherfucker. 8, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, me
8,
too.
I'm gonna have to go with Bam. 9, I'm gonna have to go with Zordo.
Over Jai.
Oh man.
Let him finish.
I'm conflicted on if I want to do this or not, man. But it's kind of hard not to do it.
Fucking do it. Still do it. Do that shit.
Do it, bro.
Do it.
I might have to go. Fuck no.
Go on.
You already got Teofimo over Bam, so just go
say
ahead,
David
bro.
Benavidez already, bro. Just say David Benavidez.
Say the name at 10.
I might have to go with Badu, bro. At 10, I might have to go with
Badu
Badu.
Jack?
Oh, that's interesting.
I might have to go with Badu. He's a 3-division champion, dog.
His kid's
He's a
head is about to fucking
he's a
explode.
3-division
See, his
champion, bro.
list,
He said
he was being
scrolling. Bottle
he
over
was being
time.
objective. I can respect that.
No. I respect the
Do you even
objectivity.
put
I expect the
Nakatani?
no. Here's the deal. I respect the objectivity, but in my
Yeah, I can
opinion, I
respect
think
that.
Badu Jack and this is just me off activity and all that. Badu Jack and Surdo over Jai for me right now is crazy.
Mirage is in.
That's just me with activity.
Zordo is unified though, bro, and he's been through. He's
beat some moves. Jai's been unified.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I think Jai is the baddest man in the division, but we can't ignore a unified champion.
But
in
Jai's been
Zordo in his
unified
second
in the division.
So what?
But Mills, you didn't put Nakatani in your
No,
list?
I know,
Nakatani.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, fuck this.
Listen,
You gotta write that shit down,
listen.
Mills,
Hey, you
'cause
can't
everybody
put
got their
everybody in the
own
top
list.
10.
That's why.
Everybody got their own opinion and stuff.
Supreme, don't let
This is
Supreme
what
go.
we'll do.
Let me know. I'm ready to rock.
Hold on. We'll
Hey.
circle back to you, Mills, if you got any revisions. Preem, what do you
Don't
got
say
right
that,
now?
Mills.
Hey, listen.
Wait,
This is called You Can Hate Me Now, but I won't
shit.
stop now. List.
Oh,
all right?
shit.
Don't get mad, but this is how I see it. It is what it is. Number 1, Anyway. Number 2, Saul. 3, Junto. 4, my man Dimitri, obviously. 5, Alexander Usyk. I will put 6, Crawford. 7, Arthur Benavidez. That's right. Get ready to blow your heads up. Number 8, Jesse. Number 9, Teofimo. And number 10, I actually was going to put Amanda Serrano, but I'm going to put Kenshiro.
Yo, I was going to do Serrano too. That's crazy.
No, I like that list. He's being objective. I like that.
Over 10,
I like that
over
list.
You like the list where guys are going outside what people think they would do?
Yeah, I like that list. I like that
What do you
list.
think about that list?
Hey.
Is it all right?
Why are you doing camp and pound
Yeah,
lists
what
based
is it
on
here?
people you like?
If
What kind of dumb shit is that?
Hold on,
No,
Mirage.
you hold on.
Hold on, Mirage. You're on probation, Mirage. You're lucky to be up here.
If we were including female, I didn't know we were including female fighters. If we were including female fighters, I would have had Katie Taylor at 10. I just let it be known.
I just threw that shit in there to be funny, but
hold on. Now, one thing I will say, Mirage, have you ever rode a motorcycle?
No.
Yeah, with no
Okay,
one,
so on a motorcycle, you have the person up front. Do you know what the seat behind the person up front is called? It's called the bitch seat. That's what you're on. You're in the bitch seat right now. So if you do, hold on, Mirage. This is your third chance. I'm trying to be nice. Your third chance. You're on the bitch seat right now, Mirage.
God damn.
Please do not test my patience. Are you ready? Are you ready with your pound for pound list, Mirage?
I don't really believe in strict pound for pound lists. I mean, it's good. It's good casual talk. You know, the casuals like hit kid get amused by that kind of nonsense. But I don't really go too much into that.
Yeah, hold on, Mirage. If you don't have a top 10 pound for pound list for me, then why the fuck are you on here?
Because I'm going to educate you on why. Because I'm going to educate you. That's why.
Look, I'm going to ask this. Mirage, do you have a pound for pound list or not right now?
Fuck your pound for pound list. How about that?
All right, no,
okay,
I respect that. I respect that. Mirage, go ahead and eat a dick for me, buddy.
There you go. Mirage is gonna be.
Hey, yo, IBF, you had a Canelo question you was going to ask?
Mirage,
Canelo
top
question?
10 list was gonna be.
I thought you had one.
Benavidez, number 1.
No, I don't think you did.
I got David Benavidez. Number 3, I got David Benavidez by knockout. Number 4, I got David Benavidez. This motherfucker can eat a dick.
That's Mirage's whole list. So I got to get everybody else pound for pound list. Should I go next or should I get somebody else to go next?
I would love to hear you go next, bro. No.
I'll go right before you, IBFP.
IBF, yours will probably be just as good as mine. Go ahead.
Go on, let's go with yours, Nuke. I want to hear yours.
All right. So for me, I kind of stole this from Steel with the same type of thinking, but a different fighter. I got Inoue at number 1, small guy moving up in weight, demolishing competition, whooping ass, taking name, a 4-weight world champion. Man's a killer. He's the definition of a monster. A lot of guys call people monsters, but these guys ain't earned it. That's a fucking monster what this man does, fight in, fight out. So I got to put Inoue number 1. He's honestly my favorite fighter in boxing right now. I can't put nobody over him. Just my respect for this man alone. I got him number 1. Number 2, I can't put nobody else above. And it's really like 1A, 1B, but it's Usyk is number 2. I don't see how anybody could have anybody but Usyk or Inoue at 1 and 2. Because literally these guys, there ain't no wrong answer with either one of these guys at 1. There's no wrong answer. Both of these guys that good. And for me, I know some people gonna look at this crazy because I listen to a lot of people list and they had this guy further down the list, which didn't make sense to me. I got Dimitri Bivol at number 3. I think the man didn't put in so much work. I think he didn't did so much. I don't see how anybody could have anybody above for me. But like I think the top 3 is Inoue, Usyk, Bivol. Bivol has put it on, undisputed, did everything, elite. I'm sorry, I got Bivol number 3. Number 4, I know people gonna get mad because the last time I did this, I got a lot of people going at me talking about Nuke, use this. I got Bud at number 4. I got Bud at number 4. I know a lot of people gonna be in their feelings. Look, that's just where I got him. I think Bud is right outside of that top 3. But people forget Bud, is this and this what we say about Bud. But at the end of the day, Bud's an excellent fighter. Bud's last 2 fights have been against champions. You can't hate against that. Canelo's last few fights have not been against champ. You got to take that into consideration in all of this too. And so I look at it. So I got Bud number 4, Canelo number 5. I got him right at the ass end of the top 5. I got, and I know some people gonna feel some kind of way. I got Bam Rodriguez at number 6. I got Archer Beterbiev at number 7. The man was still undisputed. You got to give him this. I'm a fuck hit kid's head up with this. I got Opataya at number 8.
No, I agree.
I got
Opataya
number
with
8.
that.
I got Nakatani at number 9. And number 10, it's a 3-way tie. If I have to pick one, I will. But I got Janabek, Oscar Collazo, and Teofimo. All those guys right there tied at number 10. But if you got to pick one, it doesn't matter. It could change for me on a different day. Teofimo put together the best effort in his last fight for me. So I might put him at number 10. But I could tie him with those other 2 guys because they're all good.
I got to ask you a quick question, brother.
That's a weird ass list, but I like it.
Is that Nakatani the same Nakatani that got fucked up by Teo? I just gotta ask.
No.
They're not even in the same weight class.
You think
that's all I needed to hear because like I said, I'm not like new, but
he's a Japanese fighter, Asian fighter.
Yeah, you talking about they all got like same names almost. It's kind of weird, but
hey, let me say
the one that's in this.
The reason why I have Inoue over Yusuke currently is because I gotta give Inoue his props. This dude been defending undisputed. He has 4 defenses undisputed right now. He has tied up with Canelo, and September is gonna be his 5th. And if he gets through MJ, he breaks that record as the most defenses someone with undisputed has. Because let me ask y'all: you think Yusuke after Daniel Dubois, he's gonna fight Fabio Wardley or Moses?
I believe that.
I don't.
It took him. Don't. You know what I mean? That's where I question it because it's gonna be going 2-time undisputed, but he didn't really defend it undisputed like that. You know
no
what
one
I mean?
wants to fight Moses, in my opinion.
Nobody wants.
I think he'll fight. I think he'll fight Moses.
Caballero. Nobody wants to fight.
Yusuke said that he's close to retire though.
Yeah, why does he need to go and fight Moses?
Yo. I got Caballero beating Usyk, Fury, and Anthony Joshua.
Wait, you got Caballero beating Usyk?
Dude.
That's a lot of confidence. That's a lot of confidence.
I got Caballero.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, Caesar. I don't have enough confidence. You got so much confidence. I don't have that much confidence in my bitch going down the street and fucking some guy tonight. I don't have that kind of confidence in it, bro.
Caesar,
you got a lot of confidence.
Caesar, do you have Caballero beating Moses? Let's say Moses beats Dylan White.
Right now, yes. If he lets him keep going up with experience, I don't think he can. But yeah,
because I absolutely have Moses washing Dylan White. So let's say that's the next fight. Let's say for December, you have Gabriel this December against Moses. Serious question. You have Gabriel against Moses in December if that fight was made.
I would.
You'd have Gabriel. I think Moses will knock him out.
I just think Caballero's in his bag right now, bro. He's just
I think Caballo's been on a hell of a run, but I do definitely think he comes unstuck.
Hit Kit, what was the question again? My bad. I was.
Moses Cabello. Let's say I think Moses is going to destroy Dylan White. What I'm saying is, if Moses Cabello got signed for December, who would you have?
Moses and Cabello for December?
Yeah.
I got Cabello. I get Cabello, yes.
That's it, Moses. Agree to disagree.
You got Moses. You got Moses by knockout, right?
Fuck out of here, Preem.
I got Cabello. I got Cabello by body shot, knockout, TKO to Moses. Yes, because he is a body snatcher for a reason, and he did beat many top guys, bro. So he's taking everybody's own right now. No Diddy.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I just want to set the record straight on this. This is the reason why Mirage didn't want to give a pound for pound list. Everybody has a pound for pound list. It's because he want to put David at number 1, but his pride don't want us to all know that he's the big. I mean, obviously we all know he's the biggest fanboy in the world, but I guess he just can't stand the fact that there's other fighters out there that's done more than David. Because who can't give you a pound for pound list if you're a boxing fan?
Who gives a pound for pound list?
Everything he was gonna say was David Benavidez.
Knockdowns, bro. The last guy David Benavidez has knocked out was what? David Lemieux?
Nah, I was Demetrius Andrade.
That was Andrade. He quit. Andrade quit.
And when's the last time Andrade fought after that? What has he done after that?
Nothing.
Look,
Go
man,
on Boxing Voice talking about he want to fight Caleb Plant and why everybody ain't fighting each other. Fuck out of here.
Yo, Solidus, do you hear? I'm hating on a Mexican and I'm Latino. So what does that sound to you? And I don't like Ryan Garcia. I don't like Teofimo.
Solidus, what do you think about that?
Is that racially biased for me or what?
Nah, I was saying the same thing. They got mad at me when I said that. So
No. And I also got Devin Haney beating Ryan Garcia. It didn't go my way, but I didn't bitch about it. I had Devin Haney beating Ryan Garcia.
I got a question
I said all the stuff you said, and they were mad at me for saying it. So
I got a question for all y'all. Do y'all believe the easiest major sanctioned body in boxing win a world champion belt is the WBA? Because the WBA, you can become a regular champion while there's a super champion. I don't get that.
Oh, absolutely. WBA is trash.
Like, it's like the easiest belt to be a world champion, in my opinion.
I think IBF is the easiest belt too because they handed it to William Skull easily.
That's true. That's a good point. But the WBA always they just decided, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, they haven't fought at 147, but we're gonna put a belt in that fight. It's like
What do you think about that? Rolly Romero being a 3-time champion. That's crazy.
It's fucking nauseating.
Bro, Rolly Romero, dog.
So if you a boxer,
I wouldn't be surprised he wins a belt at 154. I wouldn't even put it past that motherfucker.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes on the
So if you a boxer, go to the WBA path. You will be the world champion for sure.
I'm warning everyone. If Rolly actually goes unified at welterweight, that would be hilarious.
Bro, get Rolly the fuck up out of here, dog.
And I just want to say this one thing real quick. I'm sorry, but Ryan Garcia, to me, I think he's done.
I agree.
Hey, look, I think he's I think he's about to be out of here soon.
He should pick another sport or just be a YouTube streamer, bro.
That's how y'all put it.
I hope he is.
I think so, man. I think so.
He can't handle this sport. He can't handle this sport. He should be in exhibition matches or fucking playing the celebrity soccer matches and shit.
Dude's gonna be a streamer.
Him and Tank, man. Just go get money with them Misfits dudes, man. You know, Jake Paul and them dudes and KSI and all them cats, man.
Yeah,
they get choked with them dudes.
Hey, believe it or not, there's some real money over there.
Hell yeah.
And but that's what I'm saying. Look, Ryan Garcia sucks, and Tank don't want to fight nobody. So if this is what we finna really do, then go ahead and just go get your bag somewhere else. Leave the sport of boxing alone. Stop wasting everybody's time. Stop paying ESPN to put Tank on a pound for pound list. Stop holding up fight cards with Ryan Garcia. And you know the crazy thing is, I remember I made a video a few months back, and I was talking about Boots would kill Ryan Garcia. And I remember there was a ton of comments on the thing talking about, no, Ryan can do this. What are you talking about, Haney? I'm like, but he's not Devin Haney. No, but Haney. I'm like, he's not Devin fucking Haney. Like
I'd be a Pete.
I think I saw that video.
It
Do you
didn't make
remember me
sense.
telling you all those fans that were commenting were all those racially biased fans for
Ryan Garcia?
Yes.
You're going through an electrical.
They were all.
I know you're in an electrical storm, my brother. Welcome to Boost Mobile.
The problem is, and this
It's saying
is
this is Walmart.
the problem is, and this is the truth. You will always get you will always get racially motivated fans, no matter what race it is. Whether it's like hell, I got abuse of Mexicans because of calling Cepeda out for his bad performances.
Hey,
and yet I'm supposed to be
saw what happened to me.
lover.
Hey, Supreme, I like Polanco, what he did. He going to the Puerto Rican parade, man. That helps build off his image and
Definitely. Oh, you know what he's doing, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's a Dominican Devin Haney. Look like that nigga too.
Now I need a true or false from the panel real quick on this one. The Gooch writes David Benavidez duck list. DeGale, Truex, Saunders, Smith, Plant when he was a champion. Uzcategui, Groves, Sordo, up next, better be Evan Bivol. Is this true or false? Everybody,
that is 100% true.
100% true.
Mill said it's true. Caesar, is this true?
True, very true, 100%.
Carlos, is this true?
That's true.
Solidus, what you got on this one, man? I never know what Solidus.
Now this is false.
The new Ashley Knuckles. He has transformed.
You want to know why it's false?
Break it down. Solidus, break it down.
Solidus, where you at?
Because again, like I said at the top of the hour, people only bring up dumb shit like this because they don't like the idea that he might fight their guy and beat him. So this shit right here is dumb. Nobody really gives a fuck about this. Let's be real. Nobody really cares about this. I'm telling you right now, people that are really fucking with boxing do not care about that shit. They're just coming up with things. No, hold on. They're just coming up with ways to downplay him because they don't like the idea that he might beat their guy. And it's not even a guarantee he'll beat Canelo. It's not a guarantee. It just might happen.
You're making this about Canelo?
No, I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you, IBF, you ain't stupid. Nobody gives a fuck about what happened in Benavidez' earlier career. Nobody cares about that shit. They're just bringing this shit up to downplay him because of the Canelo shit. I'm telling you.
Hold on,
IBF, you ain't stupid.
Okay, so and by that same token, you're not stupid. And what I mean by that is you're not stupid enough to believe that David Benavidez has been pumped up and hyped up off of Canelo Alvarez's name these last few years.
Because it's a legacy fight. It's a legacy fight. He beats Canelo. He beats Canelo. He's remembered forever.
One second, Solidus. Is that a legacy fight for Canelo?
Yes.
No.
Nigga.
No.
What the fuck you talking about? He calling you out. He saying he could beat you. You the king of the hill. Nigga, what's up? Nigga, let's problem. Yeah, nigga.
You gotta let me finish. How is this a legacy fight for Canelo?
You got a young guy who's not that much younger than you, but you got a young guy who's calling you out. He got Mexican in him, so he can claim it. This is a battle for Mexico. You could bill it as that. He's challenging you. He's saying that he can beat you. You need to grow some nuts. He got everybody thinking you scared because you talk about you need $200 million to fight him when you've never asked for that before for another fighter. Yes, you beat him. This shit might get everybody to say Canelo the best ever. If Benavidez beat him,
Mexico and the dude ain't
Canelo, hold on.
But how is it a
If
legacy fight?
If Benavidez beat him, he's a legend forever.
Okay, now
so it makes sense to fight.
Okay.
But this nigga don't want to fight.
Hold on, fellas. Let me respond. I'm gonna let everybody get into it. Let me respond. This cannot be a legacy fight, and I'm finna body bag you right here, Solidus. David Benavidez is a world champion at 75. Canelo Alvarez has already been a world champion at 75. He can gain nothing by beating David Benavidez that he ain't already gained. David Benavidez right now ain't even a hold on, Solidus. Hold a bag and shut the fuck up. Just open it up and just enjoy it just for 1 second, Solid. Open it up and just enjoy it for 1 second, please. And so Canelo Alvarez has already been a champ at 175. He gains nothing from beating David. in his legacy that he hasn't already done. He's already a 4-weight world
Oh
champion.
my
He's
God.
already been a champion. Hold on. This is not me arguing against the fight. I want the fight. I just did a video the other day where I said I hope the fight happens.
Can you see my point of view?
Hold on, Solidus, please let me finish. Remember that bag, dig in it. Now, well, one thing I'm gonna tell you is that I hope the fight happens. I hope we get the fight.
Too late
David
now.
said hold on. No, it's not too late. You should have watched the last video. Turkey told David that he want Canelo at the end of his 4-fight deal.
It's not going to happen, bro.
Hold on. You're not Turkey, so I'm sorry. I don't take your word for it. So
It's not going to happen.
Hold on. Just let me finish. Turkey already told David, I want you and Canelo to fight at the end of that 4-fight deal. After Canelo fights Bud, is there any bigger fight for Canelo left? David, that's the only big fight. You remember David said he'd come back to 68 for Bud Crawford. So that obviously means he'd be willing to do it for Canelo. So I'm hoping that it wins, but it's not a legacy fight for Canelo. It's a legacy fight for David. And if David was serious about that legacy fight, according to Mauricio Suleiman,
oh my God! Again, you're one of them.
Hold on, Solidus. Dig back in your bag. According to Mauricio
you're one of them.
Hold on, in your bag. Mauricio Suleiman and already
told in your bag, nigga.
This man didn't went up in weight when he had an opportunity to fight Canelo. That's what he did. Clavo, welcome
back. That's like
Clavo.
the 100 million times you said that, bro. You ain't tired of saying that?
Hold on, Clavo.
You ain't tired of saying that?
I didn't get Clavo a chance to speak because he was on the show a few minutes ago. Clavo, did you want to speak on this one, man? Clavo, are you there?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
All right, my bad. We're just hearing the same shit over and over and over again.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I agree.
But before we get to the David and Canelo, that y'all want to we're getting back to that ducking. You know, we're getting back to that ducking, which I think that's actually been
Let me
closed
put that
off
list
already,
back
bro.
up there.
Put that list back up there real quick, bro. Do y'all see this list right here? Do y'all see this list right here? You know, I hear you, Solid. You saying y'all bringing up dumb stuff? No, it's not. This isn't dumb stuff. This is a list that hurts you. You do not like seeing these facts right here because these actually do matter. And why? Because it's another unification. We will recognize you as you're a former unified champion. You beat this guy, this guy, this guy. So this is not stupid. This is just you, the truth hurting you, and you just don't want to hear it. This list hurts you. I get you, bro. Also, bro, this Canelo thing, I think we need to drop it because Suleiman just spoke clearly, bro. There's been a recent interview. He says it in Spanish, so I'm gonna tell y'all what he said. He said that fue decisión de David Benavidez subir de peso. Translated, David Benavidez made a decision to move up to 175. And also he continued as well. Canelo
because his
no tiene la
petition was
culpa.
denied.
No, Canelo no tiene la culpa. So basically saying that it's not Canelo's fault, and also the popular using of the WBC protecting him, that they're not gonna fucking strip him because they're protecting him. Mauricio said, yeah, that's
he's
a popular
paying
statement.
fees.
Hold the fuck up, bro. Hold the fuck up. That's he said that's a popular statement.
Same old bullshit every week with this Canelo and Benavidez shit.
Bro, you see this is again. You don't want to hear this.
Let him finish.
You don't want to hear this. See, I'm telling you, he's trying to stop me. You don't want to. You do not want to hear this. This is hurting you to your core, bro.
Let him finish, Solidus.
All right, go ahead.
Bro, regardless, he said it's not his fault. It's not his fault. And also that popular reasoning that y'all want to say that y'all always saying that WBC's protecting Canelo. Suleiman said, yes, you know what? We're protecting him like we protected Muhammad Ali, like we protected Mike Tyson, like we protected Chavez. We love our fighters, like we protected David. Anybody who's held that belt. Yeah, we're protecting them. That's our fighter, yes. So y'all need to drop that shit already, bro. That's already saying the opposite. David duck, bro. He decided to move up away. I can send you the motherfucker. It's on my Twitter. Go look at it. It's out there, bro. Y'all can go ahead and know that shit all you want. But again, leave that list up there, bro. That list hurts, bro. It hurts your eyes.
You talk about when IBF asked, when he said that Benavidez was going to fight Canelo, the timing is all off. The best time for him to fight dude would have been September 2023. Instead of wasting time fighting 54-pound, Charlo could have just went ahead and fought Benavidez. He fought Ryder in May when he went to his country and fought him. Then he came back to the U.S. He could have just fought Benavidez right there.
You know when the best
guess
time
what?
was?
Guess what, though, Clavo? Hey, Clavo, guess what? The reason why that fight didn't happen because he didn't want to fight him. That's why.
No, guess what? You know when the best time was? You know when the best time was when Canelo
I challenge you. You don't accept my challenge?
No. Hold on. You know when the best time should have been? In 2021. You should have kept your belt. Shouldn't have lost it. You don't got it. You don't fucking
Nah,
blew it
that's
once,
not true,
and you
Pablo.
got a second
That's
chance.
not
You
true.
blew it once, and you fucking had a second chance, and you did this shit again.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm finna get on
So why
Solidus.
he
No,
didn't
hold
fight?
on,
So
The
Solidus.
best
okay,
time
he
to
won the
fight
Get
belt
on
from
this shit,
No,
bro.
Yildirim, from
one
David
second,
vacating
Get
it,
on this
right?
shit.
fuck that. No, fuck
Benavidez
that.
lost his belt to Yildirim, right? So why didn't Canelo fight
second.
Benavidez after that then?
Solidus,
He
1
got his
second.
belt, right? Okay, I'll fight you for it then.
Hold on, Solidus. I got your back here. Let me help
2021,
you,
right?
No, Solidus, I got your
No?
back. No, Solidus, I'm gonna go at Quavo for you. Because I'm not gonna let him talk shit to you like that, Solidus. No, hold on, Quavo. I got a bone to pick with you. You talking about since he lost his belt? What the fuck makes you think David would have unified anyway? He ain't never unified when he had the belt. Why would he unify even if he kept the belt?
It's over. See that was the
And
time when the
also,
shit should have happened.
Hey,
That
Solid,
is fact.
We
The
shouldn't
best
even be
time,
having this.
Motherfucking
We
breath for
shouldn't
that
even
the
have
best
this
time would
discussion
have been
now.
2023, not
no, the
2021.
best time is
Canelo was in the
2026.
mid.
So he can be a
Canelo,
5th-time world champion
hold
in a
up.
different weight class and a
Canelo was in the
two-time light
midst of his
heavyweight
undisputed
champion.
run, so he wasn't gonna fight him right there. So
No.
2023 September would have
Wait
been
a minute.
He
perfect.
wasn't a
The
No.
champion.
timing
Wait a
is off
minute.
now.
Hold on. Wait a
Benavidez is
minute.
at 75. Canelo's already said he'll never fight him. You're thinking Turkey's gonna talk him into fighting him? We'll see,
Turkey's
but the
already
timing is
talking
off.
about.
I think
Of
Hold
course,
The
no, it's
timing is
not.
off.
on,
will
panel.
talk
Hold on,
anybody
panel.
into it.
Hold on, panel. Has Turkey Al-Sheikh talked Canelo into fighting Bud when he said he wouldn't do it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Body bag. He's gonna
Body
make
We'll
bag.
this
see.
shit happen.
Jump
Body
in there,
bag.
bro, and stay in there,
You
dog.
can't, but see,
Stay
here's where
down.
it's not a body
Stay
bag. Check
down, bro.
this
You're
out.
trying too much,
Okay.
dog.
It's a
Here's
body
where it's
bag,
not a
buddy.
body
Okay,
bag.
how?
It's a body
IBF.
bag.
How?
Canelo said out his own mouth he'll never fight him. So until Canelo himself changes his mind, you got to keep that. You got to reserve
Canelo
that.
has
And I
went
grew up
back on.
feeling like
Hold
one of
on.
the top
Canelo
five
has went
bitches, and
back
look
on his
at me
word and
now.
It
fought
hasn't
Bud.
happened yet, though, has it? He's
It
still
doesn't
saying
have
he
to
won't
happen
fight him.
yet. We're gonna
He's still
find out
saying
at
he
the end
won't
of the
fight
Let's
him.
go
deal.
back.
We're gonna get
There's
an
a
answer.
timeline on this shit.
Listen,
So
Solidus.
if
Let me
he
tell
has
you
to
something.
pick
I always
between
said on the
Bivol and
panel,
Benavidez, who do you think he's going to
Solidus.
pick?
Solidus, I said
Benavidez
this
is the
always.
easiest fight.
At the
Benavidez,
end
Before he
of
said
at
Bivol.
the end of
1 second.
Canelo's career,
Benavidez is an easier fight for Canelo than Dimitri Bivol.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, say it
Wait
again.
a
I didn't hear
minute.
that part.
And
David
it's a legacy
Benavidez
fight
is an
now.
easier fight for Canelo than Dimitri Bivol.
hell yeah.
To be
Absolutely.
honest with you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with
How to
you.
be honest, Silas.
Absolutely.
I
I
want to hear
honestly
that.
think, to be honest, but based on Canelo's actions, I honestly think that he views Benavidez as a more dangerous fight than Bivol.
Oh my God.
He didn't nah, for real.
No.
Nah, check this out.
Real. This
He
is
didn't
so
demand that
real.
much to fight Bivol. I'm saying
So
that
real.
because
What
when
the
he fought
fuck?
Listen.
Bivol, nah, check this out. When he
Yeah.
fought Bivol, he didn't really
That's
demand
great
that much. He
comedy.
just went to go fight him. He was okay with going to
That's
75. He didn't
different.
ask
That's
for that
because it
much
was a
money,
legacy fight.
and then
Solid.
he fought him.
That is pure
Oh,
comedy.
now it's a
Listen.
legacy fight. Okay, so you got to switch
Listen.
narratives to benefit
Listen.
Canelo.
I said
But
on
you
the
got to
panel
think,
here.
though.
No,
Listen.
it's
He
I
not.
say
didn't
on the
ask for
panel
much to
Canelo
fight
is
him.
a
He had
legacy
no problem
fighter.
going to 75.
Benavidez is not.
Benavidez
They say,
is
hey,
going
Canelo, what
to
about
fight.
Benavidez? He's too
Listen,
big for me.
Benavidez is
gotta
He's
going
not in
to
my
chill.
weight
fight.
class.
Listen,
But you fought a guy that's not in your weight
going
class.
to
Hold
fight.
on. Let
Everything's
everybody
But
different
it's
go.
now.
Let's go
Solidus.
to Preem.
Listen,
They switch it
Benavidez
up when it benefits
is
Canelo.
no. Listen,
Okay, hold on.
listen to
Let
me.
him
I'm
respond.
agree with your son. Benavidez, it's a probably a 95% chance that the career with Canelo is going to end with those two fighting. I always said that. I stuck to my word for it. I've been on the panel saying that since day one, that his last fight on his way out is going to be Benavidez when he starts his ass on the way
At
out.
37 years old?
Yes.
No.
$150
Are you
million
crazy?
or $200 million, cause I don't give a fuck if you're 40 years old. You're going to be in
37-year-old
that ring,
Canelo
you're
is
going
going
to
to
fight.
beat Benavidez. 37-year-old
Absolutely.
Canelo is going to beat
Absolutely.
Benavidez.
Yes.
Age
Of
Yes.
ain't nothing
course.
but a number. Age ain't nothing but a number,
Benavidez
big
ain't gonna
dog.
make
Benavidez
it to
ain't
a
got
I
them
want
Canelo
money from
fight.
skills.
Clavo. If
Here's the
this fight
Listen,
problem.
happened, I
Benavidez is
demand
Benavidez.
tailor-made for
Clavo bet with me.
Canelo. Benavidez
Guys,
is,
here's the
listen,
problem.
Benavidez is
Benavidez ain't gonna
tailor-made
make
for
it to a
Canelo,
Canelo
man.
He is
fight.
not going to fight that man at 37. You know
Oh, my
this.
God, bro.
None of you
Wow.
guys are stupid. Y'all just
So
act
wait a
stupid.
minute.
Canelo
Y'all know
will
that's
fight
not
him
Let
next
me
happening.
year.
ask you a question. At 37 years old, you out the ring already? You think you old?
Yeah,
Guys,
nigga,
here's the
he
problem.
is not
Benavidez
beating
ain't gonna make
Benavidez
it
at
to a
37
Canelo
years
fight.
old.
He's not going to beat him. He's going gonna starch him.
Hold on, solid. That's going to be a competitive. Hold on. I will tell you this: Canelo at this point, I think it's a competitive, extremely close fight. But I still think Canelo's good enough to beat David based on the mistakes that David makes. I think
37.
Huh?
Yes.
At 37?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen David on the ground
That's
from a
when they were
journeyman,
fighting.
so
This
I'm
nigga
not putting
solid.
David
He
as the
said,
end of the
he said
world.
the
He
last.
can be the
No,
top
the reason
5
why I'm
fighter.
saying 30. Hold on,
Well,
homeboy.
I think
You
what we
missing it.
need to do
The
is we
reason why
need to see
I'm
what
saying
David can
37
do
is because
against
he said the
Callum
last fight
Smith.
at Canelo's deal, he'll be
How
37.
old are
That's
you,
why I'm saying
Hold
that.
on, let's see what
You get it
David
now?
can do against Callum Smith
See the
first.
nigga asking me why I
Because
said that.
hold on, let's see what David can do against Callum Smith.
Crazy.
Does he start Callum Smith? Does he struggle? How does he take his power? All of that's going to be a
gonna
question in
struggle.
this.
He
Park
gonna
Street,
struggle
what
He
did you
can
say?
I wouldn't be surprised if Smith knocked David out. I wouldn't be surprised
Damn,
if Smith knocked David
How
out.
old is he?
damn.
Excuse me,
Hold
how old is
on,
Benavidez?
let me go to Park. Park, you think Callum Smith can knock out David Benavidez?
I do.
Not even IBF believes that.
If he gets that one lick in, if he gets that one good lick in, yes.
First of all, he got 4 fights at light heavyweight, and guess how many of them are knockouts?
3.
3 of them.
3.
Damn.
The fighters that he fought were top. I think they were
So
either
that
top 10 or
automatically
top
means he's going to
15
knock
fighters.
Benavidez out. Carry on.
Of course, and he's a better boxer. Callum Smith is a better boxer. He got better footwork. He got more power. He got better defense. He's overall a better fighter than
He's not better than
Benavidez.
Benavidez. He's not better than Benavidez.
Yes,
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out. Like Supreme said, we're going to find out. October, we're going to find out.
This
We
dude
gonna
will
find out.
deny
That better be a loss better than any of David's wins.
Hey,
Facts.
That's
hey,
a fact.
Solidus.
That's a
Hey,
he
Solidus.
was
Who
in there
did
giving
David
the Derby
Benavidez?
that he
Hey, Solidus. Who did David Benavidez beat to have that WBC 175 title?
Nobody.
Hey, Solidus. He
Like I
beat
said.
the fuck out of that fax machine.
Like I said, when it comes to the matchup, between Canelo and Benavidez, there's a strong possibility Benavidez will win. That's all. Y'all just ain't trying. Y'all ain't fucking with it right now, but I think y'all come around. That's all.
You can't provide any.
That's all.
Okay,
Because I feel like IBF is the most knowledgeable out of y'all when it comes to boxing. I feel like y'all just kind of be talking. I feel like IBF going to eventually see it that way.
So what? You think
Maybe
you're
not
number
today.
2 or what?
We're going to argue today. We're going to argue today, but I feel like eventually he'll come
Bro, you
around.
at the bottom of the fucking totem pole. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's cap.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the Mexicans I am. Yeah, you're right about that. Mexicans on my ass right now. But other than that, no.
Hold on, fellas.
Listen,
Let
we
me
are
ask
all
you the impartial
knowledgeable
party.
analysts here in this damn thing.
Nah, bro.
You just get mad. You just get mad because the list that they put up right there, that was
Put that
kryptonite
up
to your
again, Luke.
eyes. I get that.
Let me put
you
the
know
list
what I'm
up.
saying?
Let me put the
And
list up.
put the list
So
back
the
up.
list we
And then
have is DeGale,
listen, that's
Truex, Saunders,
And you a real
Smith,
funny
Plant,
nigga, bro. You a real funny nigga.
listen. So that's kryptonite for your eyes, and we get it. You know, sometimes when you hear facts, it hurts, and I know it hurts deep down inside you. You're boiling inside, like, yo.
Hey, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. I'm gonna ask you a simple question. I'm gonna ask you a simple
He be
question.
looking in the mirror at home
It
like,
ain't
damn,
even a
David,
big
is this
deal.
the guy that I'm meat riding? This is the guy that hasn't done anything in boxing? This is the guy that
Bro,
I'm
why
meat
does
riding?
everybody keep saying gay jokes, bro? IBF, what's up with your panel, bro? Everybody keeps saying gay shit. What's up with that, bro?
Infatuation with David is homosexual. Your
Everybody
infatuation
saying
with
homo
David is
stuff. I didn't say
homosexual.
nothing. I
That's
didn't say
why.
nothing that would suggest no gay. I'm giving the guy credit for being a good fighter. He brings up gay shit. I know you can insult me better than that. I know you can. You got better jokes than that.
I have a point. I have a
Yo,
point.
man, I can't
I know you
understand
do.
nobody,
Black
bro.
too, you can diss me better than
I
that.
have a point.
Hold on, what are you gonna say, Hit?
Here's the thing. I agree with Park. I really think there's a chance Smith could not Benavidez out cold.
Let me put my cousin on.
Because the truth is this, and this is the cold hard truth. Benavidez, and I mentioned it earlier on in the live. Benavidez has not really knocked out anyone at 175 so far, and he's backed up a couple of people, but his power has not carried. We've seen Callum Smith knock guys out to unconsciousness, and we have also seen that Benavidez can be hurt at this weight. The Morel fight, I keep on mentioning it, round 4, the uppercut he took, almost put him on his ass. If he takes that punch off Callum Smith at full power, Smith, who is a heavier puncher and naturally a 175er, Benavidez is going to sleep. This would be
right hand, left hook, Luke. That's it.
Yeah, I love the fight because if Benavidez, let me be clear. If Benavidez wins, great. Then I'll be on here singing his praises.
I doubt that.
Okay,
Hold on.
Hold on. I got a question. I got a question. Hold on. I got a quick question. I got a question for Solidus. Solidus,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he can knock out David. I just want to know this from you. Do you believe that Callum Smith has enough power to hurt David? Do you think he has enough pop to maybe drop David at least?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose, but I don't think it's going to happen.
He said, I
Don't
suppose.
suppose. Listen,
Hey,
he
Solomon,
does.
do you know
That
who
is not
Callum
the way to
Smith is?
answer that, Solomon.
Bro,
You're
you gotta
supposed to
say
say,
yes or no
yes,
because
he
I
does have
suppose.
that.
Do you
Listen,
know
Solomon,
who
you're supposed
Callum
to say,
Smith
yes, he
inside
does
is?
have the
Listen.
power. Yes, he does have the power to knock him out. Yes, he does have the power to daze him.
All right.
That's how you answer that. And
Hey,
then you
Solomon.
say, I don't think he's going to beat him, though. That's how you answer that question.
When it comes to the matchup,
Hey,
Smith and
Solomon.
He's
Benavidez,
faster than
it's
David,
a good
stronger than
matchup,
David,
but I
better
don't think
boxer
Callum
than
Smith is
David.
good enough at this point, and I don't think he's strong enough to knock
He has
Benavidez
a
out.
better IQ
I
Hey,
than
feel like
David.
everybody knows that. It's just
He has a better
guys.
IQ. Listen, he has a
He
better
was
IQ than
different
David
out
in
of
that ring.
David
He
and
is
Callum Smith.
100%.
Well,
Hold,
we're
hold
going to
on one
find
second.
out in
One second.
October.
One second.
We're
One
going
second.
to find out in October.
Hold on
He
one
is
second. One second.
100.
Let me go to Mills. Mills, what do you see in that fight? Do you think that Callum Smith has the ability to knock out David Benavidez in that fight?
Bro, if anybody is getting knocked out in that fight, it would be David Benavidez, bro. Like I don't see how that's not even. I don't see how you can
Yeah.
dispute that, bro. In 5 fights, the dude got 3 bodies at light heavyweight. Y'all keep talking about all David Benavidez
Mm-hmm.
has is 2 fights. He caught them
Fact.
first 2 bodies in his first 2 fights at light heavyweight. And David Benavidez is
We're
fighting.
going to see.
I ain't even about to go
Hey,
into all that,
Solomon.
bro. David
Hey,
Benavidez
Solomon.
is not punching like no Callum Smith, dog. It's not even
We're going
close.
to see.
Listen.
That's
And
a
Listen.
on
fact,
top of that,
man.
and they just said Callum Smith has a higher boxing acumen than David Benavidez. David Benavidez has to make more adjustments for Callum Smith to circumvent all of his attributes that he brings to a fight.
Facts.
What makes David Benavidez a live dog in that fight is the amount of pressure that he applies, and we know Callum Smith does not like that pressure. But Callum Smith is going to have to get through the catch and shoot left hook. He's going to have to get through the jab. He's going to have to get through the 2 off of the jab. And if he gets in the pocket, he's going to have to find a way to get around the uppercut and the clinch that Callum Smith has. Yes, Callum Smith can knock out David Benavidez and win that fight. But David Benavidez can win that fight as well. It's a 50-50 fight. Y'all motherfuckers is bugging the fuck out like David Benavidez is about to go in here and just outline this dude in chalk. It's not going to happen like that.
Yup.
Yeah, that's basically
It's either going to
what I'm
be
thinking,
Hey,
bro.
what I'm
Because
Solomon.
saying.
Hear me out. Hear me out,
decision or
Solomon. Listen, Solomon. If Ronald Gravero can drop Benavidez, the fuck Callum Smith is gonna do?
That's a fact.
look, man. I got David winning.
And what real 68ers did David knock out? Because all of the knockouts that I'm familiar with is blown up 160 pounders.
That's what
Correct.
I said. That's what I said.
Exactly.
That's what I said.
That is correct.
come October, we gonna find out.
Oh,
Come October, he
But this is the
Because all the points y'all make, y'all said
I
before.
gotta go back in the work.
So
I gotta go
we
back in the
already
work.
had them.
But I want
Colombo,
to make this
Colombo, how did you
We're
see
gonna
the fight breaking down?
I mean, the thing is that I got David winning. David Benavidez has to get it because I feel like he's gonna be better. He's gonna be better on the inside, and that's what Colum has issues with. That's why he had issues with John Ryder, with Canelo, with better people, with inside. I feel like David's gonna, he's gonna overcome all that. And but the thing is, if Colum lands one of those hooks the way he landed on Watson when he knocked that mouthpiece out.
Oh,
I don't know what's going to yeah, bro. There's the avenue for Colum. I'm not going to say again, nobody's going to dog walk nobody, which we're going to find out who does. But bro, this is a good fight, bro. This is a really good fight.
So, I will give Benavidez his praise if he wins the fight.
And the
yeah, exactly. I'll give you that. This is I think this is your best scalp. I think this is
Benavidez's best name.
Hey,
best
yeah, exactly.
And the question is,
and also before I leave, I gotta go back on the work. But
it's
listen,
gonna be over the States. Or
Hold on, let Park Street get this before he go into work. 1 second, Carlos. Park Street, get this one in.
but this is what happens when weight bullies fight fighters and near or at their close weight. Same thing with Bud. Bud moved up in weight closer to where he naturally fights at and couldn't knock nobody out. David is moving up to his natural weight. For everybody that don't believe that he fought at 175 4 or 5 times before he was fighting at 168. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, these dudes are weight bullies. And when you put that weight back on and fight dudes your natural size, you look like a regular cookie monster.
Damn. All right, Park Street, don't get fired, my brother. Get back to work, my brother.
Good luck, my man.
Oh yeah, listen, I just started this new job at this Apple plant, man. My highest paid job. So y'all ain't gonna see me for a while, but just know I'm listening. And Coach Mills,
I need to email Coach Mills. I'm trying to enroll in Coach Mills boxing for dickheads. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna be your first student.
He said
And so
dickhead.
I'm gonna give you the
I'm
link.
playing with you,
I'm gonna give you
man.
the link.
Nah,
first
man.
student.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you the link for Coach Mills, and I'm gonna give it to everybody on the show. Go to Steel Mills Boxing. Go to his channel. Subscribe. He's dropping free game every single day. Go pick it up.
Facts.
But
All right, man. I'm gonna be listening in, man. Y'all have a good night.
You too, my brother. Thanks for joining.
All right, my brother.
my
I mean,
question to y'all,
Hey,
when
Luke, I need you to send me another email too.
I got you.
Hey, Nuke, can you post that Mr. Gooch's comment again?
Yeah. Let me put this up here one more time.
That shit is killing Solidus. Don't do that.
Man. Solidus, my man, because we gotta
And
address
I'm gonna be
this,
honest
man.
with you. If he would have fought Callum Smith when they was champions at 168, the fight at 175 will be even better because that would be running it back and it would be a chance at legacy. So yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
That's true. Go ahead.
The Gooch.
How you doing, guys?
The Gooch.
Welcome, Gooch.
Why don't you
Welcome, my
take the
brother.
piss out
This
of me?
is a great list you got here, Gooch. This is a great list.
So let's go back to talking about legacy. All right, let's say David finally gets Canelo in the ring and he wins, right? Okay, but then now he's got to fight Bivol, he's got to fight Beterbiev, or any of these killers, and guess what? He doesn't win. What I would equate that win to against Canelo, which I don't think he will beat him, is like Frankie Randall beating Chavez. Who talks about Frankie Randall today?
I mean, nobody.
Nobody.
He's the first defeated and the first
You
knockdown.
just
I
said
think,
his
right?
name, and that's crazy right now. I forgot about Frankie Randall.
Yeah,
The surgeon.
That's what I would
Yeah, the
equate that.
surgeon.
If he were to do that, that's what I would equate that win to. Because I'm sorry, David has not proven to be a great fighter. He's ducked all those fucking names on the list, and and I was a David fan at the beginning, but he refused to fight these guys, unify, fight reigning world champions. I mean, I don't see how people can give him all this credit and call him a fucking monster and that his legacy,
Not
he
me.
has no
I
fucking
call that
legacy.
nigga Daffy.
You don't have a legacy yet. I agree.
And I want him to do I want him to do better, but hey, that's gonna be on him. He's the one that made all the choices to be where
He
he's at.
can't do better. He did a bad. His decisions is bad since fucking 168 up to now. He's still doing the same fucking pattern. Like it's inevitable, man. This man is just like I think he just don't give a fuck about legacy or anything like that. I don't think, bro. I think he's just looking for a big Canelo payday.
That's exactly what he's doing. And now that
I mean-
Turkey allegedly he's interested in that fight
man.
again, bro. He's gonna bullshit and pussyfoot his way to Canelo's last fight. I don't think, bro. Why are you doubling back on a Callum Smith fight when you already been offered it and you're fighting in October? You were supposed to fight Callum Smith in October on the Beterbiev Bivol undercard.
Exactly.
This shit, and I know for a fact that PBC offer is not more lucrative than what Turkey was offering you back in February when he offered it to. So what the fuck is we doing?
Mills. On top of that, bro. Not that recently. Before they were talking about the Zurdo, right? They dropped that. They're back on it again. They were on a whole nother show, and they were actually talking that after the fucking Uniel Dorticos, that mandatory that Zurdo has, and he's gonna have it soon. I got to see that. But bro, it's the same shit. Just what you described, he's doing it right here as well.
Can I say
So
one
what
more
the fuck
thing?
are we doing?
Yeah,
Can I say the other thing I wanted to say is I think what Canelo's doing is he's trying to Demetrius Andrade him. They talk all that fucking shit that they deserve this and that. What did Canelo do? Fight someone. And they got exposed. So I think Canelo's just sitting back. Fuck you. You know what? Fight someone because he knows he's going to get his ass kicked. Why am I going to give you a fucking payday? Go prove yourself because you haven't proven shit. You've never fucking unified. You've beaten one reigning champion, the great and all-powerful fucking, what's his face? Darrell. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, the truth of the matter is, it's like I've been saying on the last couple of lives about Benavidez. The energy of these call-outs are good, but for fuck's sake, I'm getting sick of you calling people out when you're not signing up to fight anybody.
Let me run through this real quick. And one baller said, "Are you guys watching the Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. fight? Is anybody in here watching that? I'm gonna watch it.
I want to see like Clavo just said. Like Clavo just said, I want to see Dorticos versus Zordo. I want to see that fight.
I gotta see
that one, bro.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
I want to see that.
And I'll probably hate watch the Jake fight and hope he gets his chin knocked in, but he won't.
I really hope Jake get his ass beat, but fuck, man.
Yeah,
I hope so too, man.
JMA says this guy doesn't know shit about boxing. He refers to Solidus when he was talking. Solidus, you got anything you want to add to his comment?
It wasn't fruity. It was
Yeah, you can accent. It's not a gay comment.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. So
my fault.
Go ahead, Nuke. Next one.
Solidus is just looking for attention.
Another one for Solidus. Domo says, Solidus, why hasn't David forced any hands?
Why and how?
Why no Saudi? Why where everyone is aligned in fighting? Why, Solidus?
He said that last time. It's the same arguments over and over again.
I know, but you're not able
to never answer them.
Hold on. Let me never
answer them.
When it comes to this Benavidez and Canelo talk, what I'm arguing is if they actually get in the ring, there's a good chance Benavidez will beat him. Y'all counter argue that with stuff that happens outside the ring.
That's how you get in the ring. It starts outside.
This is the same argument we've had 3-4 lives ago.
Hold on. But once again, you're not answering the question, Solidus. Why has David not forced any hands to make the fight happen? And why is he not trying to fight where everybody else is fighting?
Denied. What are you talking about? Again, there were opportunities for him to fight him. This fight is not going to happen if Canelo was like, I'm not going to fight him. He was not going to fight him, so the fight didn't happen. What am I supposed to do? You don't want to fight me? He's just recently said he don't want to fight him. You're banking on Turkey convincing him. But is Canelo getting up saying, hey, I want to fight Benavidez? No. You wasting time fighting Crawford, a nigga that's not in your weight class. You should win. That shirt you're wearing saying easy money, it is easy money. You're going to beat him.
Well,
why not just fight this guy that's around your weight? He's calling you out. You're not going to fight a guy that's calling you out. Normally, boxing do that.
That's easy money on the way out. That's easy money on the way out. Don't worry about it.
You put that on blast.
Nah, actually, no. David just fucking fought to, be the fucking number one at 175. So
a million niggas to fight a Canelo. He got to fight a million guys. He got to do that.
Hold on, Solidus. Let me ask you a question.
Just fight him. Just fight him and beat him.
Solidus, are you ruling out a Canelo?
Let me get it over with. That's what the boxing fans want to see.
Okay, Solidus, are you ruling out a Canelo Benavidez fight right now?
I don't believe it's going to happen. Yes, I am.
Okay, so I like to respond to that. In David's recent interview, which I did a video about, he's not ruling out the fight. He's optimistic the fight can happen. And so I would rather trust David's feeling because he's talking to Turkey Al-Sheikh than anybody else. That's just me. Let me get to the next one. Hold on. Blunt Smoking said Solidus is a clown and a racist. He's not a boxing fan. He's a tribal fan. Someone kick him out. Solidus, how do you address the charges that they're saying that you're a clown and a racist and you're not a boxing fan?
Like last time, when I said the things about the Mexicans, how they're always downplaying black fighters and all that. Ever since that, I've said that on live. Mexican so-called boxing fans, they're not really fans. But they've been coming at me. It's either some homo joke or comments like this.
Wait a minute, Solidus. Wait a minute, Solidus. The reason why everybody's not feeling you.
What am I saying is ignorant?
No. Hold on. The reason why a lot of people not feeling you, Solidus, is because
Canelo.
Hold on. No, had nothing to do with Canelo. Is you called an entire community of people the taco community.
Yeah, that's.
I don't. Mysteriously, my name is on a chat where I'm saying that. I never wrote that, but mysteriously that comes up.
I don't know how somebody could write this months ago that you wrote with your name. It doesn't make sense.
I'm asking the same question. That's why when I saw it, I'm like, are you serious? I never wrote no. I don't have to disrespect or talk down on Mexicans. I don't have to do that. Mexicans ain't important enough for me to do that. I don't have to do that.
Bro, you need
to. I never said.
Go back and find that live. Go back and find that live, bro.
We already got the proof.
IBF. All you got to do is read your comments. You'll see a lot of anti-black shit.
Man the fuck up and own it.
That's all you got to do. But they're calling me racist, though. I'm the racist one. Read your comment section.
You were coming in here with a lot of rage the last few lives.
Listen, you made your bed. You got to sleep in it.
I'm the one racing.
Can I say
You made your bed. Now sleep in it.
Yes, you can go. Let me read this next one, Gucci. I'm gonna let you go. Rafa says emotional dude keeps mentioning 37 like it's not David didn't struggle with a 40-year-old fighter. Body bag.
Ooh, that's a body.
Damn.
That's a body. Ooh,
Slavo, was that a body?
That's a body and a character, bro. Man, let's get it.
Freaking
I got pathetic now.
Somebody get some tags on toes.
Even so, this laugh, he knows a body.
Yeah.
All right.
Silence, bro. Here's the thing that I don't get. Here's the thing that I don't get, bro. I mean, look, man, David's all good. He's cool, right? I mean, I get it, but I think you should be showing this energy to is fucking Nakatani. Fucking Bam. You know, and you know, I didn't even think about this. How is it that these motherfuckers, they both debuted in 2017 and look what the fuck they're doing? Where's your boy at? Like, what the fuck? God, seriously, like, you know, you don't see what a problem here with that shit?
Again.
No, not again.
Say it again.
Not
I gotta
again.
say it again. You're ignoring my original point I was trying to make.
No,
my original art, what got us.
This isn't about any of your points, bro. This is actually something for real. I never thought about it until now. These fighters started in 2017. You've been fighting since 2013. How the fuck is Yuto Nakatani a three-weight champion right now? A three-division champion?
I'm not mad at that because my original point is
How the fuck is Tony Romero a three-division champion?
Fuck out of here, Pring.
All right, now I got another one. This one's from the Amazing Three. Now I want Steele's thoughts on this. Steele and Clavo and Preem. I think I need everybody, all hands on deck. The Amazing Three says Terrence Crawford is the most avoided boxer in this generation. Keith Thurman, Adrian Broner, Teofimo Lopez, Vergil Ortiz, Boots Ennis. He avoids no one, and Canelo fought a washed Kovalev and not a prime Ward. Now, I'm gonna let everybody address this however you want to. The only thing I'll say is he rejected a fight with Teofimo. I'm not calling it a duck because it's not. I'm just saying he said no to that fight. So I don't know how Teo could duck him. That don't make sense.
That makes no sense.
And then the second thing is he rejected an offer with Vergil Ortiz from Turkey Al-Sheikh. So I don't know how Vergil's, when the last conversation, he said, I don't want to fight Vergil. I don't want that fight.
Can I take the floor on this?
So everybody can respond to that.
Can I take the floor first on
this?
I'm
going to go after here. I'm going to
go after
Mills.
I'm going to shut it down. I want to shut it down.
One, this is the Tank Davis not lover again, back at us under a different account. So pretty much, I remember having this guy came on a live and was glazing Tank Davis. So one, this guy's opinion over boxing is totally irrelevant to me. Two, Crawford. Was he ducked by Furman? You could say that, but let's be honest, he ducked Boots. You can make that case. He definitely ducked Vergil. I don't care what anyone tells me. He definitely ducked, as Newt just said. Then there was the whole thing about Teofimo. So I can't get how he's the most avoided boxer when he's ducked people. And for him saying Canelo fought a wash Kovalev and not a prime Ward, that's because Ward retired. If Ward was still there, Canelo would have fought him.
And remember, Canelo reached out to Better Be at first before he fought.
And that's the thing. He reached out to Better Be at first, and that's well publicized. He put the offer to Better Be at first, and that fight didn't get done. That's why he went on to Kovalev. So
Kovalev was the reigning world champion.
Yeah.
Kovalev
what is the point behind that? That is a completely irrelevant, ignorant, and downright stupid opinion.
Tribalist.
Oh man, that's just crazy.
Yeah, this is a race-driven opinion.
Solidist burner account.
All right. Who's next?
Mills is next.
I mean, Brody, we really can't sit here and act like the dude wasn't frozen out by the PBC to the point where they blotted this dude's graphic off.
I agree on that.
I agree.
But you got to remember, they literally would not show this man's graphics when they were talking about other welterweight champions.
No, I agree. We agree on that. I'm not saying he wasn't ducked.
Okay,
but he did duck some people.
Yeah, I can see why you would say that. I get why you would say that he ducked Vergil. I would get why you would say that he ducked Boots or whatever. I personally don't agree with that. And they've all, Black Prime is already on record saying they reached out to Boots. And Boots, we want to stay loyal to the PBC because, they done right by it. So, but I get what it is that y'all saying. As far as Canelo fighting a Wash Kovalev, The dude was a champion, dog. Like, and when did he never fought Ward? Everybody just this the dumb shit that people do, man. When Ward kept saying, you know, he didn't say my name, he didn't say my name. I was just waiting on him to say my name. Why the fuck I'm gonna say your name and you retired? That shit don't make no sense, bro. It just like, come on, man. Like, just stop playing games, dog. Like, he didn't. Was Kovalev somewhat compromised? Yeah, we can definitely admit to that. But the dude was a champion. Like, we not about to sit here and act like the dude was 150% washed. He wasn't. He was a fucking champion off of one of his best wins in his career. Stop playing with me. Ward, it was no reason to fight. Like, they was never even in this campaigning in the same division while Ward was active. How are you ducking a prime Ward? Man, stop playing, bro. Just, whatever the fuck ever. Stop being stupid.
And another thing I just like to add to that is Kovalev was coming off of 2 knockout wins against 2 undefeated fighters when he won that world title before he fought Canelo Alvarez. So a watch fighter doesn't come off of 2 knockout wins against 2 undefeated fighters going forward. I think that's just to be noted. And at the end of the day, Canelo was also fighting in a weight class that he really didn't belong in theory, it being so small.
And don't forget this.
Boom.
And don't forget this, Nuke. Canelo jumped from 160 to 175.
That's true.
Boom.
And same thing.
Let me say this about Crawford. You know, Crawford, you know, he went undisputed at 140, 147, but he didn't defend in that undisputed. He didn't fight against a Boost Ennis. He went to 154 and fought a dude that nobody knew, Israel Madrimov, for the WBA championship with 10 or 11 fights. At the end of the day, Crawford saw that Jermell Charlo got that payday with Canelo, and that fight was going to be actually him versus Charlo. But he saw that move. He's like, no, I got to do the same move that Charlo did. Because at the end of the day, 154, the champion of resets of the WBA was Charlo. You know what I mean? And now Boost has entered in the 154 mix, but Crawford's no longer going to campaign in that weight division. So it just shows that, you know, it just shows that he wants the payday.
Solidus is curled up in the fetal position under his bed right now.
It's like a cheese doodle puff.
Cheetos puff.
Clavo, did you want to add anything to this?
I mean, bro, man, all of y'all talking, but everybody pretty much said what I was gonna say because Crawford the most avoided boxing man. I'm not. Nah,
he's not.
Bro, I mean, look, okay, I understand. Look, in his defense, 147 had him frozen out, bro. You know, Danny Garcia wasn't trying to fight him. Yeah, Thurman didn't fight him. Spence fucking took so long before he fucking finally gave him the fight. So yeah, I don't blame him for that. You know what I mean? But yeah, but avoid it as in nah, bro. Like some kind of boogeyman. The man's good, bro. I love Bud, bro. I love Bud. But come on, man. And yeah, the Kovalev and Canelo, bro. This is stupid as fuck. Well, this is a small guy. I never 140 all the way to and you're at 170. Wait a minute. You start at 140 and you're fighting at 175, and you actually knocked the current world champion out with your size.
GOAT status.
I mean, bro, that's. I don't see how people overlook that. I don't see what the fuck is going through people's mind when the facts are there and this don't tell you nothing. This is a very small guy. He don't belong at 168. It's already been said, bro. And I can't agree more. He does not have the figure for 168 either, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then going all the way to 175, bro. A lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, to do what he does and knowing that I'm taller than him is just crazy, man. I'm like, man, how do you do it?
You agree with this statement? Or you disagree with it? Anything you want to add to it?
No, it made sense.
and dollars, and a lot of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
And taxes too, and some taxes after that too,
and some retirement, You know what I mean?
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah. Go right ahead, Gooch.
I want to go back to what we were talking about the Canelo David.
Hold on 1 second, Gooch. I hate to interrupt you. Let me finish this comments, and then we'll go back to that, and I'll let you have the floor. I promise.
Okay.
JMA refers back to Solidus saying that when Solidus brought up Canelo fighting Jermell Charlo, but forgets that David Benavidez fought Demetrius Andre. The same Demetrius Andre that dumped that Jermell Charlo, and they came from the same weight class. But he only mentions Canelo. Jermell Charlo's going to the Hall of Fame. Demetrius Andre just going to the Hall.
With no fame.
The other going back to the.
Hold on. I got two more. I'm sorry. And my brother LR9 vlog says Solidus would praise Canelo if he was black.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Do you agree with that, Carlos?
I agree with that. Have you never heard me praise Canelo before?
I don't want to get into them scam politics.
I'm not getting into race stuff.
It always goes
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people on here don't want to get into it, but fuck it, I'm gonna get into it. I agree with this statement, and I co-sign it and stamp it. I believe that he would get a lot more. I believe he would get a lot more praise if he was black from Solidus, because the fact that you can praise Devin Haney and you got an issue with Canelo boggles the mind. So I'm sorry. That's just my thought process on it. And if you don't want me to believe that, you got to show me different.
IBF, you know what? At the end of the day, listen. At the end of the day, they still need a Mexican to get rich.
Bro, how the hell does Devin Haney got any fans right now, bro? How does Haney have any fans?
I don't know.
Hey, you know what it is? All I can say for real is like, when I look at the vast,
the only argument I've had with Canelo is I feel that he will lose if he fights Benavidez. That's the only thing I said about him. How is that hating or not praising him? You've never heard me give him credit for his undisputed run? I never said he's not a great fighter. I never said any of that. All these times I came on here, I never said that.
Yeah, but you're fucking
That's the only thing I ever said about Canelo is if he were to fight Benavidez, there's a good chance he could lose. I never said nothing else that was bad about him. So how am I? So what am I saying about it?
You have. You called him a duck.
I don't know, bro. They got you as the Ku Klux Klan member of this channel, bro.
What the hell you mean, bro?
I'm not gonna go that far.
What I gotta say about this?
That's exactly why, Nuke. I'm trying to tell you.
Like you said, Nuke, fuck it. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. He's the Ku Klux Klan of this channel.
No, I didn't say that part. I just said the other part. But hold on. I got last one. Last comment. Mike Trade says, "See, Nuke, Solidus cries about how Mexicans are racist, but blacks do it like the Amazing Three, the LDBC. Like, bro, it goes both ways. It's not just Mexicans."
Just read your comment section, bro.
And that's a very good point, because we've seen this from both sides of the streets, and Solidus only calls out one side.
You know, let me add to that real quick. I think people get mad for the simple fact, you know, Mayweather's no longer the face of boxing no more. Now it's Canelo. When Canelo got that baton, you know, is a Latino.
That's actually
boxing.
Yeah, they mad because they want to tank. They want to tank, but they can't tank.
Well, no. It's because America is no longer the mecca of boxing, bro. All the big fights.
Hold on. I got to go back to what Solidus was saying with Clavo when he was like, "Oh, I give Canelo praise and all of this." Mike Trace pulled this card. He said, "Nope." He said Canelo greatness has to be questioned because he lost to Dimitri Bivol. Like, what the fuck? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Canelo greatness got to be questioned because he lost to Bivol.
Y'all say he beat an A-level fighter, but lost to an A-level fighter. That's a valid question.
Losing to an A-level fighter. David ain't ever fought one.
Y'all talk like this.
When has David fought one?
No. Fuck who they fought.
No. It ain't fuck who David fought. No. Because you're criticizing him for losing to an A-level fighter. David, if he would have looked at David, there's a reason why David didn't take that. Hold on, Solid. There's a reason why David didn't take that fight in Saudi. Because he was scared like a little bitch. He didn't want to take that fight. He agreed to take it, and then he changed his mind.
Bruh. Y'all talk like Canelo beat everybody, and that's proven not to be true.
It ain't about him beating everybody. Hold on, newsflash. It's not about beating. It's about taking. Hold on. Open that bag. It's not about beating everybody. It's about taking the fights. Canelo took the fights.
Yes, thank you.
Say he took the fights.
Y'all talking Canelo beats everybody. No, he does not. He's been out boxed before. He's been beaten before.
Hold on, Solidus. I'm asking you a question. Solidus, hold on, Solidus. When has David taken those kind of fights?
It has nothing to do with David. I'm talking about Canelo.
Everything to do with David. Your whole criticism of Canelo stems from David. So I have to ask you, when has David put himself in the same position? He's never done it.
I question Canelo. He said nothing about Benavidez. My response to that is, I never questioned Canelo. What I said is, this panel talks like Canelo has this historical resume and he's beat a bunch of A-level guys. When we seen him lose to A-level guys.
He does have a historical resume.
All I did was highlight that. and all of a sudden I'm getting all this drama.
How many
He
years he
has
was
beat a lot of
undefeated,
A-level
bro?
guys.
I never
How many
said
years
fuck
he was
Canelo.
undefeated
What
until
the
he
fuck
went
are we
with
saying?
Bo?
What the
Like,
fuck
I
do
never
we
said he
say?
wasn't that good. I never said nothing like that.
No.
But I'm getting all
Let me
this.
add
I'm getting
a
all
how
this
point.
drama
many
like
years
that's the
was
case.
he undefeated until he fought Bivol?
Was he undefeated
Bro,
until he fought with Hall?
No,
Yeah,
he
how
fought
many
Floyd
times was he
Mayweather.
undefeated
after
until
How
he
long
fought
he
Bivol? He
went
lost to
without a
Mayweather.
loss?
We know that. We know he lost to Mayweather. We know that.
No, he
How
mean like
many
on a
years?
winning streak. Yeah.
Listen, exactly how many years since he's been undefeated since till he met Bivol?
No, I'm not saying that. He beat a
I'm
bunch
just
of good
asking you
fighters,
a
but not
question.
A-level fighters.
You said he
What
didn't
I'm
fight
saying
nobody, no
is,
killers.
Oh, crazy.
Listen, he
He
didn't
got
fight
a
no
whole bunch
killers.
of
He
Hall
didn't
of
fight good
Famers
fighters.
in his
Listen,
resume.
listen to
hold
me.
up.
Listen
Damn.
to me. You say he didn't fight no good fighters. So name me
No, I
the
said he
people
fought
that's
good
not
fighters, but
great
not A-level
fighters from when he
Hey,
lost to Mayweather
can
all
I
the
jump in?
way to
fighters, bro.
Bivol.
Oh,
Hold
all
on.
right.
Please
Hold on.
hey,
1 second. 1 second. Clavo, can
make
you
it
do
make
me a
sense.
favor?
yes.
Can you read this for me? I don't want to lose my voice. Go ahead and
All
read
right.
this comment for me, my brother.
All right. David caught Canelo's run at 168 week when he's fighting his leftovers and went the distance with Plant. That's your king, Solidus. God damn.
Man, that's your
Damn.
king, Solomon.
Got you.
I'm
Hey,
Go
off.
King.
real
All
quick,
right,
can I?
Hit.
All
Good
right,
night,
hit.
y'all. I'll see you next
No,
live.
I have no
All right,
king.
hit.
All right, my
Salute, hit.
brother.
Hey, I
Andy
wanna
Milanakis. I'll see you later.
I
Hit, tell
wanna
your mama I said hi.
I just wanna add a point.
That's my
I
man,
want
Andy Milanakis.
hey,
Hey,
I wanna
real
add
quick,
this. Clav
I want to go.
oh, go
I
ahead,
want
Gooch.
to. I want to go back to what Solidus said, that the past doesn't matter. You ever heard of forecasting?
How the hell the past doesn't matter? Did he
The
say that
past.
about my question?
Hold
What
on,
about
real quick.
forecasting, Carlos?
Forecasting is based on historical data. Now,
Ah.
David has proven that he ducks, that he doesn't fight elite competition, which means he
What does that
hasn't
got to do with
developed.
Canelo saying he wants to fight him?
Let me finish. Let
Let
me
the gooch
finish.
finish, please. Let the gooch
Damn,
finish.
I don't
And
speak.
I'm going to answer that one too. That's why the past matters. Canelo, as accomplished as he is, he continues to in that trajectory. Now, as far as the fight with Canelo, have you ever thought once that maybe it's a negotiating ploy, that I'm not going to fight David? He did that with Bud. I'm not fighting him. I have no business fighting him until they threw a shitload of money.
That same
Canelo
weak ass
is this.
argument I
Hold on.
just
Canelo is a short, redhead, freckle-faced Mexican who is probably going to become the first billionaire boxer. All right, he's proven that he's a great fucking businessman. So I would give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he's gonna, because he's proven. Like when they said he won't fight Triple G, he fought Triple G. When they said he wouldn't fight this guy, he fought him. His track record, his history shows that yeah, I'm gonna get that business, but now I'm gonna get fucking paid.
Mm.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
not
just
after
like
waiting
What's
everybody
your
said
question,
he's gonna
Solidus?
fight
3-4
Bivol.
years.
Oh, you must be
Solidus, what was your
crazy to
question
fight
again?
Bivol.
What?
Huh?
Solidus, what was your question again?
No, I have something to say, but
Oh, go. Oh, my bad. No, I was saying Solidus. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah,
I'm
me too.
saying, but did you answer my question, Solidus? Or you just gonna keep moving the goalposts like my man Ashley Knuckles be saying?
Hold up, what'd you say?
You gonna answer my question? You still ain't answering though.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer it. Ask me.
If the question is, since you said he wasn't a great or whatever, how many wins? How did he go undefeated after Floyd Mayweather until Bivol? You're gonna tell me he didn't fight any great fighters from there till Bivol?
No, he fought one Triple G,
Oh
and that was
shit! Damn,
controversial.
man, I'm about
And
to hang up.
not man, listen. Hey,
No,
listen.
what
Dude,
other great fighter he
Crazy.
fought? What other great fighter he fought besides Triple G? I want to hear this.
Cotto,
Fucking
Whoa,
Danny
whoa,
Cotto.
whoa! You mean
35-year-old
Billy
Jacobs
Cotto?
wasn't a
Jacobs.
great fighter?
Yo,
Jacobs
hold
wasn't a
on, no,
great
no, no, no,
fighter?
no, hold on, hold
No,
on, hold on. Because
35-year-old Cotto.
y'all keep
You
doing this
gonna
shit.
tell me what?
Y'all keep doing this shit. Okay, so by that metric that you're saying right there, if Canelo and David Benavidez fight next year, David Benavidez doesn't deserve that win if he beats him because Canelo will
Body
be
bag.
35 years old.
Oh, there
Body
you
Thank
bag.
go.
you.
Body bag.
Body
Body
bag.
bag.
Thank you,
Hey,
Damn.
bro.
he
Body.
still
That's a body.
Ooh.
The body's
Now,
in the morgue.
yep,
For the fighter.
and listen, and I got another thing, and I'm just
Still
listen,
checkmate.
listen. I'm gonna throw this in the air. I want y'all to catch this. I'm gonna throw it in the air. What if
He's 37 years old.
What if David Benavidez and the Turk set this whole shit up already just to make it his last fight against Canelo?
Cost that.
It's going to happen. I got to see it to believe it. I feel
Cost
like he
that.
would have fought him.
let me before I forget.
Dude, by he's not gonna keep waiting to fight that guy.
I'm just saying. Now, listen. I'm saying. It's starting.
That
Listen.
fight-
It's starting to listen. Solid. It's starting to come out now. What I'm trying to say is it's starting to come out now. The what if? Now it looks like Turkey wants to do that. I think these guys had this shit planned because he wanted Crawford to go first before he does Benavidez at the end. I'm just saying, throw it in the air, catch it, let it marinate in your brains. Because we're not seeing outside the box. With this man, you got to see there is no box. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be on point with all the hustling moves that he's doing. And I'm talking about Shiki. I'm talking about Shiki.
Hey, I want to say this real quick before I forget. Clavo made a good point saying that because I mentioned that why these other people get mad and because Canelo's the face of boxing and this and that, saying that USA is no longer the mecca of boxing. You know what's crazy?
It's not.
It's like
really isn't.
I would never thought that I would stay up early as fuck to watch a Japanese card to see Inoue.
Word, I'm tired as fuck.
Countries are.
Bro, yeah, man.
Like,
and these are the weight classes that we ignore. These are the weight classes that we don't even pay attention to. But I feel like we should. These are the weight classes where it's at. These dudes, they fight like they fight for their life. These smaller weight classes, I don't know if y'all be watching them, but bro, these motherfuckers be going, dog.
From 105 with that Puerto Rican kid, from 105 and up.
Fucking Collazo, bro. Fucking Collazo, bro. That little motherfucker got some, bro. I got to
nice.
He can do something nice.
He got the skills to pay the bills, man.
But I'm just saying, look, the mech on the boxing part, because look where it's all at. The undisputed for heavyweight, where is it? It's in Ukraine.
It's like
the one for the fucking light. The one for look who's got the fucking cruiserweight titles. It's fucking Jai and Zurdo. These ain't Americans. You know what I'm saying? 175.
There's more options now compared to back then.
I prefer to watch Haney versus Ramirez, the rematch, right, Solidus?
There is no American left except, I guess, Crawford.
Damn, bro.
If you want to say he's a
I already processed that shit.
Haney Ramirez 2, be there.
What the fuck?
Hey, yo, let me tell you something. Listen, how many championships did the Benavidez win? I forgot.
How many what?
He's defeated one reigning world champion. He's held the WBC 2 times at 168 and 1 time at 178.
Damn.
Machine, though.
So
that's exactly right, bro.
Like
you get strip one. You get strip one for
so
drugs.
That's like two. That's like 2 solid ones he won, right?
Well, no, all 3 of them are solid.
I don't know about solid.
Oh,
what do you mean? Well, what do you mean solid?
I mean, like just one of himself. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't an email belt or nothing like that.
Yeah, like he didn't take it off nobody.
No, hold on, but that's when it was derailed. Should we really count that? The reason why he had that belt because you lost it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. So I'm not gonna count it, man. I'm not gonna count it. That's what I'm saying. Rolly looks like he's doing better than him. He got 3 championships now, and he should be going for number 4.
Man, will you please stop reminding me about that?
Bro, and look, I gotta say this, bro. Look, I think I remember.
I'm fucking with you, Simon, but it's the truth.
If I remember correctly, bro, I think David fought he lost the second belt when he fought Roman. And this was at the end of 2020. You know what I'm saying? So the belt was no longer up for grabs for you, but for Romer it was. So that I think that was like in October, bro, of 2020. So right in 2021, hey, Canelo started the undisputed run. You would have been in line. You know what?
So
and also,
you're telling me David Benavidez obviously has been longer boxing than Rolly Morero, and Rolly has accomplished the same shit he did.
I mean, look, this is when bro, that's actually
I gotta do this.
Bro, that's fucking
fuck. I didn't even look at it from that paradigm.
Yo,
hold on. I gotta do this. Hold on. N1 Baller says Solidus says the girl's past doesn't matter, and why so?
Oh man.
Lord have mercy.
I ain't got no words, fam. I ain't got no fucking words, fam.
Damn, that's crazy. I ain't even gonna contest to that.
It's crazy. Disrespecting Canelo's resume with so many Hall of Famers in his.
That's what I'm saying. That's insane,
hold on, Carlos. At least he bigs up Devin Haney.
Ho. When he fought,
he did George Kambosos. He did George Kambosos twice.
So, I mean, what's so good about Devin Haney now, bro? What's so good about him?
I got a question. If he can beat George Kambosos twice, why he beat Lomachenko twice?
He fight to a Kodo. You can't stamp that. Yes, they're Hall of Famers, but them dudes was too old, bro.
Okay, so then
No,
Canelo's
was
going
a
to be too
champion.
old
No,
for
hold on.
David, right?
No, wait a minute.
Hold on. Is
Wait,
Canelo going to be too old for David?
hold on, bro.
Solidus. Is Canelo going to be too old for David when they fight? If they fight at the end of his contract?
An hour ago in the chat, I said he's too old at 37. Canelo's done at 37.
And so if
He's not
Canelo
fighting
beats
until
him,
he's
hold on.
too
So
old.
if Canelo beats him at 37, what do you say then?
That would be a shock.
A shock.
A shock.
Dude, do we need to go?
That would be a shock.
How old was Nino Donaire? No, Nino Donaire. How old was he when he
talking
caught his
about
last strap?
He ain't beat no Benavidez at 37.
You're missing
He
my
ain't
point.
fighting.
How old, Clavo? How old was
I'll
Nino? How old
put
was
it to
No
you like
Nino when
this.
he caught his last strap?
I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Benavidez came
Damn,
out.
I can't.
Yo, Jesus, please forgive me. Jesus
hold on.
Christ.
39.
Listen,
Hold
I
on,
need
hold
Jesus to listen. I need Jesus to forgive me for this one, but I think he put down the cross from Jesus and put Benavidez cross up and got that nigga like this, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because that's crazy, bro.
No. Hey, Mills, I figured it out. Clavo Mills, I figured it out. This is it. He thinks David Benavidez is Artur Beterbiev.
Nah, bro, but hold on, bro.
What I think is, this is what I say.
Can I say this?
If Canelo and Benavidez were to actually fight, there's a very big chance he can beat Canelo. That's all I'm saying. Y'all keep spinning it around, this extra shit.
No,
I'm
it's your man. It's your man. You're
That's
gonna
all I'm
say he's
saying.
gonna beat him. That's your guy.
I'm not even the
obviously.
biggest of Benavidez fans. I just believe that they fight.
You're a Benavidez fan because you
What's
defend
wrong
him to
with
the end.
What's
You
wrong
are a
with
big fan. Listen, you are a
Hey,
big fan. Look in the
Solid,
mirror.
That's where all
Solid,
the
did you say?
that's
Look in
where
the
all
mirror.
Did you say that Cotto was washed?
the fact that I'm saying he can beat
Get him,
Canelo.
Clavo. Get him.
That's all the drama.
Hey, Solid,
That's all I'm saying.
Solid, did you say
I
that
didn't say
Cotto
nothing
was
wrong. I didn't.
Cotto was washed?
He said Cotto was washed.
Hold on, Cotto was washed, right?
Yes.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Do you know that he actually became a world? He went back down to light middleweight and fucking got a champion. He became a champion again.
The same as Prime Cotto, regardless of what he did.
Bro, that fight was bro. Hey, that fucking fight. That looked like a washed Cotto.
Knock it off, bro.
Did you watch that fight? Did that look like a washed Cotto?
Regardless of what
He
he
looked like a washed Cotto to me. I don't know what he was looking at, Clavo.
Bro,
knock it off.
Nah, you need to knock it off, bro.
He gave Floyd a fight.
Hey, bro, he got on a pair of David Benavidez Nikes.
Oh my God!
Yo, y'all remember the lottos from back in the days when you just take the O off and put another one? That's a David Benavidez expression face. He got a Velcro shit that he can just change it all the time.
Man, Solid, why are you so mad that Canelo ain't fighting Benavidez? Why does that bother you so much?
Anything about Canelo, you're going to come under attack. I understand that.
But no, that's you with David. That's you with Devin Haney and David.
Anything you say about Devin Haney, you're going to come under attack.
Say what?
Anything you say about Devin Haney, you're going to come under attack. So by that logic, you're doing the same thing.
Devin Haney when Devin Haney got beat by Ryan Garcia, I know there's some stuff that went on. They took it away, whatever, some drug shit, whatever with that. He lost that fight. You see how I'm willing to say that? I like Devin Haney, yeah, but he got beat by Ryan. Ryan beat him.
The thing is this, bro. The thing is
y'all
this.
Can't concede Canelo stuff, though. Y'all make excuses.
It's not
bring up
making
excuses. Every
Why we
possible
making? We don't make excuses. Listen, we don't make excuses for Canelo, man. It's just
like y'all,
man.
What are you saying, Mills? Hold on 1 second, Solid. Mills wanted to respond to your point.
Fucking this dude or something. That's how y'all defend this.
See, now he makes a sexual.
Now you're doing gay stuff.
Now he wants to go to the gay stuff. What happened earlier? You was asking, hey, bro, why you doing that gay stuff? Also, you can do it, but not me.
Anti-pride here, and all of a sudden you on some Brokeback Mountain shit. What the fuck's going on here, bro?
Man, listen,
bro,
man. The thing is this: you don't get under attack just because it's the disposition that you have. It's the disposition that it's the talking points that you present when you're talking about Canelo. You'll completely disregard David Benavidez's resume or whatever, and then when we highlight when you'll take Canelo ain't beat nobody. Hold on, loved one, hold on. You'll say he ain't beat. He has
no respect. I'm not saying Benavidez has this perfect resume or he did this. All I'm saying is if they get in the ring and if they fight, I think he can beat him. Everything else you say about Benavidez is fact.
But
I don't think you really believe that.
You dismiss other steps that he's taken as well. You'll dismiss.
He doesn't believe that, yo.
I don't think you really believe that, bro. You just don't like
He's delusional, Clavo. He's delusional.
Yeah. You don't believe that?
I don't think you. Maybe he does. I don't know. I just think he's wrong.
Nah, he
Another thing
doesn't.
Maybe he's taking
Bro,
a
because
David Benavidez vitamin
wait.
C.
Why are you so mad that fucking Canelo and Benavidez ain't fought? Like this really bothers you? Why?
No, because
Because
like
because Canelo doesn't want to fight him, right?
Why?
I'm gonna
So
tell you my reason. You asked me my reason. The reason why I want to see the fight is I think that would be a great fight. I would like to see it as a fan.
Okay,
That's
I mean,
so
look.
it's that
Okay,
simple.
I mean,
It's really
wait.
that
I mean, you know
simple.
what? I
That's
agree
simple.
with you.
Man.
I agree with you. I would like to see that fight too, but at the same time,
Good.
I gotta understand. Canelo's like, yo, bro. You know what? Why fight you
Good.
when I did in a
Now
year what you
I'm
couldn't do in a
warmed up to
decade?
the
Why should I fight you for?
nowadays I'm
Facts.
warmed up to the Nakatami and Inoue fight. That's probably my number one fight I want to see now.
Hey,
I,
Solid.
I
Why
look at
why
that.
aren't you
I
hold
agree.
on,
I
I
like
mean,
that.
they ain't got
I
shit
like
to
that.
do with
I
what the
want to
fuck
see
I
that
just
hold on,
fight.
said, but
hold
all
on.
right.
Why
But
aren't
yeah,
you
I like how you slid right back,
He
right
got to
under
get
that
through
body bag.
MJ.
But now
hold
let me
on, why
scoop you back
Because you
up.
want that same old stupid Benavidez shit. I don't want to hear that no more.
It's
Same old
stupid to you
bullshit.
because you don't like it, and
The
because it's
same
real,
argument for
and
24
because it's
lives
why
ago.
facts.
Same
okay.
shit.
Hold on
Same
real
shit.
quick.
It's
Solid,
facts,
bro.
and
Why aren't
he
you
Bro,
don't eat
I'm
the same
sorry, bro.
sandwich that he ate when he
why aren't you
lost weight.
pissed
When he
off that why aren't you
It's-
pissed off that David is ducking Bivol and better Beterbiev? That's the weight
What?
he's at. Why aren't
should be
you
mad at that.
criticizing
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
be.
David for
Who
not
said
fighting
he
Bivol
I
was?
mean,
or
you
better
should also
Beterbiev?
be mad
Who
about
said he
how is it
focused
that how you
on?
gonna say no to Column and now you're in negotiation with him again? What the fuck are we doing?
Who said?
If
Who
this is
said Benavidez
Yo,
is
he
That
needs
flip
ducking
flop
Bivol?
Ashy
shit don't
Knuckles
kind
here
of
to
seem
save
kind of
him.
he did it.
skeptical to you, dog.
Ashy,
Let's
come save
fight.
him,
Let's
Ashy.
fight
For
off
Come
of
real,
save
it.
him.
Mirage, come save him. Nah, fuck you, Mirage.
Hey,
Hey,
Solid.
yo, where's the wedding crasher? Mirage and Ashy. Where they at?
Hold on. I think Mills wanted to say something. Let me read this comment, and then we're gonna go to Mills. Let me read these two. Remy says many of us have been on here for more than 8 years, but stop listening when a biased racist is on the panel who deep down wants Canelo inside of him.
God damn,
Oh,
man.
damn,
Oh
Remy.
Come
man, damn.
on,
Shout
man.
out
Oh,
to Remy.
man.
Shout out to
God
my
damn.
brother
Hey,
Remy.
salute, Remy. Salute, Remy.
Man,
Yeah,
He was
salute to
talking
Remy.
about
Remy,
dog.
man.
Hey,
Is that
Solid.
Remy Ma or Remy itself? Like,
Nah,
No, my
it's
brother
that's
Remy.
another Remy, bro.
Hey, I
Salute
got
to
a
Look,
question,
LR9
Solid.
Blogs, man. Saludos, compa, saludos.
Hold on.
Now,
And
hold on.
JMA says all fighters have a fighting chance, but you can't disrespect Canelo thinking this guy is better just because he blocks punches with his face.
that's a fact.
Ooh, that's a fact.
That's
word,
a fact.
word.
But what I want to
That's
say
real
is this,
talk.
man. You keep bringing up age and everything, and age isn't equal between all fighters, dog. Golovkin retired at 39, a unified world champion. Nonito Donaire caught a belt at like 39 as
Bonito.
well.
39. Yeah.
B Hop was 45 when he caught a strap.
Mm-hmm.
Foreman was 40 when he caught a strap. Manny
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao came back at 41 and caught a strap from Keith Thurman, dog. You can't just keep saying a 37. Cotto
Yep.
was 37 years old, bro. Cotto was a champion, and that fight was hella competitive.
A
Hella
fourth
Yes.
division
competitive.
champion. A fourth
Thank
division
you.
champion. And let me tell
35
you something, Solid. Let me ask you a question,
weapons.
Solid. When will David Benavidez finally unify? He's nearing 30 years old. But
Never.
when Canelo was in his early 20s, he ready to unify with Austin Trout before he fought against the great
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Floyd
Oh,
Mayweather.
Body
damn.
bag.
Oh no, Carlos. Hey,
I
Carlos.
think
No,
Rolly
he's
Romero is
unified
gonna
interim,
unify
right?
before him.
He's
No,
unified interim, bro.
Oh,
again.
interim.
I'm not
That's a joke,
disputing
bro.
that. What I'm
Let's
saying
go
is,
on an
if they
interim.
fight, I think he can beat him. I'm not disputing none of the Benavidez stuff. I've never argued
Take
that.
that
Y'all
cash
All right,
don't.
cool. Well, tell me
I've
how.
never argued.
Can you give me a
If they
breakdown?
fight,
Because
I think Benavidez will win. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
All that stuff
give
because I
us
beat
a
Benavidez.
breakdown of how, Solidus.
If they
Break it
fight,
down.
Benavidez will probably win. That's
give me
all
a
I'm saying.
breakdown on how a fight. I know I
How?
asked you this before, and it always started getting convoluted. Tell me the breakdown of how David is going to beat Canelo Alvarez.
Yep, I'm going on mute.
Like I said last time, if Canelo can't hurt him with his power, I think Benavidez will run right over him. I told you that last time.
So
Okay,
Canelo's not
so
gonna fight him?
so now let's take power
Because
away.
again, Canelo doesn't fight. Canelo doesn't fight. He doesn't throw combos anymore. He's slower. He's not really fast like he was when he was younger. So Benavidez can walk through that if he can do it with his power. I see
Solidus,
him.
Oh my fucking god!
Solidus, let me ask you a quick question. Who do you think
All right.
let me ask you a question, Solidus.
This nigga is so good, y'all.
Who do you think style is going to give Canelo more trouble if they fight back to back? Canelo
Fighters that
versus
go, the fighters
Canelo.
that
Hold
get
on one
Canelo
second, Solidus. Solidus,
come
1
forward
second.
and take punches.
Solidus.
Benavidez, he can beat
Solidus.
Canelo.
Can you hear me? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Whose style do you think would give Canelo more trouble? Bud versus Canelo or Canelo versus Benavidez? Do you think Bud or Benavidez would give Canelo more problems difference in their fight?
I think
Just
Benavidez.
style wise.
Benavidez.
Oh my lord!
You know why I'm picking
Solid.
Benavidez? You know why I'm
Solid.
picking Benavidez?
I
Because
wouldn't
he's
think.
around that weight. Crawford is not in Canelo's weight class like that. This
No,
fight is a dumb
He's saying
matchup.
Who has
So,
more
stylistically.
skills,
so
Solidus?
around
Hold on,
his
Solidus.
weight
One more
class.
question. One last question, Solidus. I
Well, I'm
promise.
going off his weight, but okay.
Okay, one last question.
Stylistically,
Okay, hold on, Solidus. One last question. Who has more skills, regardless of weight class? Bud Crawford or David
Crawford has more
Benavidez?
skills than Benavidez, but I'm going off of their weight class. I'm not talking about a guy coming
I
up.
understand, but I'm just saying the more
Off the weight
skillful
class
guy
fight.
between the two, because Bud has abilities that David don't. Bud
Yeah, he's
has,
more skilled than Benavidez. Yeah.
yeah, and so Bud can do things that Benavidez can't. Benavidez can't go to
Too
heavyweight
small.
or he'll go to sleep.
Too small.
Benavidez
Yeah.
can't go to cruiserweight and play with Opataya or he'll go to sleep. And he better hope, and if he fight better BF, he getting a pillow too. So we understand that there's things
Yep.
that David has to avoid. I'm for one things that Dimitri Bivol stops him. I know a lot of people don't believe it, but I'm telling you, my opinion is just like yours, Solid. I believe Dimitri Bivol puts the foot on the gas at the end of the fight and breaks open that pinata.
Hey, Bivol is a better boxer than Canelo. I kind of low key agree with you.
Okay, he is.
But
No,
Canelo is a
He
better
is.
boxer.
Okay.
Hold
What are
on.
you
He's a
saying?
better boxer
Yeah,
than
what does that
Canelo,
mean?
and he's also a better boxer than David.
I'm talking about Benavidez and Canelo though, not
Oh
Bivol.
my God! All right, who will win the fight, Benavidez or Canelo? I mean, Crawford, if they fight each other. If they
I
was
mean,
to fight.
You got to go
bro,
Benavidez.
Follow this. Who win
I want to stick to Canelo.
at
Benavidez.
168?
That okay?
What?
Could I stick to
Who wins?
Canelo Benavidez talk? Is that okay?
All right, cool.
I mean,
Okay,
might as
okay.
well.
All right, you might as well then, guy, because you don't want to answer nothing. Go ahead.
So
Like
Benavidez.
asking a dumbass
So
question because I'm saying something about Canelo.
It's
So
not a
now it's
dumbass question. We just throwing
no,
things out there.
no.
We just
On
throwing
another
things
fighter
out there.
because
It's
I asked
not
about
dumb, bro.
Canelo.
okay.
Why
I
do
asked
you get
about
upset?
Canelo
Everything is
Benavidez.
dumb. When nothing is
I,
going your
It
way,
is
listen.
dumb.
When nothing goes your way,
Who's going to
everything is
win out
dumb.
of? You know damn well he's never going
Steel
to fight
Mills say dumb
Canelo.
things. To you, Clavo say dumb things. Carlos say dumb things. IBF say dumb things.
yeah.
We all say dumb things when you start getting in your feelings.
And you know what it is? You know what it is, Preem? You know what it is? You know what it is?
Why?
It's just like my brother said, Solid is his Ashy Knuckles brother.
Oh man, it must be then.
Hey,
Shout out
hey,
Bill, non blow.
let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Well, let's take away power. Skill for skill. Skill for skill. How does it break it? Because I think what you're thinking is if Canelo can't back the dude up, then he's just automatically gonna run him over. Like he doesn't have to worry about counters or nothing like that. And really good head movement and elusiveness. And really a really tight guard and feints and IQ and deal with all of that shit. I think you're thinking that all Canelo brings to the fight is just his power. And once you neutralize his power, then
Like
they're compatible from a skill set standpoint. And that's just not the case.
I said, guys that are not scared of Canelo, that come forward and throw high value punches, can beat Canelo. Benavidez does that. He has the recipe to beat dude.
No, he doesn't actually.
Okay,
That's it.
hold on. Can I
If you look at
interject real
Canelo,
quick?
those are all the fighters he struggles with.
Okay.
See?
Can I interject?
That's a dumb question right there, and we're not on you on that.
Hold on, Solidus. Can you name me the fighters that have beat Canelo?
Mayweather,
Yeah.
And B-ball.
Okay, so Mayweather, hold on. So Mayweather and Bivol beat Canelo, right?
yeah.
What do they have that David don't?
Nah, both of those guys are technically better than Benavidez. But
And what else do they have? So we know they're both technically better than David. What else do they have that David doesn't have besides technical ability?
They pretty much can do everything. What I'm saying,
So you saying Canelo has only lost to two elite great fighters that can do everything, and you're saying David is not on that level?
Now wait a minute, Nuke. I thought you were making a whole different point because what he says, because it says that it's that volume that's gonna fucking kill Canelo. But and we just said that Floyd and Dimitri Bivol, what kind of fighters are those? You know, the fucking with the volume, that's a pressure fighter. Canelo has a hard time with pure boxers, outside fighters. So this means that he's tailor-made for Canelo. You gonna come in with that fucking volume, bro? You gonna find something. You gonna land on something.
Oh my God!
He keep forgetting that. He keep
start
forgetting that
thinking about
Canelo's
that
a
shit.
counterpuncher. That's what he wants. David is the perfect fighter for him.
The perfect fighter, though.
I understand you guys.
He's perfect.
Canelo, that's fine.
Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with that.
I'm a Canelo fan also. But
Nah,
I'm not
because
going
you're using volume. Hey, you know what happened the last time somebody came with volume?
I'm not a fan like you guys are, but I do respect them. What I'm saying,
the last time somebody came in with that volume, it was fucking James Kirkland, and what happened to him?
he ain't as good as he's not as good as Benavidez.
Bro, that motherfucker came in with some pressure, bro, relentless, bro. I don't think David's gonna come in like that.
He's not.
Once he feels some of them shots going
And
in,
you see he's not fighting him. You see he's not fighting him. I guess
yeah. Why am I gonna fight you, bro? Who are you? Why? You don't deserve this. So many champs you could have fought. You fucking did a whole bunch of bad shit. You didn't fucking unify. I did what you didn't do in the fucking year. Your whole decade, bro. For real. Why doesn't this download to your mind? It don't download to your mind, bro. Seriously.
The dude
stop and just thinking about it. Look, stop and think of the fact that you're discrediting a fucking fighter who's actually, I can say he's the complete fighter. He's already a Hall of Famer. His legacy is already fucking set in stone. But we're gonna discredit him over this guy.
David Benavidez.
You got a fucking email bill right now. You have yet to unify. You're 30 years old. By the time Canelo was 30, he's already been unified in the fucking division. What the fuck are we doing here, dog?
By the time he was around 30, he already had 3 divisions unified.
I'm talking about the niggas fighting.
It's just about them fighting, and I know that with you.
So this ain't about them fighting. I mean, this is about who they fought. It's about fighting. Who they fought and who they didn't fight. You know what, David? I would have loved for you to fucking fight Better Beef in 2020. I got a feeling the reason why actually Suleiman, was courteous to do that for you, because that was a mean ass hookup. You just lost your belt. How the fuck you gonna get a title shot at the next division? You just lost your belt in the most disgraceful ways. So how the fuck are we getting this? And then, you didn't do it. You know what? I got a feeling they offered that to you because, you know what? You've been at 168 too long. It's time for you to move up. Let me give you a shot over here. But you decided to, you know what? Nah, man. Them killers up there. I want to be at 168. Yeah. I don't want to go where I belong. I can't do it.
It's exactly what he did, man. And I'm telling you right now, he's gonna pussyfoot into if what he's saying is true about Turkey. He's gonna stay on Easy Street until that last fight goes down, bro.
And also, bro, if he didn't unify, well, hold on. It's either two things, okay? Either you ducked him, which I feel like you did, and maybe you did this as well. Maybe you didn't want to be responsible for most sanction fees. Maybe you didn't want to do that. Regardless, it's still a duck.
It's still a duck.
Still a duck.
All right, I got one more. JMA says, I don't believe David Benavidez stands a hook to the body or to the head, and that overhand right to the chin like Khan, he goes to sleep.
Yes.
He goes to sleep.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to check out today, fellas. Anybody got any final thoughts before we head out of here?
Nothing, man. Are y'all, when's the next live?
Could be tomorrow, could be the day after. It is probably going to be again later this week.
I'm gonna see y'all later on this week.
All right, man. So see y'all later this week. Hey, Solidus, man, my bad.
Salute to everybody.
My bad,
salute to you too, Solidus.
Shout out to everyone.
Shout out to Solidus. Shout out to Devin Haney's nose. Shout out to Devin Haney's nose.